This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's The Show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton
Well,
McKee.
good evening, everybody. It is what we like to call here in Phoenix, 7 o'clock. Well, 7:01. Fuck you. It doesn't matter. We're not real sticklers on time, are we?
I am.
Marnie is. I know. She was early. 9 minutes early.
What is it? It takes 6 million years for that clock to be off by 1 second, or what was that
I don't
thing?
know. I don't know.
I think it's very interesting that you're like 9 minutes. Like,
That's a lot of time.
No, but you got here at 6:51. I happened to notice the time
okay.
because I really thought it was going to be Katie, and it wasn't Katie. It was
I like that she's fascinated by the clock. How do you know what time I was here? They're called watches, dear.
Everybody's got
9
one.
minutes and 42 seconds.
Well, I just like that
You're very
atomic
prompt
clock
and
on the wall.
precise.
Hey,
Yes, accurate.
and is it the temperature in Celsius now? Because
No. 40 is I think 40 is the humidity. 79 is our current temperature. And I left you, Al, right here.
oh, wait, I always think it's
Remember,
the temperature outside.
You've got your
Oh my God, my thermometer.
the infrared thermometer, so we can. How hot are your nuts?
My nuts are a delightful 79.7 degrees.
Hit my juice.
Hit my juice.
You don't have to be that
Ooh,
close.
a
You can do it
chili
from far away.
57.9.
Oh.
A chili.
Perfect temperature for juice.
Now, didn't we determine a perfect room temperature for wine that you said?
I hope it's 73.1.
Because you
Let's
said in
Google it.
Arizona it's a little different than everywhere else.
Right,
it's
because
so
room
fucking
temperature.
hot here.
I always forget. I think wine should be like red wine should be like 60-some degrees or something. If only there was a device. Hi, Harrison.
Like, if you could only look
Between
it up.
Richard
60 and
and-
65 degrees Fahrenheit.
We
What did
would
I
like
say?
to say
That's-
hi
that's
to everybody. We have so many people in, like Richard's here, Tomo from New Zealand. There was Harrison's here, my mom.
Hi, everybody.
Meow Cow. Laura's here.
Meow.
Hi, Laura.
Stephen was here. I saw Stephen earlier, didn't I? I thought he was in here too.
You make
Maybe
things
I'm-
up.
yeah,
I
there he
think
is. There he
Sean's
is.
chiming in later.
Our
Got
new
it.
He was
friend
excited
Luis
for us to
from
be back.
Brazil. From
Yeah,
Sao
Luis from
Paulo.
Brazil. I'm interested to find out about Luis from Brazil. I
you are.
enjoy a lot of the photos that I've seen of people in Brazil.
It's a place I think I might like to go to.
Yeah, and
there-
then and Drew
Do you know
some
the
from
way
Wisconsin.
to Brazil?
Sure.
No?
No,
Yeah.
Wrong
no,
song?
wrong song.
Girl from
San
Well,
Jose.
we can't get sued.
Yeah, exactly. No, not by anyone with any musical knowledge or taste.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
There was
welcome back.
Dionne
Thanks.
Warwick.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, there's
No,
Luis.
no. Dionne Warwick is lovely.
Yeah,
I'm talking about her.
Yeah. Do you know the way to San Paulo? No, that doesn't work.
I
do not.
Doesn't work at all. Well, welcome back. It seems like it has been forever since we've
Nearly
been here.
a month, I think, since we've all been here
Since
together.
all because you made the biggest mistake of your life and took an eternity vacation
Lord.
because that makes
Well,
sense.
Sweet
Yeah.
baby Jesus. That fucker was never ending.
No shit.
Yeah, really. We were talking about it the other day. I said, when does he? Or no, we were talking about just the vacation in general. And Kelly and I were still in our honeymoon phase when we went on a 2-week European vacation, and I didn't want to be around her
After a couple
by
of
the
days.
end.
Yeah.
I mean, at the very end of it, like, we didn't want to do anything. We literally sat in our hotel room that had no had no cable and watched and had like reruns of Charlotte's Web in the background.
Charlotte's
Because we didn't want to spend any more godforsaken money in that country. Jesus God. And B, like, do anything. I just needed to lay down.
Well, I kept switching casts, so that helps a lot.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah.
You're right.
Every 6 or 7 days, I completely switch the cast
And
of
you have
characters.
to.
Yeah,
really, for
you
that
do.
amount of time.
But the worst, the one funny day, well, there was lots of funny stuff, but the one day, everybody had different plans, and there was a barbecue that I had no, like, interest in. I didn't have any interest. I kind of needed to be alone. But I was like, all right, I can't
want
stop
to be
drinking.
alone.
I can't stop drinking cold turkey because I'm at a level of alcohol that really needs to be tapered off of. And then I realized when I rode my bike to the beach and did the walk through the marshes by myself and had a little spot, and I'm like, okay, it's not the alcohol withdrawal. Like, I'm having like people withdrawal. I've had like 13 people entourages with me every second of every day from like sometimes coming to get me in my bedroom to wake me up to find out how to use the coffee maker till they put me to bed.
Which is
My
not
eye
your
twitches.
standard.
No.
Yeah.
Mama
Oh, no,
liked
the
to be
operation
alone.
of coffee
That's-
makers is, but everything else is not.
Yeah.
The 13-person entourage
But
at all times.
it was just so funny because I got to the beach and I'm like, there's no one to talk to. And I'm like, I don't feel like meeting I can't meet any more people because I can't remember any people I've already met's names. So what the fuck am I going to do with you, sir or ma'am? That was the
Back
funniest
to
thing.
the barbecue
Yeah.
for you, sir.
Good God.
So I told him, I'm like, God damn it, I wanted to be alone, but I couldn't.
Nice. Well,
Got back here and started that alone ship back up though. Good times.
worked out real well for him. Made a comeback real strong. This is show number 176. I like to throw that in because when I listen back, I like to know which fucking show I'm editing. That helps me. By the way, program note: though we did miss last week, it was just everybody's life was. Though Al was out of town, Marnie, you were out.
Crazy, I had work.
You had work, and Katie actually wasn't feeling well.
Yeah,
and it just was
overcoming like
it was
the
just
deathly illness.
good for us to take the week off. So we did. We're here obviously now. We do miss next week. I will be out of town for work in Atlanta, Georgia, because there's nothing like going to Atlanta, Georgia in August. I've never been, but I hear it's rather humid.
Hell hath no fury.
Yeah.
Like whatever the hell that's going to be.
Yeah, so I'm going
Y'all
there for a
enjoy
week, and then we will
yourself,
return.
The devil went down to Georgia. I need you to listen to that song at least once on an iPod while you're there, or phone or iDevice.
I can sing it
happen to-
for you.
I haven't, no.
Upload a video.
Really, Katie? Would you like to?
Yep, it's one of my karaoke standbys.
No, it is
It is.
not.
I love it so much. Yes, I do.
I'm a little frightened.
yeah,
right
no,
now.
it's fun. It's real fun. I mean, I have all, I've got like
Give me a
timing down.
Can you recite? Give me something. Give me something here.
I went down to Georgia. I was looking for a soul to steal.
Yeah, he was in a bind and it was way behind. He was on make a
Big
deal. Shit, now I need the words in front of me.
Yeah,
Someone,
and probably
a
to be
young
half
man
lit-
sawing on a fiddle and playing it hot.
You son of
and
a
the devil
bitch,
jumped
'cause
up on
I'm
the
the
huckleberry
best
stop and
as
said,
ever
"Boy,
been."
let me tell
Yeah,
you what."
Don't.
Oh, I get chills. I love this song so much.
Oh, and people all around the world are going, "What the fuck is she singing?"
No, devil
Yeah,
went
it
down to
doesn't
Georgia.
sound like
Charlie Daniels band.
It's so great.
That
From
actually
us.
probably transcends, our borders. That song.
It's a
That's
good
one of my
one.
favorite summer of music. There was an Italian festival that they located to the little field near my house. That's now a fucking movie theater.
Yes, right.
But at the time they had rides, and there was the Flying Himalayas. It's a thing that you sit in a car and you go backwards in a circle over
yeah,
a bump
right.
and stuff. And it's a little bit more nauseating than it sounds. It looks kind of simple. But the whole summer we would like go there and ride the rides, and the best music was on the Flying Himalayas, and they played like Rock and Roll Fantasy and The Devil Went Down to Georgia, and we were all in love with the carnies that ran that shit. And
Oh, that says a problem right there. The Carney love
the hot
relationship.
carney,
Yeah.
hot carney playing The Devil Went Down to Georgia. I was in. I said, "Mama,
I don't know about
he
that.
local, Mama."
He local boy.
That's my new.
If you are listening from Jordan, we'd like to know who you
Hi.
are there. Also, Luis, I don't know if he's gone or not. I don't see Brazil listening anymore unless he's changed over and is watching us. I'm not sure. But if Luis is still out there, we'd like to know him or anybody else. Say hello.
I'm Molly. She lost her virginity
To
to
night
night
moves.
moves.
From the Flying
Working on my
Himalayan.
night moves.
That's amazing, Molly.
Flying Himalayan. That would have been a bumpy ride.
Or I love my virginity. I
No,
like that
I
too.
love
my-
I love my virginity.
Molly, does that mean you lost your hymen on the Himalayan? These are questions that the world wants to know, Molly.
Played.
Literally.
I figured.
I can't find Molly. Help me find Molly.
Molly, you in danger.
Molly,
girl.
you in danger, girl.
A
Okay,
lot-
that
what?
turned out to be the phrase of my entire vacation.
You in danger?
Molly, you in danger, girl. I said it fit in with every single thing that came up, and it was just a quick way to like cut through time and space. But then I decided after the second Malaysian disaster that now they just walk on the plane and say, "Molly, you in danger, girl," and then just sit down. No seatbelts, no emergency exit. Just, "Molly, you in danger, girl."
Buckle up.
And then Miss Malaysia just sits down and enjoys her ride.
Miss Malaysia. We know where this plane is. Sit down.
And there's like a blowjob spot in P-Town
that's
called
awesome.
It's called the Booty Bunk or the Dick Dock or something. I don't know. It's got some name.
I'm sure it does.
So the one guy that was going there and having his fun every night, he was like, "And don't you come around with your big mouth." I'm like, "Oh, I'm just gonna walk up to him. Molly, you in danger, girl." You're getting a blowjob.
The dick doc.
His name really isn't Molly. I'm sorry.
And we were playing Cards for Humanity, and we
Very
actually made it because you have blank cards. You can write your own stuff.
I've never played.
It's
Cards for
offensive
Yeah.
to everyone.
Yeah, I want to play it.
My one card was the profoundly handicapped. I took a picture of it because I laughed so hard. So I'm like, only I would get the profoundly handicapped.
You would.
I won with it.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah.
I was trying to make a joke, but I want to offend Marnie. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to let that
Well,
go.
go right ahead. When he
Oh no,
sent that thing,
don't
I laughed my ass off.
I had to send it to her, and then
God, I laughed my ass
the one thing we were saying is to come up to my room and let me show you Rush Limbaugh's fat shitty body.
I didn't understand what that meant.
Because the card was Rush Limbaugh's fat shitty body, So then somebody come up to my room and let me show you, and I got to play Rush Limbaugh's fat, shitty body. And the other one was a sad, fat dragon with no friends.
I kept seeing these, and I didn't understand at all what you were doing.
Cards to Humanity, but the
All right.
sad, fat dragon with no friends just became the code word for everything.
Oh,
Look
you're
at that
tr-
girl. She's a sad, fat dragon with no friends.
Well, now, another upcoming tonight on the show, the return of our critically acclaimed segment called Crime Scene Footage, where we, in studio, our Studio C players reenact 911 calls. Later on tonight, after hour 2 starts and Al gives us our drinking word, we will... actually, when headlines are done, we will then go into that segment. So be sure to stick around for that, because I think tonight's going to be a doozy. It's got 3 people involved in it, and Al actually gets to play a man. I think that's
First time.
that really going to stretch his acting skills. I think it's going to be good.
That's good shit.
Also later, of course, like I said, the drinking game starts. Well, we do it. We start drinking now, and we hope you are too. The drinking word is given out at the beginning of hour 2. Thoughtful vulgarity does always round us out at the end of hour 3. We have headlines, entertainment. Katie has sports and other stuff, all kinds of shit. But we're going to
We
kick
have
it off.
inhalers and
Oh,
corks.
yeah, because he's been having asthmatic attacks.
Yeah.
Danger.
The weather's been good to you.
Well, Katie and I, we have a bonding moment in regards to our week, what we've been up to, because we just wrapped up what I would say is the best Dancing with the Bars production ever in the 7-year history.
For sure.
We
Yeah,
had
absolutely.
a fantastic time. It was
So good.
Celebrity theater.
It was the best thing. Technically, it went off without a hitch. It was great. The winner, I thought, was deserved.
Oh, my
she
God.
did a fantastic
Like all
job.
around. Yeah. And the winner, of course, was Diamond Dallas.
From Carumba's
Carumba,
Nightclubs,
dancing,
representing
very
Carumba's,
good.
yes.
dancing with our very own Sean Nordal.
Who, by
So-
the way,
he won
won
again.
last
Yeah.
year. Yes.
Oh, I wonder who he won with. Did he have a partner?
I don't know. I can't remember her name. I heard
She
she's a
was
whore.
lovely, actually.
Katie, and if
quite
you-
practically perfect in every way.
Now, if you look behind you, though
I know.
the one is gone, your first is that one's still there.
that sad thing takes his
Yeah.
place.
I did get first place. I was Sean's first place. That's exciting.
Now he's got number 2.
Yep, number 2 under the
There you
belt.
go.
That
He
sounds
literally
dirty.
said to me after the night was after the we hadn't even left the building yet, and he goes, "I'm already thinking about 3-peat next year. I got a song in my head. I need to find a partner."
Oh my God, that's
He's
awesome.
like on it, ready.
For
Yeah.
those of you who have any interest in what we're talking about, you can either Google Dancing with the Bars, or if you wanted to look up a hashtag on Facebook, it's hashtag DWTB, Dancing with the Bars, TWTB 2014. And you'll find a bunch of pictures of us and the venue and dancers, and you'll see what a lot of videos we posted. Katie and I did a video as we were driving to the venue that morning on I don't know how many cups of coffee
was
you were
about 4
on.
at that point.
Yeah,
It was
she
a
was,
lot.
oh my God, we're going to the venue. She's
Yeah.
just driving.
real excited. Well, it was just like it was such a fun experience to be a part of it, and not the last 2 years I've danced and I've just been nervous as all get out, and that's equally as fun, but in a much different, more
right.
pukey way. So this was like not that.
No, it was totally
it
not-
was not stressful. It was just fun. And now Clayton and Gary hosted on stage. I did the back room, the
Now,
green
who was
room
the
interviews.
D-list celebrity that was?
There was none.
Okay.
Gary Guerin
So
decided.
that D-list.
No, Gary Guerin decided, and I think it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Really, he
He just can't not do it.
The control freak of that person is like, I just can't relinquish this to anybody else. So he kept on, and then to Katie and I,
With
obviously,
a week to spare, he was like, I have to do this. I just can't not. I can't not be on stage.
Well, it's his event, so
It is.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I gotta.
And if it's a success, and then more power.
Right,
to him.
don't screw it up if it's not working. When you get a
Don't fuck
compliment,
it up.
when you get a compliment from somebody that you respect in the business and whatever aspect, it makes you feel really good. And Barbara Seville said to me, and I honestly didn't even realize Barbara was in the audience. I had no idea she was even there.
She's so quiet.
Because I didn't see, and literally from the stage, I could see about the first row and a half.
Yeah.
I couldn't see anybody. I didn't know where
With the
anybody
lights
was.
and-
Yeah, I mean, you could hear voices and you knew a couple people, but I didn't realize Barbara was there. But she sent me a message and she said that I was very engaging with the audience and it was very good. And it was very nice to hear from
that's
somebody
nice to
that I
hear.
respect, because I think Barbara is fantastic
Oh,
with
she is so
audiences.
good.
She can ad lib her way out of absolutely anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I respect
you were
Barbara.
very good.
Yeah.
Thank
it
you.
was
very good.
I enjoyed it. It
It
was,
was
a good
just
time.
neat. Now, were you at the first year? Were you a judge?
No, I think I don't think I've ever judged
You
it.
were not okay.
No, I think
I thought you were
missed
at the first year.
I think I missed the first 2. I think this is my 5th one.
Okay. So it was just really exciting to go from, think about the first place we hosted was this little tiny bar.
It was a bar,
And
yeah.
it was just kind of this idea that Selena Vega
Right.
and Gary had come up with in their apartment.
Drunk. According to them. That's not
Yep.
me trying to, yeah.
And no
I
judgment.
lived across the street. It was when he lived
No
in the
judgment.
little places right on Campbell and 15th, and I lived right across the street. So,
Oh, yeah, I remember those.
Yep, it was when they lived there.
Right across from you.
And I had ended up.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah,
All of
right
a sudden,
across
I
from
was
you.
I thought you were like, you lived at Oregano's?
No.
Yeah.
And so anyway, it was just really, really neat to see where it came from, where we had this like tiny little dance floor and just a whole bunch of people just crammed into this tiny bar at Forbidden, and now at Celebrity Theater. And there were like the performances were just flawless. I mean, they were so fun.
Oh,
It was
very good.
Big props and
they
like
were very
really
fun.
showy, a big show compared to what I think has been in previous
years. It made
years.
such a difference for the performers because you're not getting ready in the back room of a bar. You're getting ready in a real, like my mom kept saying, it's a theater. Yeah. You got a real dressing room and there's real facilities and you're not on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a ramp you walk up to the stage. It's
Yeah.
conducive to just everybody
I
performing
thought
better.
the ballroom last year was very nice. Though I thought that
No,
It was
right.
good, and but from
this
a
was probably
performance
better.
aspect, we're all like in one giant room, which
Right.
is fine and equally fun, But it just felt kicked up a notch.
Yeah.
Right, a lot more professional. It just
Yeah.
was. It was fantastic, and I hope that we do it again there next year because
too.
I mean, like you said, Sean's already working on a 3-peat
Yeah.
and numbers. I'm already thinking of ways to make it technically better than it
Yeah.
was this year
Oh, it's great.
for us as the
Oh
hosts
yeah,
of it.
there were some things, but what was one of my favorite
Did the
performances?
stage spin during it?
no,
It
we
did
Okay.
not. No. Although I've been there when it's been spinning, it's really neat.
Oh yeah.
But okay, so aside from Diamond, Dallas, excuse me, and Sean, who won, my other favorite performances was second and third place.
Oh,
Which
with
were,
Carlton?
Yep, Carlton
Carlton,
from Charlie's
right.
and Shawnee Maud.
It was the cutest number. Such a cute number.
I can't wait for these to go up online because
Oh,
I was in
fun.
the green room and I had a TV screen like this, but I couldn't hear anything. I had no audio, so I could only hear what little was. I could hear kind of
Ambient
seeping
noise,
through
yeah.
right from the show, and theirs was. At this little cafe, and they were both mimes, and
Oh, kill the
they
mime.
It was real cute.
they
No.
did this it was just so cute. They had all these tricks. They were like cartwheeling with each other. It was just the cutest.
Oh, how fun.
It was
Totally
very
in
cute.
sync. Really, really fun. That was the one from backstage that I was like. Couldn't hear barely anything, and as it's going on, I'm clapping and I'm
Yeah,
cheering, and it was so much fun. And then Joan's
Joan, of course.
and Ellie's was it was really good. It was really high energy, and the coolest thing, I mean, it added so much. I mean, their dance was wonderful, and they had a live saxophone player
on stage with them.
with
That was
them.
really cool too.
Oh, Kenny G.
It
No,
was
when he walked off stage, I said to him, I felt like you were going to break into Careless Whisper at any moment.
well, and the song, they had 2 songs, and the song changed right when Ellie takes off the top part of her dress, and Joan rips open his shirt, and then it turns into this really popular
Like a sexual thumping song.
yeah
something.
song with the saxophone. It was just so cool.
Oh, that sounds really entertaining.
so
It was a good time.
it was fun.
Yeah, so we did that, and you've recovered from illness.
I was sick.
Oh, she told me the cutest story about Palmer, her daughter. You remember she has a daughter?
I do. Parker.
Okay,
Yeah.
Pucker. Palmer Pucker. She says that Palmer
Pucker.
gets in her car seat that's in the back seat of her
Oh, yeah.
SUV, and she knows how to buckle herself in now. I just think it's the cutest
Loved
thing.
it. Yeah.
Like she's telling her, "Mommy, I'm buckled in."
Yeah, Mommy, I'm all buckled in. I mean, she is just real fun.
I think
the
that's so
one
cute.
fun thing that's not fun is
because there's something that's not.
Yeah.
fun.
and this is totally my fault. I don't know if I told you this, but so we
Oh
have.
no, you told me.
Yes, this is so horrible.
This is
so we have the couple of cabinets that are baby locked. We didn't really baby proof our house. We didn't get crazy. We just figured we'd watch our child.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Could
but-
go either way.
Right, but the couple of things, the liquor cabinet, Natch, and all the chemicals, we baby proofed those drawers. So anyway, the liquor cabinet also holds the toaster. So we have open it every morning, and I don't always close it behind. So she's over there trying to close the little baby latch, and I'm not paying any attention. You know, we're just kind of standing there, and she goes, "Fucking god dang it!" And oh my gosh,
Did you get mad at her for the god
honey?
dang it?
No.
Wait, let's
I
do
know.
this.
You're gonna
This-
swear. Do it good.
So I'm like, baby. So we don't actually say that word. And I'm debating, do I say the word that we don't say? Do I tell her fucking? That's not a thing we're going to use. So I'm like, don't re-say it. Because she kind of started to get embarrassed, you know, and like a little worried. So I said, we're just not going to use it. Mommy's not going to use that word anymore because I drop F-bombs like my truck's
Like it's
parked out
water.
back.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
Right, exactly.
Like
not
you're
cute.
watering a garden.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay. So I say, baby, we're not going to say that word anymore. So the next day she's got she's pretend locking her room, and she's got this little secret key, and she can't get the door open. And she goes, "Fucking dang it." And I'm like, that's not the word. No, God, not the right word to drop. You dropped the wrong word, honey.
I like how you're selectively dropping
I
words.
know. I
out of
go,
her
good listening, baby. Good listening,
Yeah.
honey.
That one.
Wrong word.
Yeah.
Seems like God's on about. That's
Well,
always on
you-
TV.
you
That's
weren't-
bad.
you
It
weren't
was just so funny.
specific
Fucking
about
dick.
it.
I know. I wasn't. And I go, no, baby. And she looked back like, I dropped it.
Yeah.
I dropped the word.
I do.
I can swear I used 6
I would have
yesterday,
loved
I
it
only used 5 today.
if she would have looked at me like, Linda, listen to me. Which word?
Yeah. Well,
Pick a
Listen,
word.
yeah, listen, crazy lady that doesn't lock the liquor cabinet.
I know. Well, then,
Pick a fucking word you don't want me to say.
so, and Kelly says,
Exactly.
I start laughing again. And Kelly runs in the room and goes, "Is it bad that I want her to say it again just because I want to hear it?" And I'm like, yes. Yeah, we're not going to egg our 2-year-old on to use fuck again.
Okay, except for have the camera ready.
I know.
Like,
Have that
And
phone
then, like-
always at the ready.
What about your phone record? What'd you say?
Yeah, say that again, baby.
Say that word again that you're not supposed to say.
Because,
Just this one time.
because what you want to do is like, you know, later in life when she's graduating high school or getting married or whatever, you want to be able to pull that out and be like, now let's flash back to when Palmer
And
was
there
two.
is nothing better than a swearing baby story. I really don't care about the first time your
And/or-
child walked or talked or
When
shit
did
his
they
pants.
cuss you out?
Or
But
just
the
shit
fir-
on an airplane
But
seat.
the first time that they said shit their
Oh.
pants, I want a video of that nonsense.
I want to know. I want to know. I want to be in the know.
When they actually realize that they have, Mommy, I shit
Shit
my pants.
Oops, I shit my pants.
It's so convenient.
Oops, I shipped my.
I
Oops,
just-
I just shipped the bed.
I just did it too.
Always funny.
That
always
is
funny.
funny
it.
stuff.
I just can't choose.
I don't have. I lost
Okay,
whatever.
Sophie over here has got something to do.
What's she doing?
Making a
just-
choice.
just-
Oh,
Sophie.
she's very busy. I just realized I've been ignoring the chat room. If anybody was there, terribly sorry about that. I was listening to Tomo Hates Mimes. Well, I'm not a real big mime, but the dance number was cute.
Yeah, I'm not
what,
a huge.
Marsha, what you been up to?
Just celebrating Erin's summer.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Isn't she
the
going?
end of her summer was last
Doesn't
week.
she, okay, so she's back to
Monday.
school now, right?
Yeah, she went
Wait.
back on Monday the 28th.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Feels like 100
Are the
years ago.
students back?
They're back next
Yeah,
Monday.
so they're- yeah, they have a
she's
week.
actually she taught all the way through June.
Oh.
Oh, so she did summer school.
She did.
Mhm. And then when she got done with that, she in essence had about 2 weeks.
Yeah, because she doesn't have any time. We have to close it out.
Right. Well, and then we went back to get the room ready. There were a couple of days 2 weeks ago, and then last week she was there most of the week. And didn't have to be. Contract started Monday,
But-
the 28th.
But wanted to be ready. And most
well,
teachers
because
have been back
tomorrow's
in.
meet the parents or the whatever, meet the
right.
parent thing, and so
Children,
here-
parents, who else come into this room? It can't be that hard.
These
many people is
bastards
she
that come in
teaching?
and they're like, this doesn't look very good. Well, fuck off, because you didn't supply any money or time.
Oh,
So
that's
kiss
rough.
my ass. But they, that's already tomorrow. So you can't tell me you can show up on Monday, have all these meetings, have everything else, and then be able to get that ready. It's just not possible.
No.
So we went and we celebrated end of summer. Last week quite a bit, but last Friday was very, very,
You
very
went
fun.
somewhere
Went
else.
to the animal sanctuary
Ah,
up
that's
in
what it was.
Prescott.
Yeah.
And
I
it
wanna
was
go there. What
it
is
was
that?
so cool. Bless you.
Bless you. My God, Alfred.
Right, it's right in Prescott. Bless you, honey.
Oh, we're not done.
Whatever you do, if you're gonna have wine, don't take any allergy medicine.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm sharing with you.
Wine and Benadryl's how I live.
Oh well, it doesn't bode well for Marty. Anyway, so it's this animal sanctuary, Heritage Park, I think it's
Okay,
called.
I'm Googling it now.
And we went up there, and she's deathly afraid of birds, and I'm not a huge reptile fan. And we come around the corner, and
There
there's
goes-
a bird, and there's the reptile, like, walk in here, and I was freaking the hell out. But we walked around the corner, and there were these wallabies that were so cute, and lemurs. Kind of want to buy one, just because I need more
you need
shit
more
at my
shit in your
house.
house.
A lemur.
But they were so cute, big bears, and
It was a gay function.
Yeah, totally. Big bears.
it certainly was. So yeah, we just had a really good time. And as we're sitting there, all of a sudden, the clouds just kind of roll over and lovely, and the temperature goes down even more, and then it started to rain. And I always wear dark clothing,
Yeah.
except for that day.
You wore
when I
white-
found
Oh,
I
your wet
wore,
t-shirt concept,
Oh,
yeah.
I remember that post.
Perfect.
All of a sudden, like, are you kidding me? But the rain started coming down, and it was lovely, and it was cool, and it felt great. And then she's like, should we start heading back? And I'm like, sure. And then it came down a little bit more, and then I was like, ow! It was pelting the side of our head. Like, it just
Hard
in
rain.
sheets.
And where is this?
Right in Prescott, actually.
In Prescott,
Yep.
got it.
And so as we had come in, there's a cute little playground for all the kids, and apparently Aaron and I, and there was this there's this red, and, like, the old woman in the shoe, this old red shoe
old
kind of thing.
woman.
So as we're running back to cover, I'm like, to the shoe, and we run over and we get in and we're standing there and we're taking pictures, and isn't this fun, and getting pelted with rain, and then I saw lightning all over, and I went, we're in a metal shoe.
Abort shoe.
Oh my God.
Abort
what
shoe.
a fucking idiot. Run to the metal shoe. Good for us. End of summer. End of life. And so anyway, but it was, and we went to Jersey Boys that night.
Oh, wow. That's a busy
It
day.
was a busy day.
You
Yeah,
came back down
There was
here.
a whole lot more that was supposed to happen, but we actually had to go to Target because we were soaked to the bone, our shoes, our socks, everything. But we were going to go to Mingus Mountain and have a picnic. And then
I
come
used
back.
to camp at Mingus.
That's where Aaron apparently used to go
I grew
as
up
well.
at my summer camp was always there.
And
So-
how was Jersey Boys?
Oh my God. it
Wait,
was so
wait,
good.
wait. Though I need to
I
back
had
up.
so much fun.
So
Aaron
you-
told me I couldn't sing or dance, so I hated that.
Went to Prescott.
Yeah.
To this thing. Then you were going to go to Mingus.
Yeah, it's only like a half an hour
And then
away.
you're coming back here.
Yeah, shower, get ready,
get-
and go to the show. Aaron had
Oh,
no idea
they
what
would
was happening.
they would have showed up at intermission.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
All of that.
No, because the rain kept you from.
Oh, with
yeah.
the rain, yeah. No, that
All
just kind of took
that
everything.
would have just. I could never do those three things in one day. Like
we got up there
Prescott
like 10
and Mingus.
o'clock-ish, and
Good.
so you go, and then we would have gone. We would have been heading back by 3.
Oh,
shower,
God.
be done.
Oh, I would have just been so tired.
Oh no, it was fantastic.
I like that Prescott. I know it's not that far, but it is a day trip for me.
Well, and I didn't get much sleep, so and Erin usually does not drive like at all because she usually falls asleep.
Oh, that's
I mean,
good.
you know,
Narcoleptic
yeah.
drivers are always good
But
to travel.
I had about an hour
Get
of
on it.
sleep,
She's not
an hour and a half
driving.
of sleep, and she's like, "Do you want me to drive?" And I said, "Yep." Like I could just feel it. And normally I'm like, no, I slept the entire out.
Wow.
She started to drive and I was asleep for an hour and a half, which is real rare. But
Oh, that's nice though.
Yeah.
Was it really
It's
hot
hot.
at the? No, you said the weather was nice. I'm like
beautiful.
I'm going here this weekend. I don't know. This looks cool.
I recently
It's
saw
beautiful, yeah.
just random channel surfing, and we have there's like a local.
There's a
there's
Groupon, by
there's
the
a
way.
million channels of chrome plated crap coming into this
Yeah.
house, just like at Al's, but I don't have HBO.
What about a chrome plated heart?
But there was some channel about local events, and it's either out of Africa that's up close to Cottonwood, or
Oh,
it's
yes.
the something World Zoo. I forget which one, but they have a big show that they do where it's they have a lot of big cats, lions, and so forth, and they play with them in a pool.
Oh,
It's out of Africa. I've
It's out of
been to
Africa,
it.
up
Yeah.
north.
Okay.
I've got to go, and I've got to take mom because
It's cool.
Oh,
they
is
have a
that
fenced off
wonderful?
area where the trainers are in there, and they have literally big inflatable toys on sticks, and they play with the cats like you would play with your
like
a small
taunting
domestic
the
cat.
fuck out of them because
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Right.
maybe don't.
No, but because
Please
the-
refer to Google
Siegfried
Siegfried
and
and Roy.
Roy.
Yeah, but this
I was
is
thinking,
but like Siegfried and
Or you tease
Roy's
him with a blow-up
cats
doll.
are fucking pissed, right? Because those cats, they live in cages in Las
No,
Vegas.
they were
this
really well cared for.
Yeah, they
Oh, were they?
Yeah, Siegfried and Roy were really pretty good at the animal preservation.
Yeah, that's true.
My
They had a lot of
mistake.
money and a lot of plastic
And they're
surgery.
still
Yeah, well,
they're still
that-
doing it. The one that doesn't quite know what they're doing.
But this place is it's huge, and the cats have like tons of space, and
So
it's very cool.
you've been there.
it's neat.
So I think Mom and I are going to take a trip up north to Cottonwood. It's just outside of Cottonwood, Arizona, because I drive by it when I go to one of my clients up there, and I think that would be fun to do.
I think that'd be fantastic.
And
I've
And
only
it
been
is
to
fun
the
to
one
watch.
out
I
at
love
Northern.
big cats.
Northern.
That's Wildlife.
Wildlife
Wildlife World Zoo.
World
That's the
Wildlife
one,
World
right?
Zoo,
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
years ago. So
Yeah, very
so
fun.
very cool. I'd like to go to it.
And that Jersey Boys. The lead singer, meh. Little Frankie
Really?
Valley person. Yeah, I wasn't super.
do it for ya.
No, but there were two other, especially two other parts that were in it that were just fun.
Oh, I'm like,
Yeah.
well, the Frankie part doesn't sing.
No, but I mean, it worked.
You would think
But
they'd
it
have the
could have
lead set up
been-
to sing.
Yeah, I mean, meh. But
Maybe he was an understudy.
no, that's
Cast-
what we looked
cast
for.
B.
That's
you
what we
looked for
looked
it.
for, and it wasn't.
But you're so far into the tour now that it's just people they found on the street that might look Italian.
like I said, and that's the thing.
They used to
You,
work.
sir.
They used to
Kinda
work at
like
a
when
regular
cats
house.
come back around, those cats are a little mangy. You know what I mean? We're like
You,
30
sir.
years
Come
into the
with
world
me.
tour. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't.
Midnight.
He looked
all
more
the
like
kitties are
Spike.
sleeping.
That was a fur ball, a little hairball.
just clearing their ears.
No.
So, but other than that, it was lovely.
When I
Lovely,
saw that
lovely.
on stage, I got a little weepy during the "Who Loves You, Pretty." Who
Yeah.
loves you, pretty
Yeah.
mama? I don't know. It reminded me of my sisters
Sure.
and their clock radio because they used to sleep in their room between their beds all the time.
Okay.
And that was one of their clock radio songs I would always listen to. Well, I was afraid of the dark and terrified of something I just read or watched on TV. And
Right.
And you still do that, and you haven't learned.
great, but now now I have to figure it out by myself.
Yeah,
sitting
no,
on my
I
coffee
understand.
table. But at the end, as the story
So
built
now when
up
we
to,
hear Al, who loves you, pretty
I get a
baby?
little wimpy. But when they were talking about the oh God, no, what's the name of that song? Can't Take My Eyes Off of You.
Oh yeah.
When they
You're
got to that
just
song,
too good to be true.
and I'm sitting there, and I can't remember who I
Oh,
saw
I
it with, but I looked at
love
them
that.
like, they haven't had a fucking horn in this whole show. Are you going to tell me that I have to watch some bullshit version of this show without a horn section?
Right.
And my friend was like, you're very upset about this. And I'm like,
Yeah.
the song is the horns.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, and they like walk across the top of the stage.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I got goosebumps just thinking about it. Because I was like, you better have a fucking horn, people. And they really sold it.
They did. And the fun part of that was, and I think because I didn't have, I don't know, a lot to compare it to, I hadn't seen it before, this and that. And I looked up and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. The band or the orchestra's on stage. Mm-hmm. But we didn't comment because I thought, well, she's going to look at me like, duh, you moron. Of course they are.
Duh.
And she didn't realize until 3/4 of the way through the stage
That the
they
orchestra
were,
was
that
on
the
stage.
orchestra was
But
on
I
stage.
know they still have, because in New York they're on.
Yeah.
They come across the top of the. They're behind
they
the
did
stage
that.
at the very top. Yeah,
And they did that, but throughout.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean
whenever
that
the
gave me
drums did
just
this,
gave me
it was
goosebumps because
wonderful.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I was so worried because I'm like, I haven't heard a fucking horn through this whole
Right,
show, and now
right.
you're going to sell me this song without a horn section.
Yeah.
Because I always go through it. Usually I look through and see like, what are we with a 4-piece band and a synthesizer? Do we have a real orchestra? Like, what am I working with here?
Right.
What am I going to be humming on the way out?
Yeah.
We
You
got
gotta know.
a kazoo and a sparkler. What are we working with, people?
Late December
So-
back in 60.
And it's just one of those shows like every
Oh, I
fucking
loved
song
it,
works.
yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow, that
And you
sounds
sit
so
there-
fun. I've never seen it.
And you sit there, and like I said, I was singing. Of course, it's much louder than I was, and Aaron's like, shh, shh, shh.
Oh,
Yeah.
You can't help yourself. Like there
You
was a couple.
can't.
There was a couple songs that I was like, oh, I think I'm singing, and they were like, well, so's the whole aisle. We're good.
Yeah.
And
That's
you
so
saw
funny.
like she said at one point
Dun,
because we got
dun,
moved
dun.
up to like third row, and she said at one point she turned around and like everybody, you didn't see one person not moving, and
Well, you don't
couldn't.
realize- you know,
Those are hard songs to not sing
Yeah.
along to.
Yeah.
They
And
really
some-
are.
some-
You know what they are? They're the soundtrack of your life.
Yeah.
Yes, they
From
are.
clock radios in the early 70s.
I know. And poor Luis is trying to get clock radio translated to Spanish. I got nothing.
Louise, would you message me privately, please? I will help you with
We're
English.
we're so fast.
Funny.
Yeah, we do.
He's
We
trying
do
to follow
talk.
our
We
English.
do talk a little fast. Now, in comparison, I'm sure if you were to rip through a bunch of Spanish, we'd all be like, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because unfortunately, Al actually, as far as the cast of this show, he actually can translate a lot of what people have typed from French and Spanish, and sometimes English. He can get.
Yeah. Luckily, they're all based on the same thing.
Right?
Yes.
Right.
Mr. Perkins, welcome back to the Phoenix.
Well, thank you so
you
much.
were away for a few weeks, and this time everything here went lovely.
It did. It was well. Last year went lovely too, and there was no bugs to greet me, which was last year's things.
I liked it. He sent me a text message. I was like, I was just at your house. Everything's fine. Were there any bugs? Not anything else. Were there any bugs? No, there was one on, literally, there was something that died in mid-flight, I guess, and landed upside down on the hood of your car. And then when I moved my truck out of your garage to check on some things, there was a big, but on its back, dead for God knows how long, as I haven't apparently started that truck in 3 years.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, so
it was when you don't run the water, like, and I forgot the last time I went away to like close all the drains and close the toilet seat, and I came home to a couple of surprises.
Oh yeah. No.
But it was a long trip. Like when it came, and I stayed an extra day in Connecticut. For different Connecticut for a couple of different reasons. I stayed there one extra day, and then I was really when like that day ended the next morning, and like my friends were going to work, and they like didn't wake. They were supposed to wake me up with them so I could be ready and we could all leave together, but they were like, "You're tired. We let you sleep. You know, we're leaving. Get up." Get your stuff, and I'm like, do you guys just not believe that I'm actually going somewhere else? Like, you think I'm just here? And they're like, no, you just needed some sleep. And I was like, oh my God, I have to drive to another fucking state. I mean, I had no reservations. I just had a rental car and a plan. But the last day,
I think you even had a plan.
You know, the last day, and I had just Googled this place in Maine, and for Richard's in Quebec, right?
Yes.
So this is where all of Quebec takes their summer vacation. This was
Portland.
No, it's just outside of Portland. It's called Old Orchard Beach in Maine, and it was 80% French Canadian people visiting. The hotels were about 60% French Canadian, like speaking, like everything was English French. And you're not near the Canadian border. I was on the coast, but it was just weird, and I had lost all track of like where I was, like where the fuck I was in perspective of the entire world, that I couldn't figure out who's got the fucking hard on for French? Like, why is everything in French? I'm like, did somebody just buy a French book? And then I was like, oh, like this is clearly where everyone from Quebec comes to take their summer holiday and take a week. And everything was like high efficient, like the rooms with kitchens.
I'm sorry. I'm just reading the chat room. So Tomo from New Zealand just said, "Don't worry, Luis. I can't understand half of what they're saying either." And then Luis is like, "Okay, Tomo, but I am sure I will be able to follow most of their talk."
Maybe.
So
continue on.
No, it was just a funny place to be. And then as I was walking to the first restaurant to go have lunch because it took a while to find a room because I didn't have a plan. I was a day late. I took pictures of no vacancy signs because it just became funny, and how lit up they are. And some of them just say no, some of them say sorry, because you're conveying something to someone in another language. So they kept it really brief.
Yeah.
It was very weird. And as I'm walking down the street, I'm like, okay, that's not English. Like something's up. And then finally I had to put it together. Like, where am I? What is going on here? Why is English like? Definitely, maybe 30 to 40% of the time, people were speaking English.
So bizarre.
But I mean, the cars were all from Quebec.
What's it called again? I'm looking it up. I want to visit
Old
there.
Old Orchard Beach, and and you got to help me with the motto is.
What's the motto with you?
Je ne
Who making a salad?
Yeah, je ne souviens. It means we will not forget, or we will remember, or something like that. And there's all kinds of meanings towards it, but it's on their car. And it just was like stepping, and somebody was like, how did you pick this town? A friend of my friend Kurt's called, and she was like, we don't know where you are. Like, you're not in the city that they said that you were going to be in. And I'm like, no, they never believed I was coming to this little town because I've never heard of it.
Right.
Would you all jump in the chat room right quick and give your eye color to Steven? He needs our eye color. I'm not sure why, but he does.
Oh, okay. So, I can't remember what I'm talking about.
Is this
Anyways.
the Orchard?
Yeah,
Wait,
Tomo, Cornville,
is this
fantastic.
Orchard Beach? Is this where the cute Ferris wheel and all this stuff was?
Right. And it really was. So this girl that I'm talking to, she's like, how did you find this town? I'm like, I just Googled it, and it was like Brigga fucking Dune. Because it just rises.
Which I still don't understand because I've never
Brigga
seen
Dune is
it.
the little town in the mountains of Ireland that comes up once,
comes
or
in
Scotland.
the fog.
And it comes through the fog, and you find this beautiful place.
Oh, okay.
And
Got
this
it.
town is only there's a summer town. They close up shop.
Oh,
There's a
because you
little
were saying
town-
that the girls in the restaurant were like saying, "Oh, this is our last week," break, or they were doing
You'd
something.
only have like 4 more weeks of summer, and then the whole town shuts down like September 1st or September 5th. But like it all goes away. Like the carnival goes away, the pier goes away. Everybody just shuts down, and they go to. There's a town inland called Saco that's like, or Saco, that's maybe like a quarter mile in. But nobody stays on the beach because the winters are too harsh. And it was just.
It looks so cute.
It was so like it was the way back. It was seriously 1982 summer of French movie of my childhood. With like an arcade and like everybody, all the people at the arcade, because when I went there at
That's
first,
where you had the Ferris wheel. The
yeah,
picture
it
of
was
all
like
those
4 in the
beautiful-
afternoon,
Yeah.
and I was clearly between crowds. Like the nighttime crowd wasn't there yet. The day crowd had gone to take their little naps. So it was just the workers at the arcade and me, and I'm walking through this
You're like,
empty.
why don't you leave, sir?
No, but no. Why don't you play something? Because they're all ready to work, but they're holding like big stuffed animals of like, you know what I mean? And
I
they're,
love
but they're
it.
all talking about like their summer, and everyone's dating, and everyone's like, it was the most. And I was trying to describe it to Harrison through text, and I just couldn't do it because
Some things need words.
It just seemed like they were very like. I guess the middle class of America has disappeared completely because I had to find a Canadian middle class. Like they were just like the people that I grew up with. Like they were like hard. They looked like just normal people. No one was like stupidly beautiful. No $9 million sunglasses. No one was selling shit on the beach. It was just really average people. 80-year-olds were in the water. 4-year-olds in the water. Like seriously, old people were in the water.
It's really cute, and I found this this picture here, which was like a overview of the town with the little dock in the middle, and it's tiny.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it is really
That's
tiny,
and it closes
tiny,
up. Like
tiny.
it disappears, and
Yeah.
they all said that. Like, but and it was lovely. And then the last day it was just so fucking hot that don't judge me. I went to a movie. I was sightseeing in Portland, and I was walking around, and it was like
I
so
hung out
hot.
in
that
my
I'm like,
hotel room in London because I was just
One
so
of my
over
favorite
vacation.
things, and I told you this the other day when I saw you after you came back, one of my favorite things about that entire post in regard to that beach was that you said for a moment the change in your pocket was from your father for arcade games or something. I forget what it was you put.
Yeah,
it was so cute.
It really was. It was just such a like when I was walking around that empty. It was an empty amusement park arcade. With like all the rides ready
Richard,
to go.
oh, because Canadians aren't normal, Al, huh?
No, but they're not. It's not. You don't find that you just don't find that in America anymore. Anybody that's in. Hey, buddy.
Hi, ladies, and Marty.
Hi, buddy, I have something for you, and you can fuck off.
Buddy Early is in the chat
welcome.
room.
Yeah. But anyways, it's just like when you go to a beach town anymore, like the people at beach towns are like have been like at the gym for 17 years and
right,
like
no.
worked out, and they're worried about their beaches.
That's
they're
LA.
worried about their tans. No, it was P Town, and it's
Oh,
like
that- no, you're
you know
right,
what I mean?
no,
Every
right.
time you go to somewhere on a
yeah.
beach, like it's all these like people pretending to be something they're not. Right.
Yeah.
And these
By-
were just average people
enjoying a beach.
bathing suits, and like there was not anybody sitting there like on a chair tanning. They were in the fucking water because it was hot.
Yeah.
So I'm not kidding you. There was like 80-year-olds with their grandkids, and like every single
That's
person
really
was like
fun.
there was kite flying, and like I felt
love
like it was
it.
1982. Like this kind of world doesn't exist
Now,
anymore.
one of the questions I want
and
to
I keep
ask you.
describing it wrong because everyone's like, I don't even know what you're talking about anymore. Like you guys have no, like, and that's why I keep
And
saying
they should
like,
not, we've gone there.
like everyone just keeps saying like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like you don't even remember anymore what normal people.
Now, I only
look
saw
like.
I only saw a couple postings that you said of this, but last year you spent half of your vacation with Armistead Maupin, who wrote
Oh, no,
the
we were still
stories, Tales
following
from the
each
City.
other around.
Now, how many interactions or sightings
Yeah.
of him did you
Did
have?
you guys hang
Daily.
out?
We did.
Daily?
Daily. And then if I didn't actually see him, somebody would take a picture. And because our house was right behind Spiritus Pizza, which is it's not the best pizza in P-Town, but it's the pizza place where everybody goes after the bars close. So it turns
Okay.
into like the hangout
Right.
at like
Oh
1
my
to
God,
2
I want
a.m.
pizza.
And but he
man.
had lunch there just about every day. So everybody that was coming over for their coffee adventure in the morning would take the picture of Armistead Maupin and his very attractive husband. His husband is very attractive, but he was nice. I actually talked to him once because he was doing a book.
Did he
reading.
remember you from the previous sightings?
I'm not sure, and I didn't want to ask him like, "Are you as terrified of me as I am of you?" But so it was fun. But this time it wasn't so much about like new places and stuff like that. It was just about like being with friends, and it was kind of like falling in love with friends instead of just falling in love with little towns because
Oh, sell
I'd
that.
seen all that
Sell
shit.
that. How are you
love
going to
it.
sell it?
Before we move on to headlines
Yes.
or Clayton,
Well-
our big champion winner, Sean, just tuned in. So
Oh, hey, Sean Nadal.
Congratulations again to Sean
we
on
were
your
talking.
win.
We were talking about your win and the potential
Way to
for
go,
a
Al.
three-peat. Which, by the way, you can't use that because It was actually copyrighted years ago by Pat Riley, who used to coach the
Chicago Bulls.
Was it really?
The Bulls back when they did a three-peat years ago.
Pat Riley, would that be the Lakers?
Pat Riley was the
Was it Lakers?
The Lakers.
I thought it was the Bulls.
No,
I mean,
that
the Bulls.
was
He moved, but anyway. But Pat Riley is the one who actually copyrighted the phrase three-peat. So, just let you know.
But everybody used it because the Chicago Bulls are where I heard
Then maybe
it from.
it got rather lax.
Coach then went to the
No,
Lakers.
it was Pat Riley. Miami Heat.
Miami Heat.
and I'm
Okay,
so-
it was the wrong team.
Oh, I didn't realize he was ever with the Heat.
Yeah.
Because I pay so much goddamn attention.
But you knew Pat Riley. So
I know.
That's
I
good.
thought- I
Only
thought
because
the Heat
my
was a
mom
newer
beat
team.
my head like we're watching basketball on television when I was at home.
That's good.
You will understand. No, she never did that.
And I got to tell you, until LeBron, I never heard of the Miami Heat.
I've heard of the Heat in Miami, but that's totally different.
And I've been there to experience that bullshit.
It is a quarter to the hour. We have a lot coming up. We spent 45 minutes talking about all kinds of bullshit. But at this point, well, I've just been busy. Work's coming up. I'm going to Atlanta. We did Dancing with the Bars. We talked about that. Welcome. We're back. It's the show with Clayton McKee on Q Talk America. I'm here with Katie June, Marnie Ryer, Al Perkins, and you. You're listening, and we thank you for doing so. We'll be back in just mere moments right here on Q Talk America.
You're listening to Q Talk America.
What's this? It's a 30-second dance break.
This is the Q Talk America Radio Network.
I always hate it when I hit it and miss a cue, but hello, this is the headline segment of the program. This is Q Talk America, stories that mostly are true, and we're going to try to make it through without fucking all this up. We may make it, we may not.
Don't fuck it up.
Man is arrested after he taunts police on Facebook.
Castrating hogs for minimum wage.
Man mistakenly posts himself naked in an online advertisement.
The Candy Clan can.
Oh, Sarah Palin starts an online subscription news channel.
Masturbation lightning.
Man sends his wife a spreadsheet of her sex excuses.
Tears of a true fucking clown.
And a 1926 sex manual fails a man. This and more.
I love it. May I just?
What do you need to do?
Before headline, can we just hand some things out quickly in case Buddy runs away? But it's something for Mr. Early.
Well, how is he going to have it here?
Oh, he doesn't get any of it.
Oh, shit.
Fucker doesn't join us anymore, so.
Well, he has a job. Well, we have all.
Whatever.
Allegedly.
I'm sorry, we all have jobs, but our jobs are in the daytime. Well, actually, Al's is just off today. What the fuck are you doing, Marnie?
Oh, God. I don't know what's going on with that shit.
You know the fried chicken Oreos was a fake. That was a lie.
But that's why I think that's where the watermelon's leading.
Well, kind of.
Katie, I'm not sure what's going on. Did you just wash your hair today?
Katie.
What's going on with your hair?
I did.
Okay, good. I'm glad you washed it.
Yep, got a lot going on.
See, I'm
You
gonna
go on your
change.
first headline.
Gotta change this shot here. Let's go back to this shot. Oh, I gotta take that off.
Go ahead.
God,
with
I'm
your first
fucking
headline.
stuff up
Cunt.
right and
I
left.
know.
That deserves a cut.
We're all trying to lose. Everybody's trying to be healthier, and this cunt shows up with double
thanks,
stuff.
Well, she's doing a juice cleanse, and Marnie's left the studio. Okay, do you want me to start with
Yeah,
my...
start.
Okay, well, here we go. A 1926 sex manual found in Arizona was returned to the New York City Library 54 years late after it apparently failed to save a marriage, according to a video online. The book entitled The book entitled Ideal Marriage by apparently a guy named T.H. Van Velde, MD, was supposed to be handed back to the library way back in 1959. The man who checked it out has since died. It wasn't until an in-law was
From bad sex.
sorting through his belongings in Arizona that it turned up. When it was sent back to the library, it came with a note from a, quote, shocked in-law that read, "We found this book amongst my late brother-in-law's things. Funny thing is, the book didn't support his efforts with his first and only marriage. It failed. No wonder he hid the book. So sorry for its late return." The book, however, was on a 2-week loan back in the 50s when he checked the book out. That's so funny.
That is fantastic.
I think that's good. If you find a book, just send it back to the library. But they showed a picture online. You can
This
Google.
didn't work.
It shows the inside flap of the book where the card would be, and it showed like the checkout date was like 1959. I think that's kind of funny.
Oh, and my Debbie's been listening. She just
Your sister
Hi.
Debbie? Hi, Deb.
she went to beach. They understand because I had people when I was telling them the beach experience. Not to go back to that, but I was telling them like actual people
You missed
that they saw. Ugh.
Oh, candy corn.
Candy corn.
Candy corn.
No, not candy corn Oreos.
Different.
Though. Ask Buddy.
Different.
These are the shit.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, this is real.
So so here's the deal.
To warm those up.
Because the fried chicken.
Molly loves when we eat and talk.
I know, right? Because the fried chicken Oreos are not real,
Can we
we
go
have
on?
fried chicken. And then we have the Oreos because, I got to put that shit together.
You have
The
any sauce?
watermelon just seemed to kind of go hand in hand with
fried chicken and Oreos?
Well,
Yeah.
so maybe it's
Well,
a little
unintentionally
unintentional
racist.
racism.
Yeah.
But
But coming up a little later
Yeah.
in crime scene footage, our critically acclaimed
Exactly.
segment, this all may relate.
it all works out
This
real
all
fucking
may
well.
relate, yeah.
Now, the other pieces, I have that watermelon there because I brought watermelon vodka. And
my
so
God.
we can make watermelon slushies.
Nothing
But that's all.
about this. There's no
You guys want
racism.
to try
juice.
this really delicious
No.
green supreme?
Well, it's not like you sent me
No,
a text.
because I need to spend the rest of the show sitting here running this, not in the bathroom, because I have a feeling that that's a
Goes right through you.
yeah. You endanger Molly because you're
Just
Run-
to let you know
Molly,
if you're
you're
a juice
a
cleanse.
it'll run like
That's really like 8 portions.
it runs through you like a Japanese bullet
Yeah.
train.
I have 6 of these.
All right.
You
realize
I
that your
apologize,
insides
but
will be
before
outside
Buddy
of you.
ran away, I had to let him know that
All right.
I still think of him often.
And we all
so,
think of Buddy. Thank you,
know,
Buddy.
Thank
All right.
you for that.
Continue on with your.
So you guys eat whatever. There's macaroni and cheese stuff there. too.
Oh my God! There's mac. What are you? What's? You need to drink. You need water. This
Are
is
Are you
water.
okay?
It's the buffalo sauce that gives me the hiccups.
Oh, I hate buffalo sauce.
Oh, it's like a creamy buffalo. I got
Molly's
you
gonna
barbecue.
love it.
Molly,
I think
you're
you
a
do
danger
want the
girl.
honey
Molly,
barbecue.
you are.
Oh, I like,
danger
no, I'm
girl.
Yeah.
doing the
This
yeah.
stuff is fucking nominal.
Is it good? Okay.
But it gives me the hiccups.
Does it always give you hiccups? Does buffalo
No,
sauce?
certain spices, if you get the right spice in there, gives me
Ooh,
the
that's
hiccups.
real good.
And you also have an audio a
do
tick.
fast
So if
food
somebody
stuff.
sings a certain song, you have an audio epileptic thing, right?
Yep.
Or if people say Pippin.
Yeah, that's a seizure protest.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
We've got
All right.
magic. Ugh.
To do.
Are we moving along?
Yes, continue on. I've already done my
Well,
first one.
I'm going to need a little bit of help. I know you'll know the button down there to reach for to play about
She means for clitoris.
castrating hogs. You leave everything out of this below the belt.
Oh wait, are we playing that clip?
Only because this woman is too much about the minimum wage is appropriate for Iowa. And apparently castrating hogs for minimum wage is what she's looking at.
I don't know why I can't. So for some reason, this.
For that Joni Ernst.
No, I know, but I have it called castrating hogs, and for
Got
some
it.
reason it won't find it. I
Well,
don't-
basically,
really
the the Democratic nominee released a new ad campaign Tuesday highlighting this Joni Ernst opposition to increasing minimum wage. Senator Ernst claims that Iowans are best off with their state's paltry $7.25 an hour minimum. She says, unlike the 65% of her fellow Iowans that support an increase in the minimum wage, Ernst responded in the negative, explaining, I do not support a federal minimum wage. Every state has a different economy, different cost of living. I don't believe that's the role of the federal government. How very Republican of her. It has a video of her talking about the fact that the current minimum wage is completely appropriate for Iowa. She is also the one, if you guys
It's what I think of
remember-
Iowa.
I know, right?
$7.25 seems to go along with my views.
She's just ridiculous, and she knows firsthand that it can be done because that's how she grew up. She says, I grew up castrating hogs on an Iowa farm, so in Washington, I'll know how to cut the pork. Do you remember when we played that?
Yeah.
right.
That's what he was looking
And
for.
unfortunately, that audio clip was lost with my technical issues.
And
that were-
mercifully so.
But that
was kind of the sound.
That was one of the
I know a lot
funniest.
about cutting the pork,
That was one of the funniest.
I used to
stupidest
castrate
things.
pigs.
so I can cut the pork in Washington.
She can cut that pork in Washington, but so apparently $7.25 an hour. She thinks that that's
Perfectly acceptable.
necessary for Iowans to just remain.
$300 a week is perfectly manageable.
It'll be $15,000 annually.
Yep.
for a 40-hour week job. Just
Sure.
ridiculous.
Oh, my
She's a
God.
You
cunt.
can take a nice vacation.
Yeah.
You know,
She's a cunt.
you know the
Down to the KFC. Kids, we're going on vacation.
boneless. The crime.
They're boneless for you, you know.
Crime is often committed by. Well, thank you for that.
You're
I do
welcome.
enjoy a
Yeah.
boneless.
He might never know because I ate them.
Not all of them.
No, but I'd put them out of my
I
reach
only
fast.
got 10 so that she
I'm
couldn't
living on nuts,
complain, and
people.
she
I'm
still
living on
complained.
I will put those fucking Oreos in this barbecue sauce. Mark my word.
Don't
Criminals,
you dare me.
criminals aren't the smartest people, you know. A man trying to outsmart cops in Maryland actually helped lead law enforcement right to him. It all started with the police department's Facebook page because, you know, social media outreaches to everybody. Well, the county police, T.J. Smith says, well, we figured we'd profile a couple of our wanted people that we haven't been able to track down on our Facebook page. It's called Wanted Wednesday. You know, they have, some people have Throwback Thursday.
How clever.
Yeah, so they call it Wanted Wednesday. They post a new online initiative it's called Anne Arundel County. Up there in Maryland. We figured we'd use our social media community, help us identify them, and then some people might see themselves and or see somebody they know and turn themselves in. Well, what the department didn't expect was what happened this past Wednesday when Roger Ireland saw his face pop up on the screen. Instead of keeping silent, well, he decided, well, I'm just going to chime in to the comments. Well, that probably...
I'm a communist.
Not the smartest thing to do. He commented on his own picture. Probably wasn't the smartest idea for him to do. I would have done anything like this, said the county resident. He posted taunted police proclaiming that they could not ever catch him.
That's awesome.
At least one person made the connection, posting, wait, what? Isn't that him right above my comment? Well, we sent it over to some investigators, and their intelligence department said, hey, you guys try to track him down. Well, guess what? They ran a license and figured out what car he drives.
Oh, my God.
Then police were able to locate Ireland right after conducting a traffic stop on the vehicle he was riding in just 24 hours after. I wouldn't call it the best practice if you're trying to elude the police, but we're really glad that he did it. Anybody else that's trying to elude us, we hope that you comment on our Facebook page and let us know exactly where you are at all times.
Yes.
I'm going to my longitude and latitude. Just be more helpful.
Favorite
And by the way,
dumb
if you're
criminal.
posting
You'll never find me.
if you're posting it, the funny thing is, if you're posting and if you don't have your settings correct on your phone,
Yeah.
it also tells them exactly where you are.
Yes.
So if you're home and you do this posting, it tells you exactly where you are.
That is
and
awesome.
if we've learned nothing from the TV shows of the last 2 years, is that you have to destroy that fucking phone. Like everybody
Seriously,
on TV
they can
shows,
find you. That's
they
right.
just have unlimited resources to buy telephones because every episode of every show, they throw their phone out the window, step on
Sure,
it, break it,
that's
and the
right.
next episode, they have a whole new phone with all their contacts intact. I don't know how they do it.
They do that.
Like-
Yeah, I know. They have to back
Aside
those
from
up.
on my favorite show, The Following, aside from emptying the colostomy bags from all the horrific stomach wounds they've suffered, they also have to spend half their day in the line at Apple Store buying a new fucking cell phone for the one they
Sure.
just threw out the window the night before in a snowstorm.
It's a long line.
Drives me batshit.
Do you have a quick one?
I do. It has
Go.
to do with masturbation.
Well,
There's
yeah,
nothing more
that'd
Tell
be,
us about
Disgusting.
masturbation,
that'd be
Marnie.
quick.
There's nothing more disgusting than the thought of a teenage girl touching herself.
Oh,
Depend-
God,
Well,
I
hey.
saw this.
Well, nature agrees to.
writing
Jennifer
this?
Conley of Hoagland, Nebraska, was struck by lightning this past Tuesday while masturbating outside behind a tree.
You'll go blind or you'll be struck by lightning.
We don't let our
I hope
kids
she came
masturbate
right
in the
then.
home for this very reason. So I guess she had to sneak outside to embarrass herself. According to the medical experts, the moisture between her genitals
Shut-
and her fingertips served as a conductor and caused a lot of damage to nerve endings. And there's a good chance she will not regain feeling in either. She's lucky. She is lucky to have only been using 2 fingers at the time. It could have been much worse. The pediatric nurse responded.
The pediatric
Right
nurse.
now, I think she's just embarrassed that she could have had, or that she had to learn the lesson the hard way. It's the most deadly sin.
That's not the hard way, honey.
And
Those are your
children
fingers.
need to be protected from the temptation. Yes, Stop Masturbation Now is a fake website. That is true. So that is a fake story. But what is worse, as I pass this around, would be the Papoose Cross and Arm Immobilizer that work together to safely secure a self-raping child,
Oh, yeah.
is what they call
The
it.
anti-masturbation cross. Crucify your child so they won't touch themselves and
Now-
accidentally be hit by lightning.
This is almost as bad as that inter-office masturbation
anti-masturbation
tent.
straitjacket.
Come on, this isn't
How happy
real, Marn.
does she look?
Why do they let people make this?
Marnie,
Now,
this isn't
She's
real.
only going to be happy till she finds out all her other friends have had orgasms. And she's been
Now-
staring at my pretty pony.
This The person who set this website up,
I'm surprised that didn't spell STRAIGHT.
xchristian.net, says that this is a case of Poe's Law, definitely fake. I wouldn't have put it in the humor section if it were real. Here you go. Some of them are indeed as crazy as this, but if you go to the site I linked to, it's more obvious that it's parody. That said, I've seen the image around a bit with very real comments requesting for a link to purchase these items.
Oh,
The anti-masturbation cross.
While
God.
the site itself is parody, the crazy it
That's
is
wrong. I didn't
making
want to touch
fun
it.
of
It's
is
bad.
and the thing is, the crazy it's making fun of is very real and sadly not exaggerated.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. No, not at all.
I just hope that when the little girl
roared.
got hit by lightning is when she came. Like,
Right. Woo! Oh, that's what it's all about.
Keep
God
their
damn.
keep their hands off
And
their
I
dangerous
know I'll never
sin
love this
zones.
way again.
yeah, I know I'll never love
love
this again.
this way
For the
again.
rest of her life, every man that fucks her has to compete with lightning.
Son of a bitch! Jesus Christ, and I mean it.
Trust me, I didn't come yet. Trust me.
Yeah, you'll know.
Can we get solar panels?
Just be careful of your dangerous sin zones, I think is really what it's all about.
I have so
I'm
many.
careful of mine.
I think that double stuffed Oreo bag's gonna be a sin zone in a minute.
It is the end of hour one. That means
Avert your eyes, Molly. You in danger, girl.
the beginning of hour two coming up right after this. We have more headlines. Al's going to give us our drinking word. Oh, and after headlines, don't forget it's our Studio C players reenacting 911 calls.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
You've been listening to the show on Q Talk America. This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's the show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Oh my God, good evening, everybody. It is a little past 8 o'clock in Phoenix, Arizona. I am Clayton McKee sitting alongside. Well, don't wave yet. I haven't got this shot change over.
Oh.
Now you can wave at your perspective camera. I'm sitting alongside Marnie Ryer, Katie June, Al Perkins. We round out the cast of Q Talk America's The Show with Clayton McKee. That is me. We are here every Tuesday night, except the nights we're not.
Oh, there's that.
Once again, we are not here next Tuesday night. That is the 5th of August. But we will return immediately the next week and continue on as long as we can.
As long as we can.
We and honestly, we love it. The outpouring of we've had so many emails and people messaging us wanting to know where we are, how they missed the show. Somebody even messaged us last week listening to a rerun and thought we were topical and was emailing us responses to questions we were asking during the show.
Oh man.
But hey, that shows the quality of our pre-recorded
The
shows.
timelessness of the entertainment.
Oh, we are timeless.
Fried chicken Oreos, I'm telling you.
If
you
nothing
gotta get
else,
it.
we are timeless. However, it is the beginning of hour two, and what does that mean? What does that mean? It means it's time for our drinking disclaimer so that we can legally continue on with this and not be reprimanded by anything. So let's do the drinking disclaimer, and Al Perkins read it now.
And now, a drink along. We dare you to stay awake during this royalty-free music and to play a drinking game with us. If you are currently or soon to be driving a car, you cannot play. If you are presently the primary caregiver for children and or the elderly, you may desperately want to play, but no. If you are listening from a rehab facility, you are disqualified because you already hit bottom. And that means you already won this game at least once. If playing this game is in any way illegal for you, put the bottle down and make better life choices. There is no good in your goodbye, and there is no lifeguard on duty, so you will be swimming at your own risk. Tell your lawyer to take the fucking day off. You can't sue us. We warned you. Good luck.
Well, this drinking word has so many different things going on at the same time.
Okay.
Back in the 80s, there was a parade that I was sitting outside of and staring at, I'm going to say a Cosmopolitan magazine, or maybe it was a Vogue, and the cover had Cher on it, and when you opened up
Shocking.
to the story of Cher, it had a quote that said, "She has the most delightfully pointed head I've ever seen," exclaimed Diana Freeland upon first sighting Cher. And I was drunk enough that has stuck with me since like 1985, 86.
Have you Googled that line to see if it comes up at all?
It does.
Okay.
Diana Freeland really did tell her to take advantage of the fact that she has the most delightfully pointed head she'd ever seen. And she exclaimed it. So the funny thing is we carried that stupid magazine around like a Bible, my friends Jim and Greg and I.
Of course you did.
Because it had Cher on the front of it, but then it said très cher, which was like very cher or very expensive in French. So then we're sitting there drinking with our magazine in front of us, and a parade went by that we were not participating in. So we started yelling out like "Trey Cher," like the Cardinal of Buffalo was in the parade, and like. So that's what we did in P-Town. We sit at the end of the night, and we sit on the steps of the pizza place, and we do I call it a Trey Cher parade. And you're only allowed to say.
That's awesome.
You're only allowed to say positive things about people. So as like all of humanity passes, you can only do it in a few places because you have to have a seat like by a parade route, and then you just have to have like. People walk by and you just comment on like nice thing, people, fun shoes, great outfit, but nothing negative.
Yeah.
And we had a bipolar fuck mess with us that kept trying to bring us down, and we're like, nothing. You don't say anything negative.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
So that's our drinking word. Is Trey Cher.
Oh,
Trey Cher with the golf.
And isn't
So
that-
it either means very Cher, the gay icon, or very dear, or very expensive.
Or Cher the singer,
Right.
gay icon or singer. Is it TRES with the little line? That
Yes.
Trey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trey Cher.
Trey Cher.
That's our drinking word, Trey Cher.
And it made me laugh because it came up today. Something came up about Diana Freeland, and I'm like, I have to find out if that actually was a real quote. And so I quoted Diana Freeland Cher, and it came up that she told her, the colorfulness of the phrase of the most
Yes.
delightfully pointed head I'd ever seen.
Most delightful.
Exclaimed Diana Freeland upon first sighting Cher. I have that quote
so
down.
great. Yes, you do. That is funny.
That's
All
what
right.
you do with a memory like this.
So
and
Trey
Cher.
Trey Cher is our drinking word. If you have a beverage, which we
Trey
encourage
Cher,
you to do,
Al.
enjoy.
Thank you.
Enjoy it with us. I'm drinking Crown and Water. And Al, you've not made mention. Have you mentioned the wine?
I'm so sorry. This
Oh,
is my
and it really-
this is my absolute favorite. To
It is
taunt,
delicious.
the Katie
This
with.
week.
From the Hearst Vineyards, Hearst Ranch Winery. It's their Malbec. It's a 2010 from Paso Robles, but we get it up at Cambria. This is the cream of the fucking crop of the Central Coast.
Gotcha.
The white, the Rincon was really good, but this is the red. This is the Grand Dame of the whole
The
line.
Grand Dame.
Trey Cher, I said
Very
upon
Trey
first seeing
Cher.
it. Yeah, it's,
From home renovations to a
What the hell happened?
but it really is delicious. So if you can go to your local winery and see if they're pushing the Hearst Castle shit and get a bottle of this Malbec.
We could not get up there to get you that, but we have another lovely bottle for you. I didn't bring it because I figured that Aaron would want to be with me when we gave it
fun.
to you.
Well, that's good.
Lovely. Well, let's continue on with our headlines. We are drinking word Trey Cher. Anytime somebody uses that,
Oh, good night, Steven.
or even references.
night.
Oh, Stephen's gone. Bye. I'm still waiting for Louise. I'm still waiting for. I'm still waiting for Louise to send me a link. That's what I'm waiting for. Well, a Texas man hoping to sell his home made a very big mistake while posting an image of his home online. Well, apparently, if you live alone, there's a thing called naked time where you can walk freely at home. Nobody cares.
Yeah, most of the time.
In fact, that's one of the things that except when people come to your door, Katie. No, but I remember I still go
mailman, was
back
it?
to when a roommate, a
Jehovah's
former
Witness.
roommate that I had moved out of this house. I remember that Buddy Early posted, I think it was on MySpace back in the day, and it was like, well, enjoy all the naked time. So you run through the house, taking pictures, whatever. Well, apparently a Texas man, his home is in Austin, has a 5 bedrooms, cost of $389,000. When it came time for showing one of the 4 bathrooms, the home buyers really got an unsettling surprise online from the pictures that the man had posted. This fellow didn't realize that while taking photos
He was in the mirrors.
in the home, he was seen standing in the middle of a mirror without any clothes on. Apparently, he didn't even notice his own reflection before uploading the photos. At least you can't see that poor man's face in the photo, but you can see everything else. The photo has made the rounds on the internet before it was removed from the original site it was posted on, but you can rest assured because it was online, somebody saved it, and it will forever live on Facebook.
Infamy.
And not naked,
That's
but
awesome.
everybody's made that mistake. And not with the nudity, but everybody's made that mistake where you don't realize that you're in the mirror of a picture or you're in the reflection of a glass. And it's always crazy. And there's a picture I posted from that restaurant, Hanny's downtown. that has the thing that's right out of Hannibal.
Oh,
The
yeah,
kind
I
of-
saw that you posted
Kind
that.
of Indian jeweled,
Yeah.
horned woman.
It's crazy.
That looks like
Indian
she's been
jeweled.
murdered.
Baby
It
faces.
looks like she's being made up in like a Bollywood kind of.
But it's got those little plastic baby faces all over.
No, that's downstairs. The baby faces are downstairs.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is the center.
You've got the cutest
Yeah, I know which one you're
little
talking about.
baby face.
I'm thinking of the baby faces.
it's a
The baby
mannequin,
faces
like-
has haunted me.
Oh yeah, then that
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
But then that like it wasn't until I'd seen the picture like 40 times that I realized that Kevin is in the reflection of the picture, which makes it even creepier.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Oh, I
But I
didn't
just
see
saw that.
Yeah,
Posted, yeah.
So I mean,
I would have to look closer
I
at
really
that.
had to look at it quite a few times.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Marty,
So,
continue on.
The Candy Clan can.
The Candy Clan can.
The Candy Clan can.
One eye.
Sprinkles it with love and makes the world taste good.
Well, apparently in Seneca, South Carolina, the KKK is recruiting new members
That's the candy.
with
man.
candy.
Atta
With
girl.
candy. Residents in
Better
one
keep those
community,
numbers up.
they say that they woke up to find bags of candy and messages from the Klan. Peppermints and Smarties they were.
Well,
That's
at
what
least it
they're
was white
using.
people candy.
Well, duh. They were dropped in the
It was white
driveways.
people candy.
As the person opened it up, one of the residents, they realized just what it was. They read the flyer and read it off. It said, "Save our land, enjoy the Klan." Come on, with some Smarties and peppermint candy. Anyway, oddly, in this neighborhood, there are mixed racial marriages, some minorities. She said her neighbors were even ashamed that when she thought that what she thought was a thing of the past still exists. You know, the Robert Jones, the Imperial, what is it?
Grand Poobah.
No, well, that's what I
Imperial
always call it.
Wizard.
But I've never
Yeah,
seen
It's
this.
Imperial
one.
Wizard. Wizardry.
It's called a.
Sorry I'm late.
Oh
my
Oh, I got you beat.
Buddy, I had water.
No,
I
there's-
looked for
there's fried
watermelon
chicken.
ones.
Clear out your space.
Oh, well,
Damn it all to hell.
well,
Do you
I've
have
just
more
never been more
Oreos?
happy.
Son of a
I was
bitch.
going
This
to get
juice fat.
watermelon, but they
Just
didn't have them.
Kill it now.
It cost $150. I have to do it.
What does?
This
Ew.
goddamn juice fast
Here, let's rinse
with
them.
all of these delights in front of
Well,
me.
I have,
you need to know better people. I know she's got her own bar station. Put it over by the cunt mugs.
Going.
Katie, would you grab that set of
sir.
headphones?
Well, this
right
just
there?
makes me
This
so
first one here.
The gray one, yes, those. Hand those.
Well, we
across.
have a new visitor and an old first-time listener, long-time caller.
Oh well.
Hang on, I've got to change the shot right
this
quick
is
so people can see
happiness.
him.
Just, I can't even
And-
He's not going to cut into my time, is he?
I'm prepared to.
before
Maybe.
he cozies up.
Before, for those
it
of
on?
you who have been longtime listeners since the beginning, almost over 2 years ago, we originally started the show with Marnie, Buddy, Al, and myself. And Buddy early had to take some time off because he has what's called a job. No, the other headphones.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm not.
Because I don't think those are even on.
Those are muffs.
Yeah. We'll swap the
just
headphones.
for
Now,
looks.
can you hear? Yeah, are you hearing or no?
Not through the
Oh, wait.
headphones.
There's that. What number? Hang
Should we say something to see if it helps?
Hang on.
Oh, no. Are you guys hearing? Oh, there. Hey! Well, I came bearing
Welcome.
gifts. I see that we have Oreos, but
Yeah. Oh,
Oh man.
I couldn't find the fried chicken Oreo. You think I've never done this? I'm like,
They don't-
well, you know. But I did find the limeade.
Oh nice.
Those are filthy fuckers.
I had
Oh,
not
have you
seen
tried them?
those.
Oh, I figured they would probably taste like syphilis or something.
I love it.
I did bring peanut butter cup.
peanut butter
oh,
Well
those are
played.
fantastic.
Bitch!
I've
And
never
some
tried
milk for
those. Like
whoever
she's
needs
ready
it.
to
I didn't
kill all of
realize.
them.
Poor Katie, she's on a juice cleanse. She's fucked this
Oh,
week.
honey, there's not a juice cleanse in the
you
world that
didn't.
can't
I
enjoy
brought
one
in
peanut
Kentucky
butter.
Fried
They're really-
Chicken.
I feel so good on my juice cleanse. I'm gonna just be.
What if you die on the way home and never know what a peanut butter Oreo tastes
I'm
like?
gonna
And
be
then, of
really
course-
sad about it.
If she dies on the way home, you have to be back next in 2 weeks, buddy.
I get her salary.
Priorities.
Yes,
Priorities.
She makes just as much as you did here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, evil fuck.
So, by the way, buddy, I don't know if you knew this. So there you are, buddy. You can see we're all live. So there's a camera shot with Buddy in it as
Very
well.
cool.
They can hear you. They can see
Oh,
you.
how fun!
So here we are, back all together here in
Finger
the old.
licking Oreos.
Thank you, buddy, for stopping
my
by.
God.
What do you need?
Have you guys ever noticed the death?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We've talked
Yeah, we're
about
gonna talk
it.
about
My
it this-
name is on there.
Yeah,
Oh,
we,
yeah, yeah.
we
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about it
You're
every
on there.
couple weeks. We bring it up.
Every couple of weeks, Al goes, "Now, how did that get on there? How did I miss
How
that?"
did
And
Buddy
then we
Early
go
get on
back.
there? And we didn't have James
we
Garner there. We
rewind
missed that.
Am I gonna
I did. Yes, we did, and we
Die.
took him off.
You're gonna die.
from
No,
these limeade
I would never
Oreos?
put anything that had lime in my mouth, so I've never tasted them.
Don't
Clayton.
tell me they're awful, even though I know they probably
But you went right to syphilis.
Are you trying to wait?
I went to gonorrhea because of
Yeah,
the
but
green.
that was the.
Are you telling me you've never had a Mexican in your mouth? They've had limes.
Whoa.
They have, but not
That's
recently.
true.
I like to keep a two-day window between lime and me.
And scurvy.
I'm going to be the guinea
Either that or
pig.
you got to pull out.
Yeah,
Go for
I
it.
mean, it looks
for
fun.
it.
Looks very festive.
They're green and everything.
You may think it's funny, but it's really green and
You
runny.
eat
diarrhea.
Oreos funny.
What do you think, buddy?
They're not horrible, but they're...
But
Sell it.
There's no
Sell
point
it.
to that, right?
Have you had some lime sherbet, maybe?
Ooh, I like lime sherbet.
Oh.
Maybe.
Sherbet?
Sherbet.
I think we may have just had a
Maybe.
we may have just had a cast change in the upcoming critically acclaimed segment of crime scene footage that we're going to be doing.
Well, I think Buddy earlier is much more trained to be a man than
No,
I am.
no, I think Buddy's going to be one of the sheriff's dispatchers.
Oh, all right.
You're still going to be man.
God damn it.
Okay, just saying.
I got to review that
Funny.
penis thing again.
I
What's that
don't
look
even.
like?
I don't know where I lost you. I had to do some things and.
Well, Al
things
is bogarting the peanut butter.
Bogarting.
Oreos,
Fuck yeah.
but
I'm trying to
fucking-
save Katie.
That's true. Keep them far, far away.
I don't have anything but mac and cheese. Do I need something? God, I'm gonna have to make a cocktail too. I'm not eating.
We don't want you
watermelon?
to have anything besides mac and cheese.
God, good. Okay. Wow, this show just went up by points and measures. Who's Kevin? Kevin messaged me on Facebook. What's? Oh, never mind.
You want a cup?
Got it. There's a.
Fucking A.
I'm
Very
talking
busy.
to Kelly on text because she's the only person that knows what I'm going through.
Oh yeah.
I'm sitting-
I'm over here miming to Marnie because I'm like, oh, I don't want to talk over somebody.
Don't worry, I'm here.
We don't do crosstalk. Do you still do that?
Oh, yeah.
It's called the entire fucking show.
Are you finished?
yeah.
May I speak?
Just
We don't do that.
yeah, that's something we
may
do.
I just?
Are you done with the? Are you on it?
The last thing, because
Continue on.
The funniest part of the Candy Clan is that they say it's the Imperial
Give me Gagana.
CLALIFF.
Okay.
Wait, what is it? See,
Like Clayliff? Queef.
Cliff Clavin?
Cunt.
Cliff Clavin?
He's the
Sure.
Imperial
Cliven
cunt.
Bundy?
Anyway,
They're all
alive.
synonyms.
he says, I mean,
Not
we
sure.
can't tell who lives in the house that we're throwing the candy to. The candy that says "Save our land and join the clan."
yeah, save it.
Sending
Smarties
candy out.
and
It's all about
Skittles.
branding.
They
Yeah,
just
right.
need a
In the-
hashtag.
He says
Taste-
we can't tell whether they're black,
Hashtag
or white,
clan.
Mexican, gay. We can't tell that.
Taste the rainbow.
Not at the clan. That's all vanilla girls.
No, that's all vanilla. He says he wants to be clear. They are not a hate group. They are
No.
a civil
And they are
rights
so conflicted on
organization.
circumcision.
Is that right?
Well, yeah, because it's really a Jewish tradition, but it's also an American tradition. So
Do they
with-
really? I
what to
didn't
do
know.
with the penis is the whole Clan 101 rally.
I
You know
think
what I
they
mean?
just sit around and suck each other off.
There, well,
probably.
there you go.
Likely.
I gotta tell
Can
you,
we say that?
Of course. We're still not
whatever you
regulated.
want.
I honest to God try to avoid hate groups, but if they were putting peanut butter Oreos on my door, I might read through the memo.
Where is the watchtower?
I'm not saying I'd go to a meeting. I'm just saying.
Where is this
You
alleged
can accept
watchtower?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You
enjoy
can
the
accept it.
cookies.
Don't judge
I mean,
me.
for real. No.
Don't
no
you
judgment.
judge me.
No. Continue.
Because I'd be like Trey Share Clan. Trey Share on the cookie choice.
That's our drinking word.
You
Trey
just clap.
share.
Trey share.
Trey share.
Clap
yes.
it out.
Very share.
Enjoy the
By
cookies.
the way, buddy, if you need to, reach for any bell within your reach if you need to use it. Marnie's
can
is probably closest.
Okay.
Yeah,
We
but
can
no, Marnie's got a finger on her bell.
Leave my bell out of this.
Yes.
It's lightning.
might get
It's got lightning
by
and
lightning.
lightning.
Well, I'm
Good
sure.
shit, thank God she only used 2
Well,
fingers.
now that Buddy is here, I'm sure this story will be more relevant than ever. Our dear friend, Sarah Palin, she's cutting through the media filters to bring you her own internet channel now. Expectedly, the news was met with plenty of jokes on Twitter. And this is one of the tweets. Together, we'll cut through the sound bites and cut through the media's politically correct filter and things like Washington, D.C.'s crony capitalism, the former vice presidential nominee said in a video posted to Facebook on Sunday. We'll go around all that. Well, one piece tweeted to Sarah Palin, media filter means facts, dear. Another one,
She missed that memo.
yeah. Another said, I'm so excited for the Sarah Palin internet channel. No one with a life ever said. Late shows are going to be completely thankful for this. And one even tweeted the big Benghazi theory hashtag Palin TV show. Every late night show and their staff will be thankful to Miss Palin the morning after.
yeah.
Tweetos also pointed out that the cost of the subscription to Palin's internet channel is $9.95 a month.
Oh no, that's more than minimum wage.
That's more than that's true. That's
yeah,
true.
Joni Ernst, she's not going to
She
be
gotta
doing
pay
that.
it.
It's
She's
also
not castrating hogs.
It's also more than it's also more than a Netflix subscription.
That's an hour and 20. Oh my god! And you are not.
This?
I am sorry, Sarah Cunt Palin. You are not giving me what Netflix
No.
gives me.
It's up. It's live and
Now-
ready for members.
Now,
God,
one
she's
of the
horrible.
one of the tweets that went out said a subscription to Netflix, an infinite bank of TV and film, costs less per month than one to Sarah Palin's new septic tank of a channel.
But you have to
goodness.
Google. It's a speech in Colorado where they're accusing her of being either drunk or somehow altered. And I have never been able to make it through a whole 8-minute Sarah Palin speech.
Right.
It's a delight.
Oh, I can't wait.
Because
I'll do that.
oh,
Yeah.
it's the forgotten.
There's a Bristol blog
it's
on
the-
here too.
It's the
God.
Forgotten America. It's the Forgotten America speech, and everybody that's forgotten. And she gets to Benghazi about 4 minutes in, and you're just kind of you're giggling so hard at like whatever the hell is wrong with her.
Well, that's what they're calling her new show is the Big Benghazi Theory.
Yeah, but
Instead of the Big Bang Theory.
The absolute best thing of all is when she says, "God can't drive a parked car."
Neither can I.
And
What?
is that part of the Jesus takes the wheel metaphor that Jesus can't get it out of park, or I got to put it in reverse for Jesus? But it just
That
lands
backward
like
Himalaya
a turd.
thing.
I mean, it lands like a turd on the crowd because they're all cheering, and then she's like, "God can't drive a parked car."
Could somebody give me another cocktail?
Oh my
Now,
God!
in relation to this story, Palin says that the project is a, quote, news channel that's really a lot more than news, according to the video
like
posted
fiction,
on Facebook.
made up shit.
Just horse
She
shit.
said that you should expect to see behind-the-scenes footage from events and some fun stuff that goes on in
Oh,
a Palin
some
household.
Oh, I
Stuff.
love
Oh,
it when she has
that's a
fun
riot.
stuff.
I want to watch Todd chase a maid around the fucking house.
The male
trying
maid.
to get laid
Get up
by
your
something that's
skirt,
warm.
Todd.
Well,
inside.
here's a sample. She's making moose meat for dinner
Oh,
in
God.
one video.
Only using 2
1 minute,
fingers.
18 video.
And no lightning.
I have never seen one
And in
human
another
get
video-
more action out of a moose
Yeah.
than this
I
cunt.
don't wanna
In
see.
another video,
Oh.
she's gonna take a stand for Christmas.
I know.
So
that-
don't
Oh,
miss-
is she back on that?
Don't
Oh,
miss
God.
We're almost
that
ready for the war on
riveting-
Christmas
I-
season.
I-
God.
Don't miss
I'm
that riveting
usually a little
footage.
behind, but I'm ready for the war. I've been stocking up on.
God.
I know, I'm ready. And I say it every year because I love to stand outside of Fox News' studio.
Oh, I love it.
Halfway up Santa's ass and just laugh about the war on Christmas. I can't see you
fingers.
over the little drummer boy, the giant Christmas balls,
Pum fucking pum.
and the tree that's bigger than my house 4 times on top of each other. But Christmas must be dead.
Oh my
These are
God.
evil.
That tripped me
Yeah,
out, Cal.
I
She's
can
a cunt
imagine.
catastrophe. I
She's
like
hysterical.
it.
Catastrophe!
Now, I'm not sure,
Catastrophe.
Luis, do they have a war on Christmas where you're at?
I'm trying to find out.
Where is Luis?
He's in
Brazil.
Oh,
Sao
he sounds
Paulo.
nice.
He does.
Hey, Luis, have you
Back
noticed?
off, bitch. I've been single
I
longer
like-
than you. Maybe.
Yeah, probably. Well,
14 years.
we're about even.
Wow.
We're about even.
Well,
Got it.
Well, I'm so
This is
glad
like-
there's a blue ribbon winner in the room.
And the sad
This
thing is,
is
I've
a
heard from
mouthful of
both of my
Oreo.
exes in the past 2 days, and I'm not sure what the fuck is going on with that.
oh, that's
Oh, I
a
don't
lot.
talk to
love
anyone.
it.
I don't talk. I'm not one of those who.
One
talks
referenced something about Wham going on tour, and the other one was about an old Cadillac.
Oh.
I mean, 2 valid points.
And they're 2 definite reasons to get in touch with me. I always love in Torch Song Trilogy with the best thing I could ever say about him was when he left. He was gone. Like we,
Yeah, I still-
he's talking about an ex-lover. Forget it.
No, I understood that.
We've been away for too long.
No, what I'm saying
it's,
is,
it's the best thing we could ever say about an ex is when he was gone. He was
was
gone.
gone.
They're still there. They're hanging
I'll
around.
pretend you're dead.
Yes.
Not you. It was my traumatic reading.
Trey Share.
Thanks.
I need to make a beverage. You
I felt
gonna
very
tell
Cher.
a story?
I am.
Got it.
If you can hear Tears of a Clown
Yeah.
in your
Just like
head
Party
That
right
was
now.
the Wham song, wasn't it?
No,
I
wait,
don't
I'm
think so.
thinking
I don't
Here
think so.
Comes the Clowns.
No.
Send in the
Tears
clown.
of a clown.
When
right?
there's no
one around.
We don't have money for these
Yeah.
Oh,
royalties.
that's right.
You guys
No,
check it out.
I don't know
Anyway,
it.
so Tears
Smokey
of a
Robinson
Real
and the Miracles,
Clown.
one of the greatest songs ever written.
That Michelle Bachmann is a cunt. She is back. She is back.
Ugh.
Worse than ever. And
How is that possible?
she's calling immigrant children invaders and comparing them to rapists.
Oh my.
There was something. There's been a lot going on with Bachman recently, and I don't know. Something was a joke. I don't know if that's the one though, because there were a few things. I think the one where it says she should be Bachman allegedly said they should be in internment camps. That one was a joke.
Oh, that is not on here,
Okay,
and I
so-
did not hear that one.
Yeah, but that turned out to be like
It does
one of those-
sound
it
really
does.
reasonable
Like-
for
Well,
her
I
to
saw the headline,
say.
So I want to hear more from this catastrophe. Tell me
Yeah.
that opening sentence again.
Meow Cal, I think catastrophe was almost trademarked like last year. So, Michelle Bachmann derailed a discussion on Tuesday about the thousands of undocumented immigrants arriving in the U.S. from Central America by calling them invaders and linking them.
Yes, she
Did you say licking them?
Yeah,
I said
she
licking.
did.
She licked
I said
every one of
leaking,
them.
But that was wrong. To
That's
at
not
least
how that
one rape
works.
case
That's not
and
how
auto
that
accident.
works.
4 nationals have come into the United States, and they are, my heart is broken for a female college student in Minnesota who was raped, murdered, and mutilated by a foreign national. And we had a school bus full of kids in Minnesota. 4 children were killed on that school bus
Minnesota.
because of an illegal alien driving a van that went into the school bus. Unlike any other time that these odd
Any
things happen,
person
but,
could
you know.
drive a van into a school bus.
Anyway, she says, my tears are crying. Tears?
I almost wore milk. Molly, you in danger, girl.
What was that?
That's my new favorite.
My tears are crying.
My
Is what
tears
you-
are crying.
My tears are
was
crying.
Mine
That's
are
right.
too.
Tears of a
Super-
real fucking clown.
They're the tears of a clown.
My
Spit
tears
take.
They're
are
tears in
crying
heaven.
for
There
the
are
family
tears in heaven.
members who lost the 4 little children. But it's my tears are crying. That's just too much for me. We have foreign nationals who are coming across the border from countries like Yemen, Iran, and Iraq.
Jesus
Oh, yeah,
Christ.
they walk. You know what? Because of that new bridge, they walk. They
The
walk
bridge
right
to
up.
nowhere.
They walk
Yeah.
doily.
Doily?
Doily.
Doily?
Over the bridge.
Doily.
Oh my god,
Doily.
I'm so enjoying this preview right
I
now.
am too, because the video feed shows all of us doing doily walking. It's so much fun.
We're teaching people in other
Anyway.
countries new words.
She
Karen-
is,
means
she
doily.
is a lovely cunt fuck, but
Lovely cunt fuck. She's a catastrophe.
The other, she is a catastrophe. The other issue is the gays want to freely prey on little children sexually. Is her new deal, and
Naturally.
she may be running for president
was she-
in 2016.
Oh,
We just
I
came
would
out with
love
that
nothing
this week.
more.
I know.
Great.
I wait for that train
I
to reach the
would
station.
love-
But no, when she was
Should.
saying that the
I'm
gays
on
are going to
board
molest
that.
little children, was she talking? Was she whispering in her husband's ear?
Right.
No,
Honey,
no.
honey, don't-
Open,
don't
reopen
molest
the
little
goddamn
Is this
place.
something you guys are into,
Yeah.
babe?
How do you?
Yeah.
Could you dance
Little
for me,
kids.
please?
I know you never touch me. So
Who do you
Who
touch?
is it exactly?
I long for your caress, but I know you're targeting these immigrant children.
yeah,
Totally.
because
That are coming from
I
Yemen.
licked every one of them. I said that one's from
Oh,
Yemen.
no, only
I've
the
had
ones
that
from
taste in my
Yemen.
mouth before. That's Yemen.
I appreciate
That
it.
dish reminded me. I didn't get any of the
Trey
lime.
Sher.
Can I get a
Oh,
lime
yeah.
Oreo? I
You
didn't.
most certainly can.
I would like one
You
or
know
two.
what? Why not have them all?
It's
Why did
limeade.
you? Why did you open it like that?
Because
That's
he doesn't
the-
know how to eat fucking Oreos.
That's what this is
That's-
for.
I-
It says
Yeah.
lift.
That's new to me.
He was in
That's-
such a goddamn hurry to
Get
get
off
to
my
that
lawn!
Oreo.
I don't these newfangled ways to open Oreos. It's not
I'm
no.
gonna stack these on my other Oreos and
Now,
wait.
apparently she can't
Oh.
keep things. It's just too much, too soon. In February, she
Too
said
much,
that
too little, too late to ever try again.
Licking immigrants is
Trey
hard.
share.
She did
Ask
not think.
Clayton. Yeah.
She said that she didn't think the country was ready for a woman president. Guess she changed her mind, or maybe she just doesn't remember saying that, or maybe she's just a cunt.
No. Well, we're
Just for her.
Yeah.
Just her. Just, she's gonna be good at it.
Yeah.
No other
Is
woman. Because she
terrified.
hates feminism also. So
Well,
she
because
hates
she-
women, but just not herself as president.
Because she does have some very important things on her mind. That's why she might be forgetting, like
immigrant
her
children.
delusion that LGBT
she's a cock
people.
juggling thunder cunt.
Well played.
Oh, that
Well
was a
played.
good one.
Trey
Well
share,
played,
Richard. I'll give you a full-on Trey share.
Yes. Like her delusion
clap.
that we're trying to make it legal to rape children in the U.S. and impose their deviancy on the entire country.
Wait, we're gonna
She
make
told
it
that-
illegal?
Oh, yeah.
'Cause it's not
She
illegal
said
now.
that- wait,
Uh-huh.
just for gay people.
No, to make it legal.
For
Oh.
gay people to rape
They
kids.
said they were
Right,
trying
right.
to make it illegal.
Oh.
I think we already got
It's a
that
new
one on the books.
Christian radio show I think we should listen to called Faith and Fuck Off. I mean, Liberty. Liberty.
Faith
she
and
claimed-
somebody fuck my husband and find out if he can.
I know. Can he get it up? That's her new show. She's right next to Sarah Palin with that one.
She is so ready
the
for her
gay
marriage to be
community.
annulled.
Did
because
you
I've
know?
never
Are you
consummated
guys
that
involved
shit.
in this? Are you involved in this? I'm gonna make it you guys.
You guys.
I'm taking steps to abolish the age of consent laws, which means that we'll do away with the statutory rape laws so that adults will be able to freely prey on little children sexually. Are you all about that?
All right, that's an unfair question. I know you mean it sarcastically, but
I know where you're at, but
I know.
I'm saying
those Romeo
on
and
this
Juliet
one,
laws are pretty shitty.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's what she's referring to.
I know
dear.
she's not, but she's taking a
She's
real
not.
argument and
Exactly.
being a cunt about it.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
she's
not
a
for me
cunt
to
in
have. It's not for
general.
me to have sex with a 15-year-old. It's for a 16-year-old and a 15-year-old.
Sure.
that are 3 months apart to
Well,
have sex.
think about
like,
the gal and the two ladies in Florida.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry,
the two
Katie.
girls.
Exactly.
The two girls in Florida, where one was 19.
I think
yeah,
18 and
right.
16.
16, something
remember
like
that.
that. Yeah. They were still in high
and
school.
that's one of those things
Right.
where you're taking a real issue that needs to be
And blowing it
addressed
all the
and
way
just,
up.
just being a cunt about it and making it sound like
Yeah.
I'm coming to your third grade class.
Sure,
Like that's
absolutely.
fucking
Right.
Then that's exactly
Yeah.
what she's saying.
Just because Marcus hangs out there doesn't mean that I do.
Well, once he closed down his
No, the homo
reformer,
nomo.
the homo
Yeah.
nomo,
Homo nomo camp.
it all just went straight
My
to the,
sense of humor goes right
Yeah.
out the window at that
I
cunt.
know it. I
Like,
know.
It
but
really
she
does.
she really is horrible. Of course, she's pissed off about the
And I've
Defense
just
of
learned about
Marriage Act
stoning
being
thanks to a new show on HBO, so I'm all for it.
What now?
Not being stoned. It's totally. He understands
different.
that.
Stoning.
It's different.
Oh, stoning. Oh,
Stoning,
I've-
stoning others.
It's a little bit different.
Well, in our final headline story of the night, and some of you may have already heard about this, but I thought it was worth touching on here because other people in other countries may not have heard about this. Everybody knows that the key to improving intimacy and lovemaking is creating a spreadsheet in Excel to document all the times that you felt rejected, and then
By Marcus Bachman.
and then emailing that spreadsheet to your partner on her way to work. Right? Is that right?
Exactly.
Exactly. Well, for some reason, one unnamed man presumably thought it would be a great idea to do just that, so he set up a 3-column spreadsheet of all the times he initiated sex with his wife over the course of the past 6 weeks. In column A, he recorded the date, June 3rd through July 16th, 2014.
Yeah, he tried that many times.
In column
Every
column
day- every
B,
day.
in column B, he included the response, which was a yes or no, which is you got a 50-50 chance, really. And in column C, he wrote down the excuse his wife used
Hi, Tyler.
against
Hey,
having
Tyler.
sex.
Tyler!
Hi, Tyler from Tennessee.
Guess who we have in here?
Buddy Early is in studio.
Buddy
Early.
In
Tyler,
the
I miss
studio.
Tyler.
Sorry, Clayton.
So column C, he wrote down the excuse his wife used for not having sex on that particular night. Well, now someone claiming to be the wife took the spreadsheet and put it online. Now, it has since been taken down. However, you realize, again, it's been online. It will live forever. So let's run down the spreadsheet.
What it has to do with that cloud shit that I don't know anything about.
Everything's in the
right?
cloud.
Right, yeah. So
And coming next week, everything in this fucking house will be in the cloud. Trust me. I'm going through a huge... It costs a lot to get data back off a 2-terabyte drive. Let me tell you. So let's see.
everything I know exists in the cloud.
Yeah. So
Gazoon type.
let's go through a few of these. How about
right.
this? Like on the 6th of July, excuse me, 6th of June. My bad, 6th of June. Sex? Yes or no? No. The excuse was I'm watching a show. It was a Friends rerun.
Yeah,
Now-
you'll never see that again.
Now the next night, still a no. The excuse I'm sweaty and gross. I need to shower. Now in parentheses it says didn't shower until next morning. Yeah.
don't touch
Now on
me.
the 10th, he got it. He got some. So he got a big yes on that. No excuse. We're good. So let's go to the 11th.
How did it smell though?
The 11th. The 11th was
she was clean.
The 11th was a no, but the excuse, I think this is a valid, and you got to give her this one. I'm still Tinder from yesterday.
Well, not really for her to say.
That's a Trey share because I'm going to compliment your
legit.
cock.
Yeah.
while
She
saying
really
no to ever seeing
now
it
she's
again.
getting all uppity and wanting to control her own body.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
never reach the bottom, but you beat the hell out of the sides.
Am I hurting you? No, dear, you're annoying me. Your cock is the size of a golf
Are
pencil.
Is it in yet? I don't know. Anyway, so let's go. Let's go.
Are you still here?
Let's go up to the 13th. No was the answer when he asked for it. I'm trying to watch a movie, and then she fell asleep 15 minutes later.
Good night.
So maybe
Yeah.
they did have sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
6/18 on the 18th. No, and the excuse was I won't have time to get showered and get ready for dinner. And then they arrived at dinner 20 minutes early. So he's saying that they would have had time.
Plenty of time.
I love
Yeah.
that he parenthetically gives the follow up
Yeah.
to these
Yeah.
things.
On the 29th, he's got a no again. Oh, no, excuse me. On the 27th, got a yes. Got a yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
On the
Yes.
29th, he got a no. You're too drunk.
And I love it. It's the fucker that's too drunk, not the fucky.
Yeah.
Not the gentlemanly, oh, you're too drunk for
Now
me
on
to
the first,
nail you to the
on the
wall.
1st of July, it was a
too
no.
drunk, don't
It's the
touch
I'm not
me.
feeling good and I ate too much.
That's a real one. Everybody's been there.
The 5th got the no, and I might be getting sick. And then
Sorry.
on the 16th, he got a no, and the excuse was I'm watching a show, and I don't want to miss anything. which I apparently think was DVR'd.
I would say Friends rerun.
I do something similar in that I document all of my sexual encounters for the last decade, and
Is it a matchbook?
it's a
Would you like?
it's a 3x5 card somewhere around here. Do you have that, Marnie? Okay.
Also,
It's on the same
remember
leaflet
it's
as
that little teeny
famous
tiny
Jewish
Post-it?
sports legends. Would you like to read this leaflet?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was on that little Post-it that you had handed me. My bad. I threw that away.
It was a Post-it, yeah.
It was a Post-it.
I love that line from Airplane. I'd like something light to read. How about this pamphlet, famous Jewish sports legends?
narrated by Howard Cosell. Oh, it's 8:34 on a Tuesday. Now we've come to that's the end of our headline section. Thank you for suffering through that. We've come to the point of the show, our critically acclaimed segment called Crime
I gotta
Scene
meet
Footage.
this critic.
All right.
Well, four
Carlson.
out of 5 said no, but 1 said yes, and that's the one we're going with.
We're going with that one dentist.
I think the 5th said, "Why are you calling me?"
Positive review.
We have what we do is it's called Crime Scene Footage, and we reenact touching 911 calls. And buddy, I don't know if you heard the one that Marnie and I did a few weeks ago. It was British. We had to do accents.
Oh.
This one also may involve accents,
your
but
SAG
I'm gonna
card, maybe.
So Al,
No.
Al,
No.
here's your script. Katie is yours.
Or
and
after,
and,
or
and,
one
and
of
we've
them.
just changed. Buddy, this is yours. It was Marnie's, but now it's yours. So
All right, who am
so
I?
you know, you are. You have to flip a few pages. You're the sheriff. You're the sheriff.
We need to talk about my role
Al is
there.
the man, and Katie is the dispatcher.
Yeah, I
so,
don't think Al is the man, but
Yeah, I know.
So
That's
before-
the funniest part of the
so-
It's called acting.
Al's keeping us down.
This
what
is
he's
a
doing.
very serious thing. So
Sounds
we have to play
It's
the.
kind of like Boys Don't Cry.
Yeah.
Was it?
I need
Yeah,
just like a
same thing.
minute.
So now we're
to
gonna
get
play-
the character.
Let's open
You
our
have no
segment.
time.
Let's open our segment. A new feature, critically acclaimed here on Q Talk America, called Crime Scene Footage. And now we take you directly to Studio C Theater, where we reenact the best of crime scene footage, direct from crime scene footage. And now, our story for the day. Katie June.
Fire rescue. What's the address we need to come to?
Pardon me?
Your address, sir.
4220 Winkworth, baby. Texas Rio Grande.
I'm sorry. It's 4220.
Get on the mic, Al.
4220 Winford.
4220.
4220. That's 4220 Winford, sir.
Yes.
And what exactly is going on there?
All that shit happened yesterday night. You motherfucker trying to put my ass in jail.
Oh.
I just don't understand what's going on.
Sir, do you need medical attention?
Yes.
What is wrong?
I don't know. I ain't got no damn doctor.
Okay, sir, I am trying to help you.
Help me. Send some help out here. What the hell to hold up?
Sir, are you feeling pain? What is the problem?
I'm crazy as hell.
Sir, do you need us?
I don't know if I need you or not.
Sheriff's office, are you on the line?
Yes, we are.
Do you need us to go with you?
He said that he needs help. Somebody hurt him.
I ain't got my damn medicine this morning. I ain't got no medicine. I went to the fucking hospital. That doctor got mad because I told him that white boys should fuck my mama a long time ago.
Sir, are you in pain somewhere?
Yes, I got headaches in my leg and everything. I've been a fucking fight.
So you need or want the paramedics to come and check on you, correct?
Well, I thought that's what you get. What the hell's going on?
Sir, you need to calm down and talk to me. I am trying to help, and I'm trying to send the paramedics, but I need to understand what the problem is.
I don't know what the problem is.
Okay, but you're feeling head pain, is that correct?
I've been injured. I've been hit on the head and everything else. How else your motherfucker feel?
All right, and when did this happen?
Yesterday, damn, my head is hurting. You're gonna send somebody. You're gonna fuck around on the phone.
Sir, I have no problem sending you help, okay? The paramedics will come and they will check you. How old are you?
I'm 62 years old. I returned from Diamond Crossing.
Okay, are you in the Millennium Point Apartments?
Yeah!
What apartment number are you?
What the fuck is going on down there?
Sir, I am trying to help you. What apartment number are you in?
Just see when my head is hurting. You tell me to stay on the goddamn line.
Can you tell me what apartment number you're in?
What?
Your apartment number are you in?
I ain't got no goddamn apartment. It's 42020, like I told you.
Are you in the Millennium Point Apartments?
Motherfucker, what's wrong with you? How much school have you had?
Sir, are you in the Millennium Point Apartments?
I told you that.
Okay. let's start again. So what apartment number are you in?
I ain't got no damn apartment. It's a townhouse.
Okay, what kind of medical history do you have, sir?
I don't know. Let him check it out. I ain't no fucking doctor. I ain't no nurse either. What the fuck? Anything else you want to know?
Yes, what's your name?
Reverend Lowdown.
And what's the number that you're calling from?
I don't know what it is. I gave you the goddamn address. That's enough.
Is your number 555-1212?
Well, if you know the fucking number, why you ask?
I need... because I need to confirm it with
All
you,
right,
sir.
you got it.
Do you not have an apartment number?
I ain't got no goddamn. I don't live in no goddamn apartment. I live in a townhouse, motherfucker.
Sir, do you have a townhouse number?
420, motherfucker.
Sheriff, we definitely, you want to go with us. We're on our way.
Okay, I'll let them know.
Sir, why don't you go ahead and stay on the line with the sheriff's office? Do you want to talk to him?
I'm gonna try.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah!
Sir, the guy that hit you, is he still there?
Hell yeah, he lived across from me. They run a dope house right next to me.
Is he white, black, or Hispanic?
I don't know what the fuck color he is. You call him what you want to call him.
Well, what does he look like to you?
I don't know. He looked like one of Jesus' children.
He looked like
One
what?
of Jesus' children.
Okay, what's his skin color?
I don't know. I don't see no color.
Well, what color are the clothes he's wearing?
I don't know. The motherfucker in the house, Sheriff.
All right, then we'll have somebody come see you, okay?
All right.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to Studio C reenacts crime scene footage. Join us next time for crime scene footage.
Richard in the chat room says he loves the shrieking harpy.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that might be me.
I don't, yeah.
Maybe.
Reverend
I have never heard anyone call you the right name before.
Reverend Lowdown.
Reverend Low Down.
Between that and I'm crazy, when I heard that thing, I was dying.
Oh my God.
And I love that it's motherfuckers.
I just want you to know that all I did was I did
motherfuckers.
the Sherry Shepherd angry uncle voice that she does all the time.
Oh my
Bye,
God.
Louise.
I don't know
Have
what
a good
to.
night.
It's okay. I
Louise.
speak jive.
Oh, wait, Luis is gone?
Oh, he's went to bed.
Your boyfriend.
I think we're just going to be friends.
Because he went to bed alone.
Because he lives in Brazil. But
No, that's part of it.
Other than that.
Well, you all, seriously, awards.
Oh, that was
Trey
very,
Share.
Very well done.
that was funny.
Very, very
Funny
well done.
shit. Oh my God. My mom's like, that was so funny.
Seriously?
Oh God.
Trey
a
Share.
little bit sore right here in the jaw. From
I didn't know what to expect, and that's
Oh.
what we got.
I
Oh,
enjoyed
fuck. That was funny. Al,
fantastic.
and now it's time.
It's tell you about real entertainment.
It's time for Al Perkins and entertainment.
Entertainment! Pretty much the summer sucks.
yeah, it does.
Get close to that mic.
Seriously, the summer just sucks. So, Community got picked up. It will never die. The Leftovers, Emmy nominations. And then I'm not sure if, well, she's gone. So we'll talk, at some point we'll have to talk about Stephen Smith getting suspended.
Oh, God.
Well, the player that actually hit the woman only got 2
2
games.
weeks. 2 games.
But Stephen Smith commenting on it got worse. So I'm not sure. There's a couple things I can't remember if we talked about.
We'll talk about him again.
The Nurse Jackie finale, I can't remember if that was before I left.
I don't think it was.
Nurse Jackie, fucking amazing.
Okay.
That show just went somewhere deep and dark and really, really good. If anybody's still following that show, if you still have Showtime. Merritt Weaver, no Emmy nomination this year, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll have to
Correct.
Google it.
No, you're right.
And
she won last year.
And she won last year, but she will get nominated again next year for this season that ended because she just hit it out of the park, and she finally turns on Jackie and lays down the law about addiction, and it was really genius. If you were suffering through, there's one little season of Nurse Jackie that's a little weak, and you think, oh, maybe we're winding it down. But they got renewed and they really came back. Community, the show that will never die, even I gave up on this because I couldn't get anybody to watch it, got picked up by Yahoo. It got canceled, and now they're getting their 6th season because the Community thing is 6 seasons in a movie, and Community got picked up by Yahoo, and they're going to get another season out of it, and they'll never get 100 because they've never done a full 22 episode season.
Oh, they haven't?
No, so They won't get the full thing, but they're on their way to this. Their tagline has always been 6 seasons in a movie. They started that whole trend of what you want out of a series.
Okay.
I have to announce in entertainment news that my DVR for the first time in history is
full?
completely
Full?
empty.
Oh.
There is not one thing saved.
Wow.
Everything has been
I
watched,
have-
cataloged, and sent to heaven.
I have things from I'm not joking, 2 years ago.
I'm not saying I didn't delete shit because I
Yeah.
gave up all hope, but it's done.
Catfish is still sitting on mine. Not,
Oh, the
not
documentary?
Catfish. Is that what it's called? Not Catfish.
The
Yeah,
documentary.
there's a documentary. No, the one about SeaWorld. What is that called?
Oh, Blackfish.
Blackfish. Still sitting on my DVR.
Oh, that's amazing.
I know. I'm sure it is.
That's amazing.
Can't really.
I
And
tried to watch that. I
now
tried to get into it and I couldn't.
the new you couldn't get into what? Blackfish?
It was too difficult for me to watch.
Oh yeah, it's
Truly,
yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
it's not.
by the way, speaking of Blackfish, do you know what I saw today on that just
A whitefish?
No. We're talking Blackfish, the CNN documentary, correct? Okay. So I stumbled upon Larry King, who refuses to die. Right. He now has an online television little thing he does, and he interviews a bunch of people, and he's interviewed a lot of people. And today I was watching an interview of him and Craig Ferguson, the guy who's leaving the Late Late Show on CBS, right? So in the middle of it, there's always about a 30 minute interview that he does, and he has sponsorships, unlike our show, where people, there are actual advertisements that come on in the middle of it. One of them was SeaWorld, and they flipped it all around.
I saw that.
The whole thing is, the preservation of animals. We've done so much for the education of, and blah 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 blah. And they literally show one of the killer whales that's got the bent over a dorsal fin, right? But the whole thing, they're flipping the entire thing. It's all about they are saving the world and their education.
Oh yeah, they're rebranding. They think they're Siegfried and Roy. Oh, and it's all bullshit. But they've lost sponsors, they've lost money, and it's going to end up that they're going to. What the plan is now is they're going to have pens in sanctuary waters off the coast because they can't release some of these whales are so damaged. That they can't release them back into the wild.
They could never survive.
Sure.
So they're going to put them in sea pens, but bigger ones. They're going to be it's like federally sanctioned waters. Right. And that's where they're going to put them to live out the rest of the day. So you can go and you'll be able to see them, but no tricks, no interactions with humans, and they will just let them all go humanely.
How big are the sea pens, though?
Oh, it's like an entire bay. They'll just take a
yeah.
bay that's not being used. But they'll have bigger lands because they can't they can't survive in the wild, so it would just turn into a mass killing.
Yeah.
But if you see Blackfish, there's a documentary that's even more horrible called The Cove.
I saw that one.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the same idea.
I saw that one in the theaters. Thank you.
Yes.
I was the one.
So no, I did too. Terrifying. Because of thank God for Harkin's
Right.
Camel View. So
is that still going away, by the way?
Yes.
Yes, but it's going to turn into what you want. It's going.
Yeah, it is going to be moved into
the Esplanade. It'll be like an
new
Esplanade
theater.
kind of thing.
Ah.
So you'll have art house movies for $5, and then you'll have 7 be.
Oh, got it.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
transition
the theater
thing,
inside the mall and
Transformers.
Camel View are combining. They're going to be.
Oh, right,
But you'll
right.
still get your independent films.
Oh,
art
that's
house
good.
films.
And they'll do cocktails. They're
that's
trying
my
to
kind of
compete
movie.
with Esplanade
Yeah.
because they're in Scottsdale, and I'm like, it makes sense. I'll give
Beer
them that.
and food at the movies.
But it
Give
might
to
be the
me.
end of Shea 14, which is sad because
Oh.
that's their own. Because they're not, they might cannibalize Shea 14, which is kind of sad. But because I'm always anything that Harkins does, you just support them.
I
So
don't even remember hearing about the Cove. Was that in the last?
I know.
It
I
was
don't
probably
either.
about
It's
4 years ago.
4 or 5 years
okay.
ago, it won the Oscar. It's out of Japan. It's where all your dolphins
Sounds
that you
like a
swim
movie with
with.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh,
No.
that one.
Yeah, and it's how they catch them, and it's actually a spy movie. How they
Yeah.
the
Oh,
movie.
it's very riveting.
Everyone agrees that what's going on in this cove is horrible because the blood washes out with the tide. So
You can't-
everybody
nobody
knows.
can get down there.
Pictures of the blood.
It's literally espionage.
Yeah.
going
So
on.
how they get it is they have to do late night camera setups, cameras under the water. They have to. There's a guy that goes around and beats people up and breaks your camera.
What?
You're not allowed to take any pictures in this
Oh
town
my
in Japan,
God.
and it really is being run by this organization to keep any kind of filming done. And they were actually able to make the movies. The movie's about we're going to prove that this horror is going on, but no one doubts it. But what we're going to show you is how difficult it is to take one picture in this town in Japan. And they show the guy that's following them around, harassing them. Like he crashes their car, he breaks their camera. It's
Well, I don't-
craziness.
What is
Because they don't want anything.
They don't want you to know,
about
how horrible what
because
they're-
What they're doing.
because they lure the dolphins in and then they selectively kill them and capture them, and then they just leave the corpses to go back out
But
to
what
sea.
are they killing them for?
To bring to all the little amusement parks that you go to. You're like, oh, it's fun to pet dolphins.
I'm like, why are they being killed then? What's with
Because
the
they
blood?
only take the cute ones and
I
they
get
slaughter the
it.
rest and let them go out with the tide.
Oh my God, no.
So that's why you never go to somewhere that has dolphins for you to like play with or
Don't
swim.
swim with
Don't
dolphins.
go to a
Hunting
dolphin. Do
dolphins
not.
for food.
Yeah.
Tomo has.
And then what they do is the ones that they don't like, that can't make it out with the tide. They turns out they were serving them as tuna in the Japanese schools.
Right.
But they had because the bigger the fish, the more mercury there is, and there was so much mercury poisoning because they were 2 steps up on the food chain, and they were getting the dolphins.
Oh my God.
I can't even imagine.
The higher
trying
you
to
go
watch
on the
that.
food chain, the more mercury there is. So like tuna's really bad for you, but if you go up a couple more steps, if you ate shark, it would just all be mercury. Like, you know what I mean? So I mean the diseases that are going through these everything around this town.
And the people that are, they're swimming in this
could not do
water
it.
that's just all blood.
It's all blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
It is one of the craziest movies. It's a brilliant documentary. And
I'm sure that's just one of those things where we've talked about before. Like it can be as but I don't think that I could.
yeah, but you also, the next time someone says, do you want to go swim? No.
But here's some positive
I'm with
news
you
to
on
end
that,
that.
knowing
I
that,
found
yeah.
this little image that says before the Cove was released, 2,000 dolphins would die each year in Tajai. Last year, only 800 were
no,
killed.
it's made a difference.
Yeah.
The film has
unreal.
made a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it really did because no one believed it
But there's
because
a lot
there
of
was no
pressure on
pictures.
the Japanese government.
And now there's the fake story
Really
today about the
interesting.
whaling. It's not a real story, but that like there was a fire on one of the last whaling ships that Japan sends out, and a couple people jumped overboard waiting for lifeboats. They panicked because of the fire, and they were eaten by whales. But it really took like 4 or 5 times to find out that it was a fake story, and I'm still not absolutely convinced it's fake because it still hasn't been. I still can't verify where it's from, but Google it because it's all over everything. It's all over Facebook today about the whalers getting eaten. So the Emmy nominations: Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series. No big surprises except for Masters of Sex. I guess everyone liked that more than I did. But Kerry Washington has another shot to win. Robin Wright gets nominated for House of Cards.
Tatiana Maslany's kind of the big snub.
Right, again, and
No.
Orphan Black, and that just came up because I gave up on all these people with recommending TV shows. So I just never started
but
with
you
Orphan
did
Black.
talk about Orphan Black a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
impossible
you've
to
talked
find.
about
So
that.
now
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a way to help you all watch it, and I can't find it. It's not on demand. BBC on demand is not on
Well,
Cox Cable.
no, yes, it is. Oh, not on demand, but I found it on BBC.
Yeah, you just have to go to the computer to watch it.
No,
Oh, if you have
BBC
like
what?
internet TV.
BBC America.
Right. But to like catch up from the back
Oh,
episodes.
well,
You got to rent. You have to
I see
rent.
what you're
You have to
saying.
rent the
I'm sorry.
DVDs.
I thought-
It's not an easy thing to binge watch. Like you have to have a rental service, and you got to get them. And BBC takes it away. They don't replay it, and they don't have an on demand on our Cox.
Okay.
So if you saw it, good for you. If not, well, you're fucked because it's never going to happen.
As
So,
of right
but
now,
she
yeah.
is the person that everyone was rooting for. Juliana Margulies for when it was called one of the best seasons of The Good Wife.
Did Kerry Washington
I
win
love
last
her.
year?
No, she didn't.
And she would have been like the first African American woman to win
Right.
something.
And now that, but
love
that
that
show's
show.
good. Yeah, and that
Oh, it's
show's
so
gotten-
good.
I mean, so the nominees are all really good.
Do you watch that one, buddy? Scandal?
No, I don't watch
No,
it.
but he's a big fan of The Good Wife.
Oh,
I love The Good Wife. The Good Wife is one of my
I
favorites.
thought about it because everyone loves it. But
Me
isn't
and
it like, aren't we at like 7
Brilliant.
seasons in or something crazy? Like I'd have to go.
This was the 5th.
Yeah, fifth
Oh,
or
is that
sixth.
it? Oh, I thought it was farther in.
Brilliant every week. And here's why I usually don't get caught up in like these people were snubbed and whatever. I mean, it's just a fucking group of people who giving their opinion. So I can't get too worked up.
It's similar
but
to
what
this show.
irritates me is The Good Wife is still a show that produces 22 fucking fantastic episodes
Right.
a season, and it loses out to, I don't care how good it is, True Detective, which puts up, 6 or 8 shows, and I
Right.
think there should be a standard. I'm like, I think the Emmys should
And-
say,
and somebody-
look, if you want to win our awards, and we know you do, you need to produce a
Quality.
certain number
Right.
of shows.
But
I agree.
I also think the 22 episode model is going to die very soon.
Unfortunately, I think
Everybody's
It's
gonna-
very
everybody's gonna go
like
with the
Orange is
13.
the New Black. The
Every-
13 episodes.
Everybody's going to go
which-
with the cable model of 13
Boo,
episodes.
I want more.
No, but
Right.
a lot of people like you get those middle episodes of like, okay, now you're just wasting time to get to a plot. Like
Sure.
the Lost got the last season that
Oh,
Lost
yeah.
was 22 episodes was the season that you're like there's like 5
Please stop.
episodes in the middle
Yeah.
that you're like
just please stop.
get to the end.
Yeah.
Leading actor Bryan Cranston for Breaking Bad. Unfortunately, he's going to win, and he's going to take Kevin Spacey's well-deserved Emmy. Woody Harrelson
And
and Matthew.
isn't this the
Do you
last
think
time that he can be nominated
Yeah,
for
'cause the
Breaking
show-
Bad?
but-
Yeah.
And by all accounts, a great season. But the fact is that Kevin Spacey
Is better.
That is his
Sure.
award. Like that is the performance of a lifetime. Even better. And Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson will probably cancel each other out.
Yeah.
But very, they're
I
both
thought
nominated.
you had said that Woody Harrelson wasn't nominated.
No, he
Remember
was.
when we were talking about it, I thought that it was odd that one
That
of
was a
them
different
wasn't.
award show.
Oh,
that was
got it.
that was a
Okay.
different. That was like
Okay.
the critics. Supporting actress in a drama series. There's nothing exciting here.
No. Too much love for Downton Abbey.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
It really is, and I can't think. There's somebody important missing from that one, and I can't
I
think
think,
of who it is.
yeah, you're right. There is.
Supporting actor Aaron Paul's going to win. That race is already over. They're all going to.
Oh, I know who's missing.
Do you think it's just because it's over? So that everyone's just gonna
No, I mean they really went on it. I didn't enjoy the show because I hate Aaron Paul, and I can't make it. I
think
can't
he's
get through
hot.
it. I can't.
What I wanted to say about supporting actress was Melissa McBride for The Walking Dead.
Yes.
Snubbed.
The Walking
Favor
Dead.
of these Downton Abbey chicks.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
come
Walking
on.
Dead snub amazes me, especially for Melissa McBride.
Who's Melissa McBride?
Shoot her
Carol.
in the head. Go look at the
Carol.
flowers.
Shoot her in the
And
Look at the flowers.
and now I just forgot the one that I was saying too. But there's Hannibal. No, nothing for
Yeah,
Hannibal.
I know, you're all over
And there's
that,
a
though.
fucking
I
cinematography
tried
award
to watch
in here.
that a couple times, and I just couldn't.
It's
It was
I'm
a
not saying it's
lot.
easy, but
Yeah, it was a
so
lot.
outstanding guest actress Kate Mara becomes a guest
oh my God, I
guest
think
actress
she's
in this
beautiful.
one.
I'm obsessed with her.
And the one that gets all the attention is Allison Janney in
Yeah,
her
she
episode
has
of
been.
Masters of Sex,
I have
which I
to.
actually saw that episode, and I have to say, I don't like that show very much, but she was again.
I think
she
was on
can do no
several
wrong.
episodes,
I
thought.
really think she could be in
She is,
absolutely
but of course-
anything, and
Yeah,
she's brilliant.
You know how I feel about Margot Martindale. Like, she can't do no wrong.
Right, and
in
so
anything.
Who's that?
She's been in every single thing you've ever seen in your life. Margot Martindale, just Google her.
Everything
there's
you've
not
ever
one movie or
seen.
TV show you have not seen her in.
Oh, yeah.
She
I
is
think
fourth
she's freaking
billed in
brilliant.
every movie or TV show of the last 5
Justified,
years.
The Americans, The Millers, which she
Yep.
kind of makes, and
Yeah.
I don't watch it a lot,
Yep.
but
So
Yep.
just kind of amazing. Writing for a drama series is all the usual suspects. There's nothing really exciting because I'm sorry, but Hannibal. But True Detective gets some stuff. There is. Oh, where are the comedy awards? Okay, lead actress in a comedy series. Obviously, people are watching A Different Girls than I'm watching because that show
People are loving it.
is so god awful terrible,
Yeah.
and I seriously want to club this girl like a baby seal.
Which show?
Girls. I hate it.
Oh, yeah,
And I had physics, and I will watch anything till the bitter end just to say that I hate watching
Right.
True Blood right now,
Sure.
which actually got a little bit better. But I can't take her. I can't
Yeah.
take her, and I can't take that show.
I really liked the first season of it, but season 2, like episode 1, I was already lost. I just
Yeah.
didn't care.
in comedy, I wish had been more love for the Mindy Project, or any love for the Mindy
Oh my
Project.
God, who I just think that show's so great.
And the important, this is the category that they got it pretty much right. Melissa McCarthy, Mike and Molly. She's just playing a fat girl, but Edie Falco, Nurse Jackie, amazing. Well, she really
Gloss over that.
No, I just want to tell you, Tammy. I lost all hope in her with Tammy. That movie was just outright
I don't even understand that.
bad, like just bad. So now, like, I get it. You're gonna play that same character, and you're gonna bring me to tears
Over
once during the
and
movie
over.
just because you
Right.
can. Like, she needs. Her husband can't direct and write any more of her movies. That day is
No.
over. But
Seriously.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus, come on, let's
Brilliant,
face it.
but
my
I
God,
think this is
amazing.
going to be Amy Poehler's year.
I do
really
too.
do.
But we've said that like the last 5
That's
years.
true, except Julia's been there, so
Yeah.
you can't argue with.
And Ricky Gervais gets a nomination for
Weird.
Derek.
Never
Really
even
weird.
heard of it.
Matt LeBlanc for episodes. Like that show is very clever and very cute, but it
Right.
is not Emmy worthy.
Yeah. And that's a
Don
weak
Cheadle for
field,
House
I
of
think.
Lies.
It's a
Are
weak
you-
field.
This,
There's not
this
a
is
lot
the,
of-
the weakest year. William Macy actually switched from drama to
Yeah.
comedy to get a nomination. And I'm watching The Big Bang Theory on demand
Yeah.
now. And because they've given him more people to act off of,
Yeah.
it's not so much a show about a mentally ill person that's very, very sad because the people around him kind of help him. But I find that show very disturbing that it's not funny. He's on the spectrum. Like this kid
Oh, yeah.
needs,
Is
he
it
needs-
Sheldon?
Yeah, he needs
Yeah.
help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I watch that show, I'm like, how is Marnie not up their ass? Like I
Nope.
call him, but this show actually like
No, I
makes fun of him. Stranger danger.
To
So
a
outstanding
degree.
supporting
I
actress.
really like Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah,
I do too.
It's
I do too.
real fun.
And it's a shame because you were just counting off the best actor nominations,
And
and
I-
I'm like, Andy Samberg is giving a true comedic
Performance.
performance.
Yeah, like some of these other aren't
And
that like
in
just
character-
genuine comedy. Yeah. He's
Matt
really
LeBlanc's playing himself, but in supporting actress Julie Bowen for Modern Family, Allison Janney for Mom. I think
Brilliant.
I think she's a lock.
She
Kate
owns that
McKinnon.
show.
Hysterical.
Thank God, Kate
God.
McKinnon. Someone has found the
Oh,
love for her,
good.
and she gets a nomination for In the Twin Bed.
Oh, I saw that for the song.
For the song.
Yeah.
So she and the heavier girl that
A.D. Bryant.
A.D. Bryant, they co-wrote
who
it.
I follow on Twitter, on Instagram.
So
Love
they
her.
got nominations for that, and I think they have a chance of winning that because that song is.
they do.
What's it called? Getting dirty in a twin bed,
Something
or,
like
Yeah.
that.
And oh my god!
But that category belongs to Alice and Janney. If you watch that show,
She's
Yes.
so
it's
good.
not the
She's
best show, but
hysterical.
she
But
is
she's good.
spot on.
I know we talk about it. She's just winning. She's
She
taking
is.
a completely unlikable character and makes her just
It's
breathtaking.
hysterical.
But I love with Kate McKinnon. I got Kate McKinnon in my head the other day, and so I was just Googling her and watching like all these videos that were coming up, and I was just watching interviews where she's on late shows, and she's just hilarious.
She really is.
Like her delivery's just funny. Her dry sense, a bit, when she's on these talk shows, she's amazing.
And if you get a chance, there's a episode of Weekend Update where she talks about her village in like Russia or the Ukraine, where she's the prettiest woman in the village and all the stuff she has to do, and that she's poor and starving, and it's absolutely hysterical, her interaction with Seth MacFarlane. But so Kate Mulgrew for Red and Orange is the New Black, another possible winner. Kate McKinnon, very good. Anna Chlumsky from Veep,
love.
another
Yeah.
great character, and Mayim Bialik for The Big Bang Theory. That is a 6 winners. Like, it should be Alice and Janney, but if any of them
But
win,
you could, I mean, Julie
I would
Bowen's
argue
won
for
twice
any of
already.
them.
She's
Yeah.
great.
Go ahead.
We have crossover. We're going to come back with Al Perkins, continuing on with entertainment. Coming up in just moments,
Trish,
Katie June is going to do sports and other stuff. Of course, we close out every third hour with thoughtful vulgarity. We'd like to let the affiliates know that are out there because of the addition of Buddy Early. We may run over. This show may go into the 4th hour. We're not sure yet. We'll let you know as we go along.
Cleveland, are you there?
It's all good. It is the show on Q Talk America. Katie June, Marnie Ryer, Al Perkins, guest in studio right now, Buddy Early, who
Trey Sher.
Trey Sher started our show with us a couple years ago. He is in here just for the evening, I guess. He got off work early. Thank you for showing up. We'll be back in just seconds, continuing on with Al Perkins and entertainment right after this.
You've been listening to the show on Q Talk America. This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's the show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Good evening once again. It's 9 o'clock in Phoenix, Arizona. This is Q Talk America. I'm Clayton McKee, sitting alongside Katie June, Marnie Ryer, Al Perkins. Buddy Early is here. Yay! Thank you for joining us. It's Tuesday night. That means that we are in studio, typically live from 7 to 10 Phoenix time. Thank you all for joining us. So many people tonight in the chat room. Somebody's listening in Jordan, the United States. Of course, Tomo's in New Zealand. People from around the world joining
Canada,
us.
Brazil,
All over the place. It's
Are
crazy.
there any American listeners?
Rip Taylor was there.
Harrison.
Louise
Harrison.
in
Yeah,
Brazil.
we have some
Laura.
couple few.
Molly.
Louise said he was bowing out of
You
the
in
chat room, but he
danger,
was going to
girl.
listen until he falls asleep, which oddly,
Oh.
when Al can't sleep at home, he listens to old shows and goes right to sleep. So
I-
somehow,
Puts him right down.
Does Louise want me to sing a
We're gonna
bedtime
find out.
ballad
Lullaby?
to him? Oh.
A ballad.
I have asked Louise to email me privately so we can.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whatever
Yeah,
he
that was
says about
discreet.
me, Louise, is
Isn't that funny?
a lie.
Reverse stalking.
Yeah, Louise, no one else is listening. Can you email me?
No, I typed
No,
it
it's right there in the
room.
chat room.
I
Like,
did it
I'm
in the
not
chat
going to
room.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I do it.
Like I'm not gonna see.
Our
Like
drink-
I'm not gonna see what you're doing to
Yeah.
me.
Our drinking world is Trey
Boys,
Share,
boys.
drinking phrase,
Our
really.
drinking, yeah.
Trey Share. So if you hear us do that, by the way, if you don't already have a beverage, you should, because that's how that greases the wheels of this show every week. And right now, the greased wheel belongs to Al because he's in the middle of entertainment.
All right, so we'll go back to the finish up the Emmy nominations, or just what we're going to cover. Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series, Andre Braugher for Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is a great nomination, playing a gay character, and really a good. I
does
just
a
like
great
it.
job,
He
yeah.
does a really good job. Adam Driver as Adam Sackler, and I have to say he is the only thing on that show that I can
Is it related to
tolerate.
related to Minnie?
No.
Oh, oddly.
But he's strangely attractive. Ty Burrell is Phil Dunphy from Modern Family.
I love him.
Jesse Tyler Ferguson is Mitchell Pritchett. And I think those are both for the wedding episode, personally. You can actually go in and look and see what episode they submitted to find out.
Right, yeah.
And Sofia Vergara was always accused of putting in the episode that made
Oh,
Claire
right.
look better.
Yeah, exactly.
All her episodes.
Somebody goes to goldderby.com.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I spend a lot of my time.
Wait, why would she put the episode in that makes
Well,
Claire look
no,
better?
they usually are up against each other in the same category.
Sure.
And so Sofia Vergara had this habit of putting up this episode that the people who vote would watch, and it would actually be a better episode for Julie Bowen, so they got to see Julie doing some brilliant work twice,
Right.
and Sofia Vergara is running around like an idiot in some episode that doesn't showcase her really.
Yeah.
Okay, got
And
it.
they
So
say-
like just inadvertently doing that, like
Yeah.
not intentionally
I
saying,
don't think
I
so.
just
And
really
they
like
said that
my
maybe
coworker.
her and her agent just but she was probably picking an episode that really worked for all of them and not
Ensemble.
And I found out about this with Shelley Long for Cheers back in the day. That Shelley Long would
Way
always
back in the day.
Shelley Long would always put in an episode that would show her off more dramatic, an episode where it was more dramatic, and she would always lose the Emmy because they were like, "It's a comedy thing,
Right,
lady. Show us the
right.
comedy stuff." And it's funny, and almost everybody puts in a pregnancy or giving birth episode, and if you notice, almost all the Emmys ever won are won because of a birth episode. Jennifer Aniston for Friends.
Oh, I was just gonna say. did
Alisa
she win
Kudrow for
that?
Friends, Helen Hunt for Mad About You. You find an episode where
Because
somebody
it just
gives
like
birth
tugs at people and they love it and they're like, oh,
because they
birth.
they
And
find a
it's
way to
funny,
make
yeah.
birth funny, screaming at your husband, and it's a cheap shot. Fred Armisen gets nominated for Portlandia, which is a show that's another one hard to find, really fucking funny,
okay.
crazy fucking funny.
There was a 1 in 10 fundraiser, that crazy
Yes.
thing. Yeah. So that song, the jazz thing, which actually ended up being really fun. Like it was a really cool night and the jazz musicians were great. And it was a very cool thing. And the last performer, Angel Boucher, is from Portlandia. And I totally crush on Portlandia. So I was having like a D-list celebrity moment where I'm like, oh my God, can I get my
One
picture
of-
taken with you?
I have a sorry.
Yeah, no, she's just like the big guitar playing lesbian who plays with Katie Lang in like the last episode, and she was awesome. Anyway,
I have a very good friend who's been on the show several times, and in like meaty
Yeah,
parts.
this woman
and
is
in fact,
in the
she
same.
just texted me like in
Meaty.
the last 10 minutes, not about Portlandia, but here
Meaty
she is.
parts.
Again, she just texted me a high
Hey,
five.
hi,
because of the
hi.
conversation we're
What's
having.
her name?
But
I need
her
to
name
Google
is
her.
Dana Milliken, and she's freaking brilliant. I used to do comedy with her back at ASU, and she's got just
Milliken.
these brilliant comic instincts. She played the wedding planner.
right.
If you remember the wedding planner episode of Portlandia, where Fred
Oh my God, yes, totally.
She's brilliant in it. Her little subtle reactions, her decisions, her choices. I watch it over and over. And I'm like, Dana, I love you. I wish she was listening right now. I should have told her I was going to be coming
Yeah,
down
that.
there. But.
Well,
and
no,
it's a tough to find show. It's only online that I know of. I don't know where else Portlandia.
I
Oh
don't
is.
see.
no, IFC.
I don't get IFC. I
Oh.
pay that much for
two-
cable and I don't get IFC.
So
Really?
two
Weird.
questions. One is just because you were talking about Amy Poehler before.
Mm-hmm.
There's that new
Her brother.
Sweden.
It's her brother.
That's her brother.
She's an executive producer. It's
and Will Ferrell's been on. Aaron said she tried to watch it and
Yeah.
was just.
it's a very it's a very
Real
different
hard to
taste.
watch,
I
yeah.
haven't seen it, but from
I
what
haven't
I've
either.
seen, they're going for something completely different.
Okay, because she said I'll try, and
But she just didn't like it?
No, not even a little bit.
Yeah.
And going along with entertainment, Mr. Early, you had something on about a play in.
Oh, can I just finish this?
yeah.
before we
No,
move
I
on?
want something real quick because I want him to talk.
I like that. That was funny. Can I
no.
finish my segment, please? Thank you.
No,
really?
my other good friend from college, like I've had two. I've had several. Heidi
the
Solzman.
one other person.
Heidi Solzman, who's a brilliant actress in L.A., is in a play called One in the Chamber, and I think it was a play based on a film. Actually, I'm not even sure, but she's getting
I
the
know
play
her
is getting
name.
great reviews. She's getting great reviews. I wish I could remember the name of the theater that it's playing at, but if you're in L.A., One in the Chamber. It's a true story of I think the playwright interviewed family members of someone who was shot by. Accidentally by another family member, like a kid, pulled the gun and killed his
Based in
brother or
Florida?
something like that.
Just a guess.
Probably.
Right.
So if you're in LA listening, really go see One in the Chamber.
Excellent. Thank you. Now, Mr. Perkins.
Oh, it is based on a movie. Huh. Okay. So to finish it off, so Tony Hale for Veep, which I think he has a good.
Brilliant.
I think he has a shot at winning too. Another good category.
Fun.
But here we get to the fun part. The guest actor, outstanding guest actress in a comedy series,
yeah.
is where all the money is. Natasha Lyonne for Orange Is the New Black. Uzo Aduba as Crazy Eyes Suzanne Warren from Orange is the New Black. Now, this is for the first season, so I don't think she's going to win because it's the second season where she would just blew it out of the water.
Yeah, and that's what my question is. How do they determine guest?
Yeah,
Because
there's
you're
a
like
weird
characters.
What they do is in the opening credits, if you're in the opening credits and you're listed, like now Mayim Bialik is in the opening credits of The Big Bang Theory, but a couple years ago she would come on in the end and it would say guest starring Mayim Bialik. So then you're a guest star. If you're not in the title, you're a guest star.
Not necessarily. It doesn't. It's not mutually exclusive. You can, if you're not in the title, still put yourself in the category.
Oh, yeah, you can-
so it's not both ways.
Right. But you can't make yourself a guest star if you're in the credits, the
Phoebe
opening
Neuwirth
credits.
won twice when she was a guest star.
Right.
Oh,
But,
Not in the
Cheers.
opening credits.
but that's where that's all the trouble comes from Cheers winning.
Sure.
So
Because she was
Cheers-
not a guest star.
No, because she was a series.
She was probably
they
in
made
half
her
the
a regular.
episodes. And then after she won a couple times, they're like, "We're going to put you in the opening because you won 2
You're,
Emmys."
right, and you're
Right.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Not
then
going anywhere.
Oh my God, she's got an Oscar nomination too. Crazy funky lady. She's in Scrooged. Carol
Carol Kane.
Carol Kane.
Carol
Oh, right, for
Kane
Taxi, yeah.
has
Sure.
an Emmy win for Best Actress, and she was only
Well,
in one episode.
As does Ruth Gordon, also for Taxi.
For one episode, and that's when they started bouncing it around. So there's all kinds of rules, but now I know Suzanne for sure and Laverne Cox for sure are now considered series regulars. They got promoted, and so did Tasty.
Because there was talk of Allison Janney in Masters of Sex. I had heard she'd been in enough episodes where they're like, is she going to be a guest star? Is she?
But you're
supporting
not a
actress?
series regular, yeah.
She had the option, I think. It's
Yeah.
up to her.
But you can't go
Tasty.
down. You
She's
can't
my
go
fave.
down. You can't
She's
be
my
in
girl.
the opening credits
Yeah.
and go down
Julie
to a
Bowen
guest star.
can't be like, I'm going to be
Be
a guest star.
Yeah.
Got it.
So those are the first three, and then it doesn't matter who's next, but one of them will probably win. Tina Fey is the host of Saturday Night Live. Joan Cusack in Shameless, which amazing. I've watched enough of that show to say she's good. And Melissa Carthy from Saturday Night Live. But here we go, and here's my big prediction. Outstanding guest actor in a comedy series. Nathan Lane is Pepper Saltzman for the
yes.
wedding episode.
He was so funny.
Why are there only two of you? Two of them were volunteer firemen. Play next to a mirror. Everything about that episode with Lily. Why am I talking to you right now? Walk. Everything in that wedding episode was
hysterical.
brilliant.
Yeah.
But Steve Buscemi is Marty in Portlandia. Louis C.K. from Saturday Night Live. Jimmy Fallon from Saturday Night Live. Bob Newhart in The Big Bang Theory will probably take this one because he only has one Emmy and he's about to die.
Sure.
And it was as a guest actor. He didn't win an Emmy till he was a guest actor on
Which
The
we
Big Bang
talked about.
Theory,
Yeah,
which is
we
crazy.
had talked about that, which how nuts that was.
And
yeah.
Gary Cole, who's like the only person on Veep that's not funny, Gary Cole gets a nomination, and I don't understand that
Which
at all.
one's Gary Cole?
Which one is he?
That's-
Midnight
and-
Caller.
I need to look.
Gary Cole.
Gary Cole. What was the?
Oh, yeah.
What was the? Was it called Nightcaller?
Midnight Caller.
Midnight Caller. I used to watch
yeah.
that show because he was a radio host and
Exactly.
answered calls
I
from.
think that there was brilliant stuff with him.
I
that,
just
that
watched
he
it.
would come on.
And I don't know where he
And
came
not
from, but it
funny,
seemed like.
funny,
but
but
that was a
like
long
we're
time
like-
ago, and that was like one of his first gigs.
God,
Like,
that's
wasn't it?
Oh, I'm
I am
excited
sorry, but
for
if,
the
you're gonna,
Emmys.
if Gary Cole's going to be on
Yeah.
there, then what's the tall guy's name and how it's
Oh
been
God, that you loved
on
him.
Veep? What's his name?
The tall guy,
the
who's
walking
always
human
about
piece
sex.
of shit.
yeah.
Wow.
Why can't I think of his name?
No.
Anyways,
Get-
if you're going to
If
If
nominate
only we could
somebody,
figure out a way to look that up. Let me
I
look.
know, but now I need to like
Somebody can look that up.
all right. So
Jonah.
Jonah.
Jonah. Oh, right.
Jonah, the living walking piece of shit. Jonah, do you like travel?
Who is great? He's so great. When he gets pissed off at his mom.
Do you enjoy
Fuck
swearing
you,
and travel?
Mama.
Fuck off. Yeah.
Timothy Simons.
Yeah. But anyways, he's
Anyway,
Jonah.
that's who he is.
Fucking god dang it.
So
Yeah.
movies this year have all sucked unless you've seen Cold in July or what's the movie about the train?
Snowpiercer. Those two have been great. Oh, and Boyhood. If I don't, you probably
I-
Oh
haven't
my
had that.
God!
You
Which
really
I
need to carve
really
out
want
3
to
hours.
see.
Yeah.
I want to go.
I
Brilliant.
really say about that, but everything has sucked. Dawn of
had
the Planet of the
Cold-
Apes,
I know. I was interested to see what you would think of that.
the Anarchy,
Oh,
everything
I kind
has
of wanted
been
to see that too.
How do I
The
find
Purge.
Cold in July? I haven't started
Video
looking.
on demand.
I have it on my
Yeah,
phone.
it actually
Watch Cold in July.
it was
Watch
on
Cold in
video
July.
on demand at the same time it was in the theater.
Right,
Okay.
and so is Snowpiercer. So Snowpiercer is
Oh, is
actually
that
on
right?
video on
What in
demand
the
too.
world is that?
Okay, by the way, so with my ignorance, if I have DirecTV, I can
Yeah.
go in and just put
No,
that
however
in.
you get to on demand.
Okay.
Part of on demand is free TV, and part of on demand is you can rent movies.
Rent
so when you
movies,
get
okay.
to rent movies, you just rent Cold in July. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
So
it.
freaking
And
good.
then The Leftovers has started on HBO. It is not science fiction. It is a crazy
keep
character
seeing
study
that, yeah.
on what happens after maybe the rapture. We don't know where the missing people went. They were all disappeared. Oh my God. It's so weird and like intriguing. And there's a cult that starts and then there's a religious guy that's trying to prove that the people that left weren't morally superior. So this isn't the rapture. And he wants everyone to like stop thinking of them as heroes. So he's on this quest to prove that people, like all the horrible things that the people that are gone did. Okay. So you won't think it's the rapture. These people are all trying to die faster, so they're like smoking mass amounts of cigarettes and jumping
just,
off
like,
buildings
wanna die?
because they want to be in the rapture. Oh my God! And there's no like we gotta wait 18 episodes to find out who's related to who. They give it all away in the pilot. Like,
And how many episodes in?
we're like 5 or 6 episodes
Okay.
in, and I watched them. I watched most of them last night. It's just.
See, I just
why his
okay.
DVR
So
is empty.
Kelly, we have it taped. We have all of the episodes sitting on the DVR, but I just haven't started it because it just doesn't seem like my thing. But you're saying it's good, and
keep
I always
seeing
take your
it,
advice.
so-
It is. It's just not the sci-fi Lost kind of
Like at
thing.
the Dome, I was into for a second, and then just not.
Oh, the Dome changes tone. It's the Dome suffers from that whole thing of what's the other show that I hate? Smash that would change the
yeah.
entire tone of the show in one sentence.
Yeah.
The characters just changed motivations
Oh
mid-sentence.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm still watching
I
it.
hate you. You're my best friend. You're my hero. Oh my God,
Exactly.
I love you. Like what?
Yeah.
Like you don't
So
know
that's
what-
why I didn't. That was what I was equating this to.
No,
was
and
the Dome.
it's not the same at all.
Under
It's
the Dome.
very, very interesting, and just how everybody reacts after an event. Like, how does the world? And it's
I think we're
October
having
14th. They all talk about October 14th.
Because we're
You know,
supposed
I-
to have another
Exactly.
event.
Exactly
We're
what I
actually like scientists are predicting that there's going to be some like big mass extinction event coming up.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Well,
soon.
there needs to be. I mean, that's
I-
how the world works.
Yeah. I hope I'm not in it. I mean, I just like really want to have another baby and then love that person. So anyway, there's that.
Yeah, there you go. So that's pretty much it for entertainment. I mean, if you get it, like I said, it's not terribly exciting TV, but it's really like watchable.
No,
and
do
Justin
have,
Theroux is gorgeous.
I do have a few shows that, because it's summer and it's slim pickings, that I am watching, including Under the Dome. But even though
It's hate TV.
Yeah, it's hate TV. Tyrant is kind of interesting.
Oh,
if you
I haven't seen it
watched
yet.
it. It's
I
got a lot
wanted
of
that.
potential, and that's why I keep watching it. And as grim and gruesome and depressing as it is, I have to watch The Bridge every week because Damian Bashir is
Oh, and Harrison loves
so
it.
yummy.
That show. I haven't seen season 2, but season 1 I really enjoyed.
Season 2, it's
And
in the
what-
midst of season 2 right
Yeah.
now.
What are those
and it's
on?
just so
I don't
like
know
the
what The Bridge
murder
is.
and darkness.
The
And
Bridge is FX. It's something easy. It's is it FX or is it?
it's FX.
Yeah.
What about Tyrant?
Wednesday nights. Tyrant is on
US.
Tuesday
Tyrant
nights.
looks good.
It's got a lot of potential, and it's
Is it USA? Is Tyrant
I
USA?
think it's USA. Yeah, I think you're right.
The one that
there's-
I can't even handle is Satisfaction. Have you guys seen anything about that?
Oh, I
The
caught
cheating,
about
they're
15
cheating
minutes
on
of
each
it, and
other.
I'm like, what the fuck?
No,
What
I
is
don't
that?
know.
Yeah, and it would.
They
like,
just decided to like
comes
have an
on,
open
and
marriage.
He comes home, finds his wife fucking some guy, chases down the guy. The guy says, "Well, she's paying me because she's looking for something outside
And somehow
of her
he gets the
marriage,"
guy's
or-
cell phone, and so then he gets his
'Cause he had
women
his
calling for this
jacket.
kid.
Yeah.
But he's following up on these calls to go have sex with women for money, and it's
Because if she's
it's
gonna
dumb.
do it, why
Oh.
not him? And I said every time it comes on, every time the preview
Yeah.
or whatever comes on, I find myself kind of angry and like turning it. It's like an ASPCA commercial. I'm fucking irritated that it's even on my TV. I don't know, but
And
it's,
then
so it's
True
interesting.
Blood really they've kind of upped their game. They killed off a couple people unnecessarily just to streamline the cast, but they needed to do that a couple seasons ago. And now it's kind of interesting. They're going out with a little bit of a bang. It's watchable. It's still dirty, fucking sexy.
Isn't there a big thing coming back for you guys? Is The Walking Dead?
Oh, soon.
Oh my God,
It's a
can't
few months
wait.
away.
October.
Okay. Oh, okay. I just
But
saw
no,
more things
the
on.
Comic-Con just ended, so.
It's
Oh,
been
okay.
up on there, and there's the new trailer. But I also
But doesn't
like
she
the
look like
summer
the lead
TV.
girl from Under the Dome, just without red hair?
Oh yeah, she does.
Honestly,
exciting.
it's the same fucking person.
She sounds
you're right.
beautiful.
You get a little glamour shot posing.
There
it.
you go.
She sounds
if
amazing.
you just had curly red hair, like freckles and all.
Oh,
Wow.
interesting.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
and the one like junky just like TV show that I'm really into is Gang Related.
I don't know
Erin
much about
can't
that, but I
give
heard
that up. She loves
It's
it.
really good.
Loves it.
Yeah, Kelly and I are super into it.
Yeah.
So that's a fun one.
She's loving that.
All right, so that's it for entertainment.
That's it for entertainment. All right, we're gonna come
And then I
back,
left the Stephen A. Smith in case you were going to cover that.
Entertainment.
and I'm sure we'll get to that. Are you?
Okay, I guess not.
Oh, we'll talk. Well, I'm sure we'll throw it in this word. You can do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Stand
Oh,
by.
yeah. Oh,
We're
wait.
coming right
Yes,
back with
yes,
Katie
yes, yes.
with sports and other stuff.
Yeah,
You're
sorry.
listening to You Talk America.
If you think it sucked so far, just wait till after this 30-second dance break.
This is the Q Talk America Radio Network.
This week in sports
And other stuff.
UFC fighter is super pro gay. Lots of controversy in the NFL this week. Beating up women is bad, but not nearly as bad as smoking weed. A Suns player gets busted for a super extreme DUI.
Extreme
which is a
DUI.
thing. Today in sports news history and nude beach blowjob jet ski fight.
Yay!
Sports and other
Straight
stuff.
share.
Trey
on that.
share on that. Exactly.
Can you lead with
Say,
that
wait,
one?
say that again. What was that last night? Beach. What was it?
Nude beach blowjob jet ski fight leads to wife's death.
Oh.
No, but it's all good things.
Oh,
Never-
good. Okay.
You'll never
with
get
the
a second
exception of
blowjob. Yeah.
Death
She
is
dies,
good.
but it's
She
all.
needed
You'll never
to
get a
die.
second blowjob if she
No.
dies during the
Oh,
first
that's
one.
true.
It's all good things. Okay, so
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
Kyle
Never has 2
Kingsbury.
cups at home.
Yeah.
I've been actually really into UFC fighting lately. I think I might have said
Why?
before. There's 2 women that are this one girl, Misha Cupcake Tate. You just like, I care about her. Not that anyone else does or will, but
Is that her real name, Misha?
Misha Cupcake
Yeah, I
Tate.
figured
I'm
so.
gonna,
Right?
Hypothetically.
I'm gonna Google
Well, I
this.
thought the cupcake was
she's
real.
so good. She can't beat this girl Ronda Rousey, and Ronda Rousey is the fucking
Yeah.
bomb, and she's gonna start fighting guys.
Well, she's the one that they wanted her to fight
big
Mayweather.
Yes, and I think she should do it.
Oh, she's hot actually.
Misha Tate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on. Google's
When
an
I
amazing
have like
tool.
a really bad day, I just I watched an amazing fight of hers, and I run, and
Just
it's a
a
whole,
lightning
she's
hit?
in my head, and like I listen to Katy Perry.
fingers?
This
Two
whole thing.
fingers?
Yeah.
Thank God she stopped at 2 fingers.
So anyway, I've been into UFC fighting. So I found this UFC fighter named Kyle Kingsbury in an incredible display of solidarity with the LGBT community. He revealed his underwear. You know, when they weigh
I saw
when they
this.
weigh in, they drop trow, right, and
God
get on
bless
the
him for it.
scale. And this guy drops his pants, and he has bright pink underwear that says "legalize gay" right on the
And
ass.
he bends over. Like,
and bends
big
over.
time.
So it's this was his shot before weigh-in.
They found out that he weighs the same bent over as standing up. I don't know if anybody else realized that. It's the same number.
God, I hope I do.
But oddly, not the same height.
No,
No.
no. They're
Yeah.
all 6 inches when they're laying down.
It was his. Anyway,
When the tits go into the armpits, that's a good moment for everybody.
For you.
this story. The story doesn't
Trey
share,
shares.
yeah,
Especially for you.
doesn't share anything about his sexual
But he's-
preference or identity. But it was
Right.
his last retire. It was his last fight. He did lose. But anyway, thanks for your support.
Yeah.
It's just a
Right.
good, just a statement to make and going out on top.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe
Or
you
bottom,
don't know.
depending.
You don't know.
Kinda.
Kinda.
Maybe.
Trey share.
So
Yeah.
Exactly.
we've got this big domestic violence problem, right? And I mean, I don't even have a
Not in the
direction
NFL.
I don't think it's a-
necessarily.
I
I don't think it's a
I-
in
problem.
the NFL, and I don't really have a direction to go with it
We
because I
just
figured there
mentioned
would
They
be
know how to deal with it in
some
the NFL.
chat. But I mean, okay, so
Just knock her out.
Ray Rice from the Ravens, right? Punches his girlfriend in the face and drags her passed out.
Yeah, she does.
Out of the
Not
elevator.
passed out. Unconscious.
Unconscious. Right, because
Passed out makes it sound like it happened
like
next year.
I was I was
I
overserved.
passed out.
I had
Right.
a daiquiri and a
raped.
fist.
Right. No, she got
Oh.
punched in the face.
Yeah.
So obviously, right, he's
She's a bad elevator rider, too.
Yeah.
he's gotten 2 game suspension.
And you know why?
Where-
That sounds
he
real.
didn't hurt a dog.
Where you get 4 games, right? You get 4 games
You
for
go to prison for hurting
marijuana.
a dog, but you punch a woman in the face.
That's what,
2 games.
right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
but
that's
they
the
had already
problem.
established that. I mean, Ray Lewis King murder people. I mean, you have all kinds
Just
of...
don't hurt a dog.
The
No.
pro-
Or
The only
smoke
rule.
weed, apparently.
She provoked it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Now-
Wait, we're getting ahead
Wait,
of
wait, wait.
ourselves.
No.
Now, what
which
does
is the next
Potsmoker
part of the
get?
story. 4 games.
Which two
Four
of the
games.
Well,
states,
except
two of the states
Josh-
with major league teams,
Josh
it's
Gordon,
legal there.
Josh Gordon, who plays for the Cleveland Browns, who's had more than one instance where he's tested positive for marijuana, could be out the whole year. So, because when you have repeated, when you've had repeated tests,
Yeah.
they don't know if he's going to play this year.
But in an unrelated topic, Aaron Hernandez is still not sending me dick pics.
I've been
Which is
intercepting them.
Fuck
you!
It's
Fuck
just
you!
rude.
Unless
That's what
they
it
find a
is.
12th body, they'll probably be releasing him soon.
I actually put up a firewall so all your emails from him go to me.
God damn it!
He's already done the same thing to Louis.
I'm just trying to get one
you, by the
conjugal
way.
visit with a hot guy in prison.
I
Look at
love
the
it.
shit. Anyways, wife
I've been
beating.
taking him
Back to
cupcakes.
you.
Yeah, just wait.
And not the Ultimate Fighter cupcake either. Like
Return
real.
the sender.
Anyway, so just like a really bad thing overall for the NFL, and it's not. And they're because what were they saying? Somebody, I don't think it was someone official. Actually, I think it was
ESPN?
on the.
First take.
It was a Take 20 line on that show you hate.
The talk?
Yes, the talk
Oh.
radio here in Arizona, KTAR,
Oh,
Mac and
no.
Gatos, or something. And they do this 20, call in with your take.
The top 20, right?
And so someone was saying, well, it's this was like a fan of his and the Ravens or something, and they were like, well, I mean, it's not for the NFL to decide. That's really for them to decide in their
Because she
own
married him
personal
after.
relationship.
She married
Yeah.
him.
She did marry him
When she woke up, she married him.
right, which
She picked herself, she doily got to
Doily.
yeah,
I love
which
it.
another woman was saying she's bad on her for really not taking this opportunity. Like, shame on you, shame on Rihanna, right? Like, you don't take the opportunity to
Right.
stand up for stand up against your abuser and blah 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 blah, and like make a statement. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's horrible, obviously.
Well, what you should know is, training camps have started, and Ray Rice showed up to Baltimore Ravens training camp to a standing ovation.
Wow.
Because people go out,
Really?
fans go out and they
Yeah,
watch.
yeah,
I want to
yeah.
watch them
Yeah.
practice,
Yeah.
like idiots. Standing ovation because we love football and we love the NFL, and nothing's going to stop us from loving
Yeah.
our players and our teams.
Blinders
That
on.
was what one of
Unless
the
you heard a dog.
what one of the other guys that called in on this
Then
line
you're fucked.
was
Which
saying.
I'm kind of okay with because dogs are better than people
Or
usually.
Redskins.
that this other guy was saying very facetiously was, I mean, who cares what he does at home? Can he catch a football? And that's like suggesting that's
Football,
all
can he
that
catch a football?
people care about, and that's all certainly the NFL cares about, which is so weird because why do they care if you smoke weed at home?
Right.
You can smoke weed you can't
'Cause
smoke
you're not
weed at home,
doping.
but
I'm
you
sorry.
can like beat your wife up at home.
You're not a more intense player because you smoke
No,
pot. No.
yeah.
No,
No. You're not all of a sudden going to be like, oh, I'm on my game. Well, maybe
there's
later.
another really sad.
you
part
know,
story
I'm going to
on
the
this.
end
You
of the
could-
back.
I heard the game starts at 4:20.
Ah!
I'm going to be there at
Something,
4:20. And that pizza
Not a
commercial
minute
looked
earlier.
delicious, so I'll be right back.
I want some of that chunky soup.
But then
Yeah.
the next piece is, of course, ESPN. So Stephen A. Smith, who's just an asshat, in making going on this rant about domestic violence in his program called First Take, and says that victims of domestic violence need to be mindful of the elements of provocation when dealing with their abusers.
Well, now, the one thing I will say in his defense is that every other sentence in that really rambling rant
Right.
was, you do not for any reason hit a woman.
Then
Ever.
why would this just come out in the middle of that?
This was taken out of
Because he
context.
just kept, they're taking it out. He just keeps saying you shouldn't hit a woman, but you also need to know if you're the woman, like, because there's a thing that the girlfriend or the fiance hit him first.
Well, she looks like a tough bitch,
Right.
So I believe
and
it.
this is the thing is like this, and this is Whoopi Goldberg had the same point.
I
like
watched
if
her on
you,
The View.
If you hit somebody, regardless of your sex, expect to be hit back.
Yeah, why would you not expect to be? I mean,
Like, don't think anyone's going to stand on chivalry when you threw the indefensible. But,
Right.
And what this guy, Stephen Smith, if you watch that rambling rant,
Right.
every other sentence is, but under no circumstances do you hit a woman. He's just kind of, and it's kind of like blame the rape victim. So it was good for one half, and then the other half is like,
It sounds a very blame the
Well,
rape
the thing
victim.
is, Stephen A. Smith is, I've never really cared for him. He's a blowhard. But a lot of people are making that comparison and saying, oh, it's like, the whole what was she wearing? She's asking for rape, and it's really not at all.
Yeah.
And as Al pointed out, he not just prefaced, but peppered his entire comments with, no, you don't hit women. Maybe he shouldn't have even gone there at all.
Right.
But he did.
Yeah.
Which I think
But
is
now
just
he's getting
and-
suspended for longer than Ray Rice is.
Yes. Yeah.
When all he did was, he just kept, not all he did, but there's no artful way to frame that argument.
Yeah.
There's just not.
And then the part two of that
But
argument
ladies, be
besides,
careful. It's never, but it is kind of similar. If you say it's never okay to rape a woman, but also girls, if you're going out to a strip club with a bunch of guys, maybe don't wear a slutty dress. But also don't do it.
Right.
It's just, I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
but it's not. But it's just not okay.
It's
for a
inartful
man to
but
come
then
out
you
and
can't,
say that.
there's nowhere else to go when Rihanna goes back to the douche
Right.
head.
Right.
And when this woman marries the guy that punched her in the face and dragged her unconscious body, when you marry him,
Yeah. What the fuck is wrong
I'm
with you?
sorry, Sarah Palin, we're not going to be on your team.
Yeah.
I honestly can't. I can't be too offended by anything that happened because you're so stupid you married him.
Right.
Right.
He hit you. Game is over. The minute.
Although, if you talk to women, if you talk to social workers and women that are involved, that work with women in domestic violence situations, you find that it's often a lot harder than that for the woman to get out, right?
Of course it is.
So so this clearly, I would imagine this is probably not the first time it's happened or something along these lines.
And these two situations, you're
This was just-
engaged. There's no
Right.
financial thing yet. You're
But there could
Rihanna.
be.
You have your own money.
Rhea.
You walk.
you're right.
Walk the.
Yes,
The minute
you're
someone
right.
lays a hand on you, and now the largest occurrence of domestic violence is gay men.
Oh.
Because there is no rule about not hitting another guy.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's
and
true.
so it's escalating. And I'm sorry, but
Need to make one.
don't you hit that queen? But I am sorry.
How
The
girly
first
was
time,
the guy that you hit?
right? The first time your relationship turns to violence is the last
Oh, you should
day
get
of
the
your
fuck out.
relationship.
Are you talking like physical violence, or are you emotional?
Marnie wants some
kind of?
clarification.
No.
I would
because
say-
the thing
I would
is
say
that
emotional
I kind of
violence-
call bullshit.
But most people in emotional violence don't realize they're in it. But
I
you know
agree.
when someone hits you.
You're right, but
And sometimes the emotional violence is what provokes the physical violence because they're not as good at it.
and
everybody
that's-
knows that
and that's
couple where
certainly
one
with-
one knows how to dig under the other
It
one's
is
skin,
just so
and the other one knows
hard
how to
for
punch.
sometimes for
No.
these women to get out. And
It really is.
It really
And
is.
it's about self-esteem.
Oh yeah.
It's
But that's what
completely-
everyone
and so
should
I'm
be-
not trying to say
Oh,
that,
no.
that you're wrong or that it's this. It just it's such a fine line of being able to say you just need to get out of it. And
Right. 'Cause that's like
it's
what-
this and that.
It's not that easy, but come to
So
someone
hard.
and get help to get out of
Trust
it.
me, Oprah's been trying to say that since 1984.
And now there's that new,
But-
there's the new, and they did it on The View today. There's that new gun violence commercial. And the women on The View completely missed the point of the commercial.
I don't know
The
that.
commercial is about if someone has a restraining order or your abusive partner. Once you report someone as abusive, that takes away their right to own a gun. Once someone is reported as a stalker, as any kind of a domestic threat, anything like that, they can know. And that's this new thing that
They can't have a gun, but
the guns. No, but they can right now. And so now this new thing is that's the push. But the commercial, everyone watching the commercial thinks it's an advocating for the woman to have a gun. Because the commercial is so violent that everyone on The View was like, I remember one time I attacked, I wish I had a gun.
Oh,
like, no,
gosh.
the point is
yeah.
he
Crazy
doesn't
man-
get a gun.
crazy man no
Now,
longer gets a gun.
Both of you have a gun, but
Right.
he's
'Cause
not
then-
allowed to have. You
Yeah.
can have a gun because you're not
And
breaking
you
the
get
law.
a gun, and you get a gun, and you get a gun.
But
Trey
I was
share.
mass
so
murder everywhere,
amazed.
anywhere and everywhere.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like once someone says to you, and anyways, I don't want to bring up a personal story, but we all know relationships like this, especially if you know guys. You know once it goes physical, and not the butt fucking kind of physical,
And
but
not
the punching in
Olivia
the face.
Newton-John physical.
Not the
No.
good kind
Not
of
the
physical.
good kind. Out.
Not the good
out,
kind.
out, and come seek help. But if someone says to you, like, I'm being abused, you every support you can.
Yeah.
and what
you
a more
get them
difficult
out.
thing, though. Oh my!
Oh no, there's nothing about it that's going to be easy. But
No, I
getting
know, but
into a
for
relationship
men,
with an abuser.
I'm saying for men, even more. I think that.
To
was,
say that I'm
to
being
say I'm
deep.
being
I'm
abused. Yeah.
Oh, right. Well,
I mean,
that's-
they pointed that out
Because
from
they
the
do
side
talk
of
about that
women.
sometimes, that women are the abusers. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, and
how
that would be
difficult-
even harder because then there's a shame spiral that I'm getting beat up by a girl,
Absolutely.
which is that whole thing about really can we
Men
get rid of that?
right.
Have you seen that video with the throw like a girl or run like a girl.
Yeah.
And I just love those little girls when she goes run like a girl, and that little girl just like runs her heart out.
Yeah.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love those
It
girls.
is fantastic. I
Okay,
agree.
so back to sports. Phoenix Suns forward guard PJ Tucker. He's only 29 years old. He should know better, but what a fucking, he's fucking some shit up. So he's playing professional basketball, but he was just taken to jail. He was released, of course, following the incident which took place in Scottsdale. And this was a while back that it happened, but just is coming to light. He was considered a leader on the team, but just making stupid mistakes. He was coming home from the W Hotel and he ran a stop sign. The police noticed that he was possibly impairment. He smelled strongly of alcohol, and his blood alcohol content was 0.201, which in Arizona is actually called a super extreme DUI.
And then later, when they tested him again, it was 222.
Oh,
It went up.
you're right.
yeah.
It was going up.
He says he had one beer.
On the blood test.
He told the police officer he had one
perfect.
beer.
Good.
But I want to tell
That's
you.
weird. I thought normally people said that they had two.
Two. I thought
No.
two was
I
standard.
thought two was a standard.
Now remember, we judge all alcohol content by Diana Ross going to the video store in a fur coat in
What?
Tucson.
And how many drinks was that?
And we have not hit the 0.24 of Miss Diana Ross, and you call her Miss Ross, bitch. Even
don't
drunk and renting a video.
Wait, was that
I'm
even a thing
coming out.
then, though?
let
Super
the
extreme
world to
DUI.
know.
Like, I just
I
think
didn't even know that was a
I
thing,
didn't know
but
either, and that's
it
my
is.
favorite part of the story is that we have super fucking extreme DUI here.
Well, 0.1 now is 0.1 used to be just a DUI, but now that's considered extreme. You have like
I thought it was 0.16 used to be extreme.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know, but I think they lowered it because I think all you have is that window of 0.08 to 0.1
Oh,
is like a
shit.
regular DUI.
Yeah, you're
then it's
fucked.
extreme. So then they had to pick a number of like, well, you're still conscious and you're way past.
I don't know
extreme.
how you're still conscious at 0.2.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
know.
please, we've
Well,
all.
stick around after the show and we'll
Yeah,
tell
I was
you.
just gonna say.
That is,
Do you remember having moonshine?
no.
Oh.
Yeah, no. See.
That's horrible.
That was
horrible.
fucked up.
But I
moonshine.
mean, Diana Ross was driving a car in a fur coat, renting a video at 0.24, so it's all good.
up to a point.
I witnessed someone with a 0.5 still talking.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah.
I don't get it.
At work?
Oh, that's called
understand.
alcohol tolerance, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
That is crazy. I would be
and let me
interested
tell
to
you,
know, like,
I
at
gave him
my
a full trade
drunkest,
share
though.
because I accepted my amateur drinking status when 0.5 was
Well, you
staring
gotta
me in the
bow
eye.
down.
Wow.
Oh yeah, we had to worship
Yeah,
at that
what's
throne.
happening with someone's
Yeah.
body at that point?
Oh, they're dead. But
it's shutting down.
Unless you're this
No.
guy.
It was
No, but-
December 30th of 02 is
Al
when Diana Ross
was on the phone with the organ donation people. Like, I might have
no.
some stuff
because
here.
you're not going to
This shit
donate
was
any
pickled
of
and
that.
fresh. Yeah, pickled and fresh. No, and that has seriously been aside from, and we've discussed this before, the astronaut stalker who drove in a diaper
Oh my God,
from
right,
Houston to
right.
Florida
Oh my God, yes.
is my favorite news story of all time. Number 2 is Diana Ross in a fur coat on a mountain
Astronaut diaper. I
going
love
to
it.
rent a
Love
video.
it.
Just in case I have
She
to pee,
cl-
I do not want to pull over.
Now, she, in her defense, she claimed that she got lost in Tucson in the rental car because it wasn't familiar to her.
Well,
In
they
the
don't have
backseat.
sidewalks down
And
Where
there.
was she
then,
lost? The
when I
passenger.
got-
I love that. There's the danger of bad
When
grammar.
I got
was lost in the
lost.
rental car. Get out of the trunk, Miss Ross.
Police pulled Ross over after someone alerted them to a swerving vehicle. She added it. Ross said the police
She was just doing
were very
baby
cooperative and
love,
polite.
baby love.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
she
I'm
said
sorry.
it.
Ross. I'm sorry. The police
Call her
said
Miss
that
Ross.
Ross was polite and cooperative.
That's great. I thought
Of
she
course
said
she
it.
was.
and
Oh,
before
don't
she got
worry.
out of the car, she said, "I'm coming out."
We're gonna pay for a lot of this.
Yes, it could be an
that's
expensive one.
Very funny.
So today in sports history, and I just think it's fun because we were talking about UFC fighting, which probably I don't know if that would have come about if in 1754 on this day we had not had our first international boxing match.
Oh, wow.
The
I remember it well.
25-minute match was won when Jack Slack of Britain knocked out Jean Petit
It's
from
Jack
France.
Black's brother.
I'm thinking he was smaller.
Jean Petit.
I'm using clues.
Okito.
And in 1940, John Sigmund of St. Louis, Missouri, completed a 292-mile swim down the Mississippi River. which just kind of seems gross.
Well, you're going with the current.
Yeah.
So, it really wasn't that hard.
How long a swim?
He's no Diana Nyad, I'll tell you
292
that much.
miles. It took him 89 hours and 48 minutes.
Imagine it. Yeah, just backstroke. Fuck.
How long did
I know.
it take him?
Or float.
You could have done the whole river in like 3 days.
How long
Chicken
did
tea
it take him?
rocket.
Chicken tea
89
rocket.
hours and 48 minutes.
They swam slower back then.
90 hours.
Good God.
Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of exciting.
You sure he wasn't like trying to swim to shore and like you fell in?
He was a
And nobody-
.20. He was a .20, but they didn't
was-
have super extreme DUI in 1940, so nobody knew. They just thought he was
He left the
breaking
moonshine
records.
still.
I heard he got lost in the rental boat. The rental canoe that he was in.
In the
Get out of the
boot-
life preserver rack.
In the boot,
Ross.
in the
He was actually
bootlegger
just
car.
floating down the river. Okay, and now it's time for
What?
nude beach blowjob jet ski fight.
That was when Nepomuchello started.
I
that,
wish
did
I
she
had
not?
theme music for that because that
Yeah.
just sounds fun.
You guys, I read this and I
Yeah,
just
beach
started laughing out
blanket bingo
loud.
or
Nude
something.
beach blowjob jet ski fight leads to wife's death. Guess where this comes out of?
Florida.
Oh, well played.
Here's the story.
I think I know the theme music to
Here's
play,
the
though.
guy, by the way. I feel like you should have a
Oh.
visual.
He's a winner.
This
Yes.
is the guy, the husband.
Pretty
this
eyes.
says,
Oh, yeah.
when your
bloodshot.
wife catches
Pretty
you
bloodshot.
blowing another dude on a boat off of a Florida nude beach, the correct response is immediately apologize, and once the situation has cooled, have a frank and open conversation about your sexuality. What's not recommended: throwing her off the back of your jet ski and leaving her for dead.
Oh, no.
Michael Dorster was arrested for domestic battery in Passage Key, Florida, after his wife Pamela discovered him in an intimate moment with another man on a boat near the popular nude beach. He and the man were allegedly performing oral sex on each other.
That's called 69 where I come from.
The couple.
It's called $20 where I'm from.
So then after this, the couple, the husband and wife, get on a Sea-Doo and start riding around the bay.
Looking for another guy?
Then,
Hey, honey, he came. Want to get on ski-doo with me?
He's cute. What about
Then-
him?
Let me just wipe my mouth and we'll ride together.
they start fighting while they're on the Ski-Doo. Dorster threw his wife off the vehicle 4 separate times. She reboarded 3 of the times. Climbed back on.
She's a
Not
good
so lucky.
swimmer.
The
She's
4th time, she refused to reboard after hitting her head on the final toss, and her
The
husband
final toss.
and her
It was a Hail Mary pass. Straight down the ocean.
She got lost in the ocean.
Her husband left her on the sandbar. Of note, both dusters were drunk.
No. The only thing that could make that story better is that if the husband's name was Marcus Bachman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're saying no. right?
She was only wearing a life vest when they found her. She was not dead, but unfortunately, she had some pretty serious head injuries.
Well, see,
From
and
that final
that's why
toss.
you have to-
the whole
have to be wearing
thing.
a
Well, I
hazmat.
think in fairness, she had head injuries and he got hit.
It says,
Yeah. Lots of head.
Law
She
enforcement
hit her head.
officials.
She got head.
Yeah,
He
law
got head.
No, she
enforcement
didn't get any
officials
head.
She got head.
are now searching for the recipient of Doster's blowy, as he may be able to
Blowy.
give us some
The blowy.
good
Blowy.
information.
We need to find the blowy.
to exactly
Oh, the blowy went missing?
The blowy is out of the picture.
He had a head
the
injury too.
blowy blew it. Yeah, he blew it and then he blew it out.
Due to poor orthodonture.
He's
Oh my God. He got blown up.
And that's it this weekend.
And blowjobs.
Another stuff and a jet ski and somebody fell off the back of it. All
Yeah.
right.
Honey, I just came in his mouth. You want to get on the skidoo?
No thanks, just
bring the
floss.
blow up,
Thank you very much.
And now, thoughtful vulgarity, where we, in the studio, try to make ourselves slightly less shallow, which is not hard to do. We will ask one question of the panel and have them try to answer it while fucked up drunk. Because you know at home how well it goes when an important question comes up 90 minutes after alcohol has been served. Politics, religion, why not? You're fucked up. What could possibly go wrong? Who could you offend? You've been warned. Good luck.
Buddy, shut up. We realize that's an old intro. He says 90 minutes. That's when the show was actually 2 hours. Now it's
Remember
3.
that day?
Yeah, that was
Remember
a long
one
time
day?
ago. That's what I'm
Remember one
saying.
day when Al didn't talk as much?
We've been busy producing shows since you've been gone. Just anyway, we'll re-record
Quality
that
entertainment enjoyed by dozens around the
because
world.
the show sometimes goes into
Tens of
Tens.
both people listening. The longest we've gone is 3.5 hours. We've hit the post at 3.5 hours.
Laura wants the story of the blowjob and the skidoo acted out next week.
If there
I'll
was,
be the missing blowee.
Can I be the sea-doo?
if there was a 911 call, let's get a hold of that. Because
Oh no, are you the skidoo or the blowee?
That's what we don't know.
what are you, speed
I
buggy?
heard a gurgling, swallowing noise. I'm not sure if that was mechanic.
Somebody put a blow job in my carburetor. What the hell was that? You were speed buggy all of a sudden from Saturday mornings.
Every time I suck a guy off in Pensacola, my wife dies. It's the strangest thing.
Oh, we could just get to Boca.
Yeah. Maybe if I blew a guy on a different beach, she'd live.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, goddamn sandbars.
I mean, a little semen in Pensacola and it all goes fucking wrong.
Fucking Florida.
Oh my God.
She's dead. I got pubic hair in my teeth. What the fuck? Hell of a day at sea, sir.
It's a hell of a day.
Hell of a day at sea, sir.
I am not a bitch. As she falls off the seat for the third time.
Not today, Mary Jane. What's her name?
Lord.
What's her name, Al?
Are these rental
Not today.
CDs?
Not today,
Not
Berta.
today, Berta.
Not today.
Not today.
Can you turn this
Apparently
CD
all our
in?
microphones are turned off.
It's called foreplay, where I'm
Oh,
from.
sorry, just that
Tom
one.
says.
I know.
Can you turn the CD in? I'm going with Mark to the bar.
10 minutes tops.
Or bottoms. We're not sure.
Yeah.
However you self-identify.
Exactly. Doesn't matter. Can't swing a dead cat in here without hitting somebody.
All right, Marsha, you first.
No. What about Buddy?
Buddy, we have to start with Buddy. We may have to actually
All
start
right.
with Buddy.
If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would you change?
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah,
Put me on the
you
spot
already
there.
criticized the disclaimer. You didn't listen to it?
I did.
You didn't know questions were coming?
Anything about the way I was raised. Oh my God.
You could just go with one thing. I just ate a bug.
What does that mean?
You know,
From overboard.
I can say this because nobody in my family is listening to this, and they're not going to get upset with me. But you know, my family, there was never an emphasis placed on education, and I was a good student. You know, I honor roll student, and great grades, went to college and everything. But that was on me. I didn't have parents who were like, you need to, bring home good grades.
They
It was
promote
they
that.
kind of knew I would, but I had other siblings who, they didn't really care. Well, you're flunking out of school. You dropped out as a freshman in high school. Okay, that's your choice. We'll move on. And so I wish that my parents had, really been invested in, my education, really been interested in what was going on at school, whether it's in the classroom or extracurriculars. They really didn't have much of an interest in that. And I see that going on also now with my sister and her family. My sister she has 2 adult children now who, she was very young when she had kids and, went through a lot of difficulty. I think Katie and I have discussed this before about we have some people that we know anyway who, do their, run into really difficult times, whether it's drugs and whatever, homelessness, that kind of thing. And my sister went through some rough times. So she raised these 2 adult kids and, they didn't have great educations. They ended up going to both of them went to a charter school that's in a strip mall, and got some little phony degree, piece of paper. And
Better
now
than
she
going to a
has
strip
another
club and
smaller 9-year-old now who, they're trying to get a little more involved with, because, they're in a better place. They, but I see some things, I'm like, no, you need to push her. And I want to kind of get involved in her upbringing a little bit. And I'm always kind of making suggestions about that kind of thing, like, why don't you send Abby to, this extracurricular event or get
I
her
think you should
involved
get
in
involved.
this.
I mean,
And they do, but then at times I can see it going down the same road where she gets into high school and she's like, and I don't really feel like learning. And they're like, okay, well, we'll send you to this charter school down the road.
Yeah,
It's
Primavera,
beautiful
my high
school,
school.
yeah.
Because it's hard, because school's hard for her or something. But so anyway, back to my upbringing. I wish that my parents and my family had really had placed an importance on education. So
Okay.
Before we go on in the chat room, the question obviously is, what would you have changed about your upbringing? Laura said her parents.
yeah.
Just in general.
And Harrison
And
said
yeah.
that she wished that she would have been more understood as a child.
Being able to feel that way, yeah, I agree with that. I would.
Marina?
It would be the chili cook-off, 2004.
Oh my God.
Still using that.
By the way, fast answer though.
The-
Fast
yeah.
answer. That's
Still
all
the
it is.
Classics never die.
No.
Still pertinent.
Tray share.
Tray
I
share.
know.
2
Thank
years
you.
later, we're still using the same fucking joke.
I forgot I gave my goddamn bell away.
By the way, fuck off. That's a funny joke.
No, I know.
Finally
Yeah,
getting there.
no,
I mean, I'm
it's-
just.
We're all, buddy, but in fairness, we're all still using this.
Looks like it's back to the perfume counter.
I'm just saying.
But
that.
we're always using that.
Yes, we're still using
Same
it.
song.
That'll never same song.
Same
No.
song. I've got that too.
Same song.
Same song.
Always funny.
It really is. Really is.
Poker
Let me just take a sip
Because you
of
can't
alcohol.
poker face. Same song.
There's a lot of
really is
drinking
always
in my
funny.
house when I was little. There was as a joke. I just took a sip of the cocktail, but there was a lot of drinking in my house when I was young.
And not even yours.
Not mine at the time, no. And it was good for me in being able to be not directionally challenged. Because I had to get us home from everywhere, at 5, 6, 7. No, turn here. No, go there. But to say I would want the drinking to change, I don't know. I mean, yeah. But the silence, I think, was the biggest thing that I'd want to change. I hate silence. That's why I love Al so much.
You must fucking love
You have
Al.
no idea. When I tell him I love him, he doesn't understand that I really, really do.
Did I end all silence?
You do.
And sometimes he'll even interrupt you. May I just while you're talking?
yeah.
Exactly.
Al, I want to tell you how much. May I just?
But it doesn't. It just doesn't bother me. I think it's beautiful. Whenever it was really quiet in my house, I was very unnerved. Very, very unnerved. And to this day, it's the same thing. I want to be able to talk things out. I want, whether it's going to make it better or worse, I don't care. I just want to be able to talk it out. So I would think I would change that. Yeah, I think I would change that.
Okay.
Interesting.
That went with the music very nicely too. You got a nice jazz
Yeah.
Sign off.
exit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey.
Delilah.
Come on, exactly what I was gonna say. Trey Share.
I
hate
don't
her. I
really.
hate her.
her so much.
I don't know. I don't really know what I would change, and I know that is just so I
Not
feel
answering the question?
But I really had a great childhood. I had a great upbringing. My house was never quiet. We had lots of.
But there's got to be something in there that you would flip a switch the other way.
I had a really close relationship with my dad growing up, and not so much with my mom. But I have a very close relationship with her now, so it doesn't bother me. I think it was. But when I was younger, we were never buddies. She was never the cool mom, and I think she was really focused on work, and she was a teacher of young children, so she went to work, and I think she made that distinction at work. These are my students, and I don't I teach you, and that's it. So she kind of was the same way at home. She was always doing work at home. It was always grading papers. She was a really wonderful, and still is an amazing cook.
For
and
your
she
birthday,
would
the birthday cake.
Oh yeah,
Only one who can make a birthday cake.
And that's right. You remember that. So, but she would always bake a lot of things or make stuff for her classroom, and they were always for her kids in her classroom. And I don't know, she just wasn't very affectionate. And sometimes but that doesn't bother me because I have a great relationship with her now.
But it bothered you
I guess
then?
it did bother me then.
Yeah,
But
sure.
I've taken those things and I'm different with Palmer.
Sure.
Which is the follow-up question to this. If you had kids,
No.
what would you
I
change?
noticeably am different, and I
You can't answer that yet.
I think that it is absolutely. My parents used to tell us, we're not your friends, we're your parents, and that I totally respect, especially now being older. We're not buddies. You're there to keep me in line and be my parent and raise me. So I think there's that fine line, but I feel like I'm just more affectionate with Palmer than my mom probably was ever really with us.
And I say that with people all the time that have issues like that. That's just their way of that's how they loved you, and you can't question that. Like, like my mom was a very stoic German woman. Like, it was all kept in like hushed tones and asides and stuff like that. So to expect her to be Julie Andrews in The Sound of Music was never gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
she might
did she
sing
ever
a
have
song.
those moments?
Oh yeah.
Where you just went, oh, and love that.
But they were
that's how my grandma
they were
was,
very
much.
quiet, very like
Stoic German,
aside,
absolutely.
stoic German, and my sister's mother-in-law is the same woman. Like, she's very stoic, and there's not a lot of like warmth and gooiness and it, but it's and
But that
you know
one
you're
moment.
loved. Yeah, but then you get like one little like a little extra
Some squeeze.
what
something,
feels like
whatever.
it's not really a hug, and then there's an extra squeeze.
Oh, my
in
mom
there.
doesn't.
Yeah.
We still, and Kelly's actually noticed this. Like, when we show up to Kelly's family, everybody hugs every single time. It's hugging hello. We could leave 15 minutes later and it's hugging goodbye, and it's like a lot of hugging. And when with my dad, I come in and my dad and I hug and kiss every single time. You know, when we see each other, and he hugs and gives Kelly a kiss on the cheek. And my mom is just not that person. She's not a hugging. She's just not like that person. Right. It did bother me to an extent when I was a kid, only because I looked at my friends who had like the cool mom, and I was always like, oh, I guess I just don't have the cool mom.
Yeah, and it's not. Yeah, it's just a different type.
You know, but I love her now. Also, I was really financially irresponsible, and I blame that all on them. So send me money at P.O. Box.
I like that postscript to her entire diatribe about her family. By the way, I'm bad at money, and they sucked at it.
That's
so
that rich dad, poor
My
dad
parents
thing.
are
It's a
really
real
good
thing.
at money. My parents are very financially responsible, but they didn't teach that to us.
Do I have time to add on to that? We're going to go
Yeah,
long,
of
right?
course.
I actually, my inability to handle money in a way, I kind of thank my parents for that a little bit, because we were growing up, we were lower middle class.
Yeah.
Lots of times when, one parent would be out of work for a long time, and we had to really stretch it. And I mean, a lot of hard times.
Yeah.
But my parents, to their detriment, were never about really getting ahead and saving a lot of money. When we had a little extra, it was filet mignons.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean?
They just blew it.
And I actually love that now. Looking
Dad
back,
just got a new job.
I'm like, you know what? And I'm the same way. And that's to my, not to my credit. I could have saved a lot more.
Because you have none.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
But I agree with
Sorry
Buddy.
you can't be here next
but
week, buddy,
I'm like,
because we're
that's
having filet
why I
mignon.
am the way I am.
Yeah.
I'm the same
I
way with
agree.
money. And those were good memories, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Those are like good times. Yeah, good times.
Yeah, we got 2 weeks off. Get in the car. We're going somewhere else.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Fuck these people. We're leaving.
And we're not going to have it in 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, exactly.
But we know how to live that way.
Right.
No, my folks were the opposite.
Yeah,
they
and
were
I
really
agree
good
with
with
that,
money,
Buddy.
and but they didn't make us work for anything. I mean, we like had
okay.
we all had jobs working as lifeguards. We all did it, and it was just fun.
But
and it
the
was our
job
summer
was just fun money.
It was
Yeah.
fun money. My parents paid for college. They paid for my phone bill. They paid for my this. They paid for everything. And so then when I woke up one day in overwhelming credit card debt as a college student and didn't know what the fuck was going on. I mean, I knew what was going
you
on,
weren't
but I
prepared
wasn't
for that,
prepared.
though.
That's
You
like
didn't
chapter
know.
4 of my first book. Who spent all this money on credit cards?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're gonna have
so
to
they
pay
didn't-
this back.
they
They
didn't
were all
teach
telling the
us-
truth about credit cards. I just wasn't listening.
Yeah.
They just motherfuckers.
They gave, and then I thought credit card companies also did that.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
This give. Clayton.
A programming note: 2 weeks from tonight, filet mignon will be served in the studio.
Buddy Early's bringing
don't know.
it in.
Buddy, yeah,
Don't know,
should
buddy.
be here.
If you can't make it, buddy, sorry. But we'll still be enjoying that.
I'm sure.
And
Boneless.
just an interesting thing that Meow
I
Cal
probably
says.
will be bringing that.
Wished his parents communicated more because his mother underwent surgery and he didn't know about it till she came home 2 days later. Laura's his mental health issues, and then Molly says, "I wish my mom hadn't disclosed so much when I was young."
That's actually really.
I agree with that.
It's the straight hair,
Grass
curly hair
always
thing.
in
Like,
there, yeah.
oh,
You're
I
right.
wish mom talked more. I wish she'd shut up.
I'm so curious though about what Molly means.
Yeah, but,
Molly, what
well,
do you mean? I mean,
and Molly, please, because I agree with that.
Yeah,
my
it's
mom was
interesting.
she was excuse me.
Well, we can imagine
As
how,
I described.
how Parker's gonna, or Porter, what's her name?
Parker.
Palmer.
Pucker.
Oh, little Porter Wagner.
Little
She's
P is
a
fine.
doll.
A lot of rhinestones.
How
Baby
little
P.
P's gonna be having this conversation
LP,
25
we'll
years
just call
in a
her
radio
LP.
Oh yeah,
Very doily
I think
walking.
Palmer's
Yeah.
gonna need to call you later, Molly.
Yeah.
Molly, you in danger, girl.
Fast forward 20 years.
Only
Fucking darn it.
Yeah, fucking darn it. Again, not
Only
the
if she-
word.
Dang it. Fucking dang
Only
it.
if she finds the time capsule.
I like
of all
I
this.
like the selective elimination
Right.
of the word.
And I agree with where Molly's going with the money problems and adult family problems, that kind of thing, where my mom was very there was the Ryer family, and then there was my mom's opinions of the Ryer family. And they were always very good to her, so I got very confused.
Right.
Because they were also kind of shitty sometimes,
Right.
just like anybody in a family would be.
Right.
And so it was kind of back and forth, and as a kid, you get a little confused. You're like, what?
Because you're in the middle.
Do you hate? Do you like? What? Shit! What
Yeah.
is happening?
Because you're trying to form your opinion.
Absolutely.
And your
through the
alliances.
Sims.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Right.
oh, exactly.
You know, I'm 6, 7, 8 years old, and I'm like, but I love my mom.
And then you realize the people that, regardless of someone else's relationship and your family,
Right.
you have your own relationship. Because there's someone in my family that everyone's kind of down on, but I find her delightful.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's what life
And now
has grown
everybody that listens,
into.
now the whole family listens, because now they're going to
Yeah.
be wondering who that person
Who
is.
is that?
Oh, they'll be
Yes.
calling in a minute. Mr. McKee, I'm sorry.
Let's just say that she and I have never had the same last name, if that helps the story.
Pining
have
it
it.
down.
Yeah.
Please share. Well, I would think that those of you who know me, based on that question, the first thing that you might think that I would answer would be that I wish that I wasn't from the quote broken home, because I come from a divorced family. But I've really never looked at it as a broken home, because I think I understood then, and I've always understood that it was beneficial for all parties to go their separate ways.
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
there were issues that were shielded from me, and Mom and I have discussed this many times. She never let us see the bad side, the things that were going on. So I never knew anything was wrong. Just all of a sudden one day we're gonna live over here and he's gonna live over there, and I see him every couple weeks. And then as I grew up, and I think it's just the role that I took on, which I still take on today, is I just know that there's something that's got to be accomplished and we got to do something. So I just stepped into that role and I just kept going. And I never unless it's a conversation that Mom hasn't had with me, I don't think I as a kid ever looked back.
Do not put in the chat room.
So it wasn't something that I just focused on, here's what we got to get done. Here's what Mom needs. Here's what's got to go. So the one thing that I would change, though, because that certainly the divorced parents is nothing that I would change, because again, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wouldn't have happened. And I don't know where my mother would be if it would have stayed together, because that might have turned out unfortunate. The one thing that I think and again, it was a personal thing of mine, I know that drama club, band, things like that I was never into sports, but things that you would have thought that I would have pursued more were available to me, though even in our smaller hometown, certainly they were more available in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where it was a little bit bigger. But I never pursued any of that. I never did, because I was more focused on work for me, or I needed to have a car to take care of things, or things need to be taken care of at home. I always stepped into that role of needing to do stuff, and I don't regret any of it.
It's not about regret. It's just like, what would you?
Yeah.
I just think that I think that I have in time. I wondered, where would I be now, or what could I have accomplished had I pursued X, Y, or Z?
Right.
So that is about the only thing. Other than that, I really don't. I don't have anything big that I'm like, God, if I could have just done differently.
Yeah,
But
me too.
But to Buddy's point, in regards to monetary things, my mom's parents and my mom, phenomenal with money.
Yeah.
Could stretch a dollar from here to hell.
Yeah, squeeze a penny till it screams.
And still have 10 cents to turn around on. I tend to think that because I do manage well, and I can make things last if I need to, but I think the bigger picture with me and money does come from my father's side with the family, because there was a lot of money on that side. And I remember growing up that if there was ever a problem, it was somebody got a new car, somebody went shopping, that's
how they dealt with their issues.
Later, I found out that this was the same side of the family that medicated everything with pills and vodka.
Those
It's very nice.
stories usually combine.
So it's a give and take. I like the vodka, the pills, but anyway. But I think my money.
Do you still
thing-
have those pills?
No.
If you didn't like them, I'm saying.
Yeah.
They
We have ways of disposing
no.
of them.
I have a personal disposal program.
These are pills that would have been from the 70s. I
By
have
the
a
way,
feeling.
good
not
way to
those
make
guys.
I've
some
seen
money.
Wolf of Wall Street. I know the good of them.
Okay. But no, that's it. Other than that, I would have just changed the fact that I individually would have pursued extracurricular activities in the vein of drama or some other
Well, luckily
outlet.
you get to work out your dramatics here.
Yes, I do.
911 Theater or whatever it's called.
I do. That is so much fun. And the drama, we all know how big the drama is.
I pretty much live with that noise.
No, you do all the time. Turn
always in
a
my
corner
head.
and he's like, dun, dun, dun.
So
Yes.
what was your...
Perkins.
Well, the point to this question, and I always bring it back to the what's the word? The profundity of the song "The Way We Were," of like, it's what we choose to remember, and how everything just kind of gets this golden haze to it, and you just start to like pick and choose how you want to remember it. Plus, we're just all too
That's
old to
true,
bitch
yeah.
about childhood dilemmas on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It happened.
If you're still holding on to
Yeah.
some shit,
it's
Yeah,
it's
it's
way
time
too
to see a
late.
therapist.
I mean, you're
Fuck
you're,
off.
you're more
Or
than a
get a
decade
pod-
behind me, and it's just too late.
Yeah.
Or get a podcast and just work it out right here. That's how we know.
absolutely.
Once you're legal to drink, I don't ever need to hear about your childhood issues again. That's kind of my point. Which is, I probably just made up that rule in the last couple of years, because I'm sure I bitched.
Or now.
But so everybody in my family, and like the now the next generation is my cousins and I got together. My sisters and some cousins got together because everybody's dead now. So now we're the oldest generation.
Right.
So we've kind of taken on this responsibility of like, now we have to preserve the history of, now the stories need to be told and told to someone else. Like, what do you know about our grandmother, our grandfather? Because a generation past that, because my grandparents are from the 1800s.
Right.
Except for one, all of my grandparents were born in the 1800s. So very old people. So there isn't another generation to talk about. We just have to know their story, get our parents' story, and then make sure everyone knows who's connected to who in this generation. So it's just kind of weird to sit and tell those stories. And now, like, my family, we've drinking, disclosing, not disclosing, yelling, good with money, bad with money, but a lot of constant fighting that never went anywhere. Like, we never grew from, like, now when I have a fight with someone, I want them, like, if we get to the end of this, can we solve something?
Right.
Or
Right.
just stop
Right.
fighting?
There needs to be an outcome
Closure.
of some sort.
Right.
Yeah.
And I wish
Like
that,
I said, whether it's good or whether
Right.
it's bad, we just...
I wish
Right.
there had been a
something.
referee to be like, okay, we've had this fight. This one's late. This one likes to be there early. This one's unemotional. This one just wants to listen to Donna Summer. So can we...
Time out.
Which one are you?
How come? Who am I?
I don't know.
No, I'm talking about my family.
Oh, because you just described the four of us as well.
Oh, right, but it's too late.
I mean, he
Yeah.
really
Actually
did.
But it,
Including me.
Yeah.
because I bring the whole family back to, you know, I got to search him out and find him and get him near me. But so I wish someone had said, stop with these. And we still have the same fights. Like, my one sister wants to get somewhere 10 minutes before it opens. The other one wants to sleep in, and I don't give a shit. If it's there when we get there, it's there. If not, did I really need a Mother Teresa commemorative plate? No.
You don't
thank
need
you.
one, but it's
Right.
nice.
Like, there's nothing inside
nice
that, but we
things.
still have that same fight all the time.
why
I
we
wish we
can't
could
have
get
them.
somewhere productive and
Right.
like, can we stop having this fight? You want to get there early and buy it. You don't care when you get there, and I don't want the thing that we're buying. So can we just resolve
Sure.
this fight that we've been having?
Can't you go alone? Can you go
Yeah.
alone?
No, and that's seriously, then that was what we all do. Let's
Yeah.
just go on your own time.
Good.
So that would be my thing, is to just
Brilliant.
get all of these silly family arguments just come to some conclusion where we at some point accept each other as like, this is how this is gonna go.
Warts and all. Just
Yeah.
accept you. You're crazy, and I know you're crazy, and you're gonna go your own way.
And you know that from Tim and I living together for all those years, that we started to have a fight one day and I was too tired. I'm like, listen, we've been doing this for 30 years. I'm not in the mood.
Yeah.
It can get really ugly, or you can just say, I want you to move out. And he was like, I want you to move out. Good. How about September 15th? Good.
That's
We're
how it
done.
ended.
And we're done. And I bet that
Because I was too. I honestly, I'm like, I could set my watch by our fights. Like, do we have to go back to like what you did to me in 1981 or the shitty thing I said to you in 19?
But it
But
saved
we
the
can.
friendship, I would assume.
How did the time go from that? Yes, I want you to move out, and then September 15th.
Oh, beautifully.
But that time, like, because the
because
weight was
somebody
off.
finally just had to say, like,
'Cause
can
everything
we
was
just
lifted.
be done?
Yeah.
Right.
Because no, we were not, you know, and then we realized like, hey, it would be nice to maybe see you and not you be in the living room.
Right.
Right.
Maybe seeing you somewhere where you're not in your pajamas would be nice. So then I'm gonna just steal the rest of the show. We'll just run as long as we have to, because I got a little.
I thought you were gonna bring this up.
I wondered what that was.
So
Okay.
I received a letter from
Buddy,
the
are
New
we-
York
is
State Department
Buddy
of Health.
familiar with all of this?
Oh, I don't know, but you'll catch up. So
I'm a smart cookie.
Yeah.
Okay, now how this came to me is it came
Poor smart cookie.
three
Think Philomena.
3 weeks. Yeah, Philomena. inspired this whole story.
Okay.
So 3 weeks of mail gets delivered on one day, and I'm going through everything.
My bad.
And I open up this letter from the New York State Department of Health, and I open it up because it's tri-folded. So I open it up to this, and it says, not reported, not reported, not reported, not reported. Everything's not reported. So I'm thinking, this is the most useless fucking piece of information. And then what does it say? Race, white. And
Oh, this
We
is
have
when
confirmation!
When you found out you weren't a strong black woman.
right.
At the moment I discovered.
The moment I discovered I was not a strong black woman. So I'm like, seriously, like I hired a private investigator. I paid all that fucking money to find out I'm white. I'm on sunburn number 3 in less than 3 weeks. Parts of me are peeling that should
I'm
never
white.
have seen the sun. You're right. Thanks, guys. I'm white.
What?
For those listeners just catching up, Al is an adopted gentleman from the New York area, or Buffalo, New York,
Falls.
Niagara Falls area, and he sent away to the state of New York to find out information about his.
Well, I hired
mom.
someone to mail this letter.
Right,
Is the worst
right.
part.
So-
Because I could have done it myself, but as everyone knows, I would rather throw money at a problem
Right,
than
it's just,
actually
can
do
you
something
can you
myself.
fix it? Right.
Because I'm not quite finished watching my 5th hour of The Leftovers on HBO
Right.
today.
So Al is getting all of this mail in regards to his status in Niagara Falls.
So it's the Adoption Information Registry. You obtain this information from your original birth certificate, because like look at the glaring typos on this. The records of the court and the agency that handled your adoption. Some of this I knew. I knew it was a private adoption. I knew quite a few details, and I thought all this thing said was white. So Guy Warner, who is the director of the New York State Department of Health, says, I hope that you find the information that we were able to obtain for you to be helpful. Our records indicate that you are registered for both non-identifying and identifying information. Therefore, the Adoption Registry will keep your case open. Should the Adoption Registry receive all the necessary registrations from the individuals involved in your adoption, which means the birth mother, the birth family has to apply in the same way, and then they will combine the records and say it's the same case number. She says yes, he says yes.
Okay.
You can release them to each other. So it says, thank you for participating in the New York State Department of Health Adoption Information Registry. Okay, Guy, you're welcome. Like, oh, because I saw that online.
like a
I thought,
game show
wow, that
host.
sounds like fun. Let's call that.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a game show host. Guy
Let's
Warner.
play. Who are you?
Yeah.
So
I'm
now,
white.
Now remember, it's the trifold that threw me, because I looked at it like
Yeah.
this and it just said not reported, not reported, not reported white. So non-identifying information concerning the birth parents at the time of the adoptee's birth. So my mother was 35, which, good news, bad news, she was alive. I don't know what the good news is in that. But the bad news is she would now be 82 years old.
Maybe she was Elaine Stritch.
Yeah, exactly. But slightly older.
Oh, okay.
Stretch. She's a deadpan. People think that she's dead. Nationality, USA. It's a border town. I can understand that question being asked.
Sure.
Ethnic background, not reported. So nothing. But
You might be black.
no.
Still.
No, we're
Still
getting
an
to
option.
race in a minute.
Oh.
Okay.
But ethnic background, and because from what stories were told around the neighborhood, I guess there's an Italian-Jewish combo in there somewhere.
You could be Inuit
Which some
or
of the exactly some of the neighbors are really enjoying, because they're like, that's why you like spaghetti sauce so much. So
I get it.
physical appearance, height, weight, hair color, eye color, skin color, other characteristics, not reported, not reported, not reported, not reported, not reported. Religion, not reported for both. Education, not reported. Occupation, here's the kicker. Nurse's aide.
Oh, wow.
Doomed to the career of nursing.
Yeah,
There
right.
was no way
Wow.
around this.
Okay.
From
Interesting.
birth
She's the
mother
one.
to adopted mother to your own personal experience.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and this is my favorite question, because how does this come up on such a trying day as I'm giving up my baby? Could you tell us about any talents, hobbies?
Oh my god.
Well, I
Yeah.
tap dance.
And I'm a phlebotomist.
It is-
That would be great if that actually had
filled
stuff
out.
that was filled out.
Just make something. Just make something up here. I'm into dressage.
Which I now know how to pronounce. Thank
Okay,
you.
so that's what I thought the bulk of the letter was. And so,
Yeah.
but I finally sat down in the toilet to read, and it says health history of the birth mother. The pregnancy was normal and lasted full term. You were born at 5:46 in the p.m., which none of us were sure of. A time of birth I never really had.
Okay.
I think there was like a 6 p.m. Guess, but no one knew. I weighed 7 pounds 3 ounces. No congenital malformations were noted, so I wasn't a freak.
Good. Well,
Positive.
But here's
At
now
the time.
there were 4 children born to your
Trish
mother prior to you. There were no children born to your mother prior to you. So again, full of typos. So they exist or they don't.
Probably after.
Maybe yes, maybe
Right,
would
but
have
why
that
would you,
information
but why
there.
would you keep going back? Can I update that? I just had another baby.
I guess that's true.
I need to amend that.
So there were 3 male children's.
Shut up, chillin'.
You may be black.
3 male children.
You got
Unintended
I
racism.
think you meant that one. 17, 15, 13, and 1 female 11. So I have 3 brothers and 1 sister. But again, like the youngest one is 58, 60, 62, and 64. Like everybody in this story is like old. And this is, I grew up in a cancer cluster. So things aren't looking good for this story.
Okay.
No further information is available regarding your siblings, and none of them are registered with the Adoption Information Registry at this time. So there's a chance that none of them knew.
They might not even
would've
know.
been
My
the
mother could have
oldest.
gone away to I got to go help with Aunt Sally for 8 months and 4 days. You know what I mean?
Wow, Al, that's crazy.
Health history of the birth father, no health history was reported. And here's this, I can't believe this was in here. Facts and circumstances relating to the nature and cause of the adoption. Your father abandoned your mother prior to your birth. Your mother was married, but her husband was not your father. Your mother signed a voluntary surrender of her parental rights for the purpose of adoption. She did not name your father, which is why it's all not reported. Yep. And the adoption was handled through a private placement. And we all, growing up, it turns out I knew the lawyer as well, but he's dead. No agency was involved, and regrettably, no further information is available. And then Guy is kind enough to sign it personally. So,
wow.
So there's a lot of information here,
Yeah.
and that they have, I provided them with what we believe is the last name. We have a career. I think now that we know that the private investigation company is legit and they do actually file forms for a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's interesting that there's a next step coming. Like now we have ages, probably names, a career, a job that you could trace.
Yeah.
So she was married.
And I knew that. I knew that she had allegedly had an affair, but I had said in a
Became
tearful part
pregnant.
that I thought
Right.
maybe something bad had happened to her.
And
And she got pregnant
Sure,
that way.
sure.
But what
Okay, you
relieved
just answered
that
my
was
question.
in interviewing all the neighbors, and again, stoic German women who did not like to talk about this. And when you couldn't get her drunk and get her to talk about it.
Yeah.
So what she knew was she had divulged the Italian Jewish part to friends, but that my father had been trying to get money for the adoption.
Right. I remember you
And
said
it wasn't until
Your birth father.
was trying to extort money
Yep.
or get paid for it. And when he found out there was none, is when they could finally go through with it. So
I
he
remember
did,
that, Al.
He
I
did,
remember
he
you
did
sharing
stay
that.
involved. So that means it's probably not a horrible story
No,
if he
yeah.
was that involved in the periphery. But in that I was snuck out of the hospital, but to get away from the birth father, she had to. They sent my sisters to church. They sent my sisters after church to my grandparents' house, and my parents went to the lawyer's office. The lawyer went to the hospital, took me from the mom just outside the hospital door, and then brought me back to his office where my parents were waiting, and that's where the exchange happened. So there's no official people that could be witness. There's nothing that's you could do Philomena with where there's a nun that remembers.
Yeah.
It was all done
Snuck
by
out the
a
back
dead-
door.
by 3 of the 4 characters are dead, and we don't know the fate of. Well, we know the
Before
number 4 is me, but
Right.
number 5 is that woman who's in her 80s.
So, but as you've
And
always
is
said,
only 2 or 3 years younger than my mom was at the time, depending on when her
Oh,
birthday
sure,
is.
sure.
So I was expecting a much younger woman, what I mean. But the Philomena thing, where everybody's older, and it's is it too late? Is what we're getting at.
but we still have validation that your adopted mother, your mother, Ruthie, delivered you.
Oh yeah. That part doesn't change.
So that all's there. What I did not know is that the exchange, it wasn't like catch the baby, run. It was outside of the hospital. There was a handoff outside of the building itself.
Yeah, and that's how it had to be done. But I was born on a Thursday, and I came home on Mother's Day. So the Sunday was Mother's Day, because it's always on a Sunday. So that I came home on a Sunday.
Got it.
And that's how it all had to go down. And they only had she got home Thursday night from work. Then it's Friday, then Saturday, and then Sunday. And that's why my cousin that I always say that's why she's a foster parent. She does all those things with adopted children, because when she was 2. She had to give up her crib and sleep in a big girl bed, and her whole life changed because they needed all the baby stuff back
For you.
for me. Sure. And she's 2 years and just a little bit older, so they're like, no more crib, no more baby stuff. You're all grown up now, girl.
Right.
That shit's going to a smaller baby. So I mean, that's her connection to
You're
it.
sleeping on an ironing board between 2 chairs.
We just pulled out this dresser drawer, and there you are.
I love it.
Miracles.
That's cool, Al. I mean, it's
it's good
good
to
to
know.
get that information.
It really was, and I have to tell you, like we had been out for a couple drinks, and I knew my mail was coming, and I went through, and it seriously was like I couldn't get over the white part, and I'm like, is it just 1967? Like, was somebody worried that I wasn't white?
Right.
You know what I mean? Not that it wouldn't be interesting to find out I was half something, but when you look at me, you're like, yeah.
So
There's not a lot of variations on this one thing.
So with all this information now,
But it really
that you've
was
got,
like reading about somebody else. Like it took a full day, and like my sister called right away, and I was telling her the story. And I'm like, I just feel like I'm reading a book about somebody. Like this is I have no personal connection.
It's nuts.
To
Yeah,
this
that
at
this
all.
is like your backstory.
And then like a day or two later, I read it a couple more times, and I'm like, okay, that's all me.
Okay, so with this letter now in hand and this information known, what is the next step if there is one for you?
Nothing, and because I hired the PI, so they're in charge of everything. Like
So
So now it's
is
just
something
waiting for
else
letters.
still going on or no?
Oh, yeah. And according to them, the people that they're investigating will never know that they're being investigated. Like, they have a last name. Now they have ages. They have a occupation for her. We're 99% sure of the last name. So,
Okay.
and there's, there's hospital records involved. And
I was going to say, they know what hospital and what day you were born.
And what
some
time.
records, maybe? That
Yeah.
said, these were our patients
at that time. And, you got to find a family with
Yeah.
this dynamic going on. So, and they said that they could find it through a whole bunch of different records.
That's
And when I
really
gave them my
interesting.
information, they're like, you just made it that much. You know way more than anybody should.
Oh, so you helped them
because
out.
Ruthie was there. Because I asked her point blank. I'm like, okay, now I don't remember a lot of patients that I work with, but if I took your baby home, I might remember. The last name might
Just
stick
to
with me.
guess.
like a couple distinguishing
I'm throwing up
features,
a
maybe.
quarter here.
Something about that day is going to stand out.
Because
It's like,
remember when you charted that, you signed it.
yeah.
Remember?
Now, May 10th wasn't very memorable, but what happened on May 11th?
Yeah.
That day stands out.
It was like 5
baby
something in the
home.
afternoon.
So, and that's what, and
5:46.
she knew the last name immediately. And she knew a lot of details. And then the neighbors were helpful. But, I mean, it came down to every single person that I've talked to saying, your mother would not give it up. They're like, she didn't talk about it. And she said it was for your protection. Like she said this, we decided on closed adoption and she just did not. When she decided a topic was closed, a topic was closed.
Okay.
Sure,
But she understood when I presented my curiosity, she was like, I will open up to you. Like, I'm not going to tell some gossipy bitch down the street. They're all lovely people, but I'm not going to tell some gossip down the street that's going to come back to you as gossip.
Sure.
But if you ask, I'll tell you directly. And that's the kind of woman she was. Like, if you say it point blank, I'll say it point blank back to you.
So what do you feel now with the letter coming in, the knowledge you've got? What do you think Ruth, if you had to call Ruthie today and say, here's what I got,
Hell of a collect call.
what would she do?
Oh, her response would be like, whatever you think you want to do.
Okay.
Oh, she was not going to be flower and be like, I would talk to this counselor. She'd be like, if you think you have to do it, then you have to do it. That's how she talked.
Yeah.
If that's what you think you need to do. When I got my LASIK done, when I got my eyes fixed, she was like, if you think that you need that done, you should just do it. Okay.
I'd like to be able to see, Mom.
You've had this done before, and if you think you need it, then you do it. I'm like, oh.
She had LASIK and didn't guide you?
No, she was not someone who offered up.
Oh.
An opinion.
She was just
or
she was a stoic German woman, and if she had something to say,
Clearly
she
not
would
her
just
son. Clearly, because you
she would
offer opinions
just
on
kind
everything.
of like whisper it in your ear. Like she would like wash the dishes, and you'd walk up to her, and she goes, "Look at those fucking people over there, trash." But then she would just wash the dishes, and she'd be like, "They're dirty," you know what I mean?
Right.
Or like, "Look at the dog shit. Who lives here?" And then she would just walk by. But she would never, like, it just didn't show on her face. She was just, you know what I mean? Like, we went and saw a show in Vegas one time, and I leaned over, we saw River Dance, or Lord of the Dance, and I'm like, are you okay if I make fun of this? She's like, something's got to make it entertaining. Like, she never once complained that the show wasn't good. She had nothing, like, she just, first musical. You can leave at the first act if you don't like it. Okay. Then we're in the intermission. You ready to go? No, I really like it. All right, we're staying. Okay.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it was just cold hard facts. It was just Germany. So There you go.
There we go. Well, all right. Well, that's a nice update. I like that.
So
Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you, Al.
Thank you. It's exciting.
It's exciting.
And we'll follow up with more stuff later as it arrives via
As it
mail.
arrives,
As
yeah.
it arrives, we'll get there. It's all right.
I love it.
Thank you so much. Wow, we have done. Now, see, buddy, I told you we've gone 3.5.
You did.
3 hours 22 minutes.
I was supposed to be back at work 45 minutes ago.
Fuck them.
Well, maybe don't go because
Diarrhea.
that woman's
Go with
probably
the
still
diarrhea
coughing.
story.
Good God.
Diarrhea. No, everyone always says, just okay, good.
Yep.
I hope
you gotta
you're wearing
go.
a mask
Remember,
these days
we
at
will
work.
not be here live next Tuesday because of my work schedule. So enjoy whatever the fuck is playing on the repeats on the website. Enjoy that. We will be back the following
We'll be
Tuesday,
here.
2 weeks from tonight, to enjoy whatever the hell is going on. Buddy might even show up. You never know. You never know.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be very cool. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
showing
for
up.
having
We'll
me.
have filet mignon.
Always a good time.
Trey Share.
As
Trey
always,
Share.
Katie, June, Monty, Ryan,
Sing
Al
song.
Perkins. My name's Clayton McKee. Woo! Thank you for being with us all around the world. We will leave you with this parting
All
thought.
around the world.
We will see you next Tuesday.
Right after that.
The show on Hugh Talk America.